हे गाइस। हेलो। हेलो। सब लोग कैसे हैं? आप लोग यही वंडरिंग्स कर रहे होगे कि बंक्स में मेरे को पता है कि आप देख रहे होगे ऑप्टिक ने जो लास्ट टू लास्ट राउंड निकाला और ये जो शावर करके पुश करके मार के है ऑप्टिक जो जीता है। तुम कहाँ थे? तुमने वॉच पार्टी क्यों नहीं किया? या द ओनली रीजन इज चैट, द ओनली रीजन बाइंड मैप था। बाइंड मैप था करके हम खाना ऑर्डर करके खा रहे थे चुपचाप। समझ रहे हो? समझ रहे हो चैट? समझ रहे हो? लेट कुछ नहीं था। दूसरा कोई भी मैप रहता था तेरा भाई फर्स्ट आता था, लेकिन इट वाज बाइंड मैप। या समझ रहे हो? थोड़ा सा लेट हो गया यार। थोड़ा सा लेट हो गया। चलता रहता है ये सब। समझ रहे हो? मास्टर्स का थंबनेल लगाया है बंक्स। मास्टर्स का थंबनेल लगाया क्या मैंने? ऐसे मुश्किल से राइट्स मिलते ये भी जाएगा भाई, रुक जाओ। ए मास्टर मतलब मैं मास्टर करके थंबनेल डाला था। पॉजी को बोलेगा ये थंबनेल को ऐसा बड़ा करके डाले क्योंकि मेरे को एचडी वाला मिल नहीं रहा है। पॉजी आजकल कुछ काम नहीं करता ये बंदा। पूरा दिन आज क्या क्या रहेगा पॉजी ने बताओ। हाँ, लीक्स दो पूरा दिन। बंदे ने सिर्फ एक रील बनाया 1 मिनट का, 30 सेकंड का, आराम ज्यादा। बोला है रिप्लाई आएगा तो बता। अच्छा ओके, सो हमारा T69 का जो मैच है वो पोस्टपोन्ड हो चुका है टू 22 22 तारीख को मैच है अपना। कल की वॉच पार्टी होगी। कल की वॉच पार्टी कैसे होगी? कल तो मैं वहां पे जा रहा हूँ यार। कल तो हम वहां जा रहे हैं, समझ रहे हो? मिल गया वॉच पार्टी। वाह स्केच बायोलॉजी, वाह बहुत साल बाद आए तू मतलब। हेलो बिंक्स, लव टू ब्रिजान। एग्जाम शुरू हो रहे हैं 22 से यार। तो अगर तू स्ट्रीम देखा मेरा तो समझ रहा क्या हो सकता है रिजल्ट्स में। इस्तान बुझा। इस्तान बुझा रहा है। इस्तान बुझा नहीं, इस्तानबुल जा रहा है। ये बोलना चाहता तो इस्तान बुझा नहीं सकता मैं। पहली बात। और दूसरी बात, नहीं जा सकता यार। हाँ, मेरे लिए ये पेरिस अमेरिका ये सब जगह मेरे लिए इट्स लाइक खारगर पनवेल। मैं अगर वाशी से बाहर निकलूं मेरे लिए इट्स न्यू वर्ल्ड ऑलरेडी। पूरा दिन यहाँ पे बुंड दे दे के थक गया हूँ। दिल्ली जाता हूँ तो ऐसा लगता है ओ शीश, कहाँ आ गया? क्या हाल है बंक्स भाई? मेर क्या सीन है मेरी जान? पार्टी डिस्कॉर्ड, टीबोन डिस्कॉर्ड, ये डिस्कॉर्ड तेरा भाई सोलो वॉच पार्टी करता है हमेशा। सोलो, नो बसड़, शांति से गेम में फोकस, एनालिसिस एंड बुबाम। हाँ वसे जा फिर, एक्सक्यूज मी। T69 लाइनअप, मी बिब्स, मी मिस्टर बुब्स, मिस्टर बुब्स। इतना टाइम से नहीं खेला क्या पता। देन देर इज मिस्टर स्ट्रिक्स, देन देर इज इमोशनल डैमेज वाला इमो, एंड पांचवा जो है देर इज जुवेन एंड अ सरप्राइज। भाई जी क्या हाल है? खुशहाल, लॉन्ग टाइम। क्या आपको पीडी से चेस करते करते टाइम मिल गया यहाँ आने का? कैसे खुशहाल? वाकले को बुलाना। वाकले स्पोर्ट से निकला, मैं कैसे बुलाऊंगा रे? बॉन्स बाय गिली पप्पर टू मी प्लीज, फायरफ्लाई। रिबन की स्ट्रीम से आया, लव यू बंक्स बाय, लव यू टू आयुष। कैसा है? वाशिम मार्केट आ रहा हूँ कल। वाह ओमकार वाह। मैं क्या वहां पे नींबू खरीदने आऊँ तेरे साथ? ससुराल जा रहे हो कल बंक्स भाई? ससुराल नहीं जा रहा रे, कल मैं वहां जा रहा हूँ। अवार्ड से जा रहा हूँ। बंक्स भाई हवा में एनालिसिस करते हो? हेल बेंचो पूरा मैप पे रंगोली बनाता है। सुनो, मेरा जो रीड्स है वो हेल भी नहीं तोड़ सकता। समझ रहे हो? मेरा रीड्स मेरे चैट को पता है, इनसेन रीड्स। पोस्टर वाला रीड्स देखा था, ऐसा लग रहा था मैं ही खेल रहा हूँ। समझ रहे हो? लग रहा था मैं ही खेल रहा हूं। कैसा है मीर? बेड पे कौन है बंक्स भाई? दैट इज माय क्वाला। या वो सिर्फ रात को ही जागता है, सुबह पूरा टाइम सोता है। उल्टा बोला क्या? बराबर बोला ना? क्या पता क्या करता है रे कोला? कभी सोता है? पूरा टाइम ही सोता है क्या? कुछ तो करता है वो। श्रीमोर अवार्ड शो, यप टुमारो। वो पीछे फ्रेम में आपका और फिंकी का फोटो क्रेजी है, क्रेजी है। वो फोटो क्रेजी है, दोनों फोटो क्रेजी है, दोनों फोटो मेरे को पसंद है। बड़ा वाला और वो, और मेरा फ्ले बटन भी वहां पे है, जिसको मैं गोल्ड होने के लिए रुका हूँ। कम से कम 10 साल बाद उस पर गोल्ड पेंट लगेंगे, जिस स्पीड से मैं जा रहा हूँ। लुलवा किधर है? लुलवा को हमने परदेश भेज दिया ताकि वो पढ़ाई लिखाई करे, डबल ग्रेजुएशन के बाद बड़ा लुलवा बन के घर पे आए। सपोर्टिंग हूँ। मेरे को तो यार ऑप्टिक पसंद है, समझ रहे हो, पर्सनली फॉर माई CS गो फ्रेंड्स, ये एंड एफनेस। ये लोग मेरे फ्रेंड्स थे जब मैं CS गो खेलता था बैक इन द ओल्ड डेज 1972 में। तो हम लोग लैंड पे हम लोग तीनों साथ में खेलते थे, 3v5 खेलते थे हम लोग। TCS इंटरव्यू के लिए शॉर्टलिस्ट हो गया। गिलिच में गिलिच मी टू यू। सेलेक्ट होएगा कि नहीं पता नहीं, लेकिन मेंबरशिप मिस हुआ बोल इसको। नहीं, मैं हमेशा जब नए मेंबर्स बनते थे मैं उनको टाइम देता हूँ टू सेटल डाउन, सेटल डाउन। चबिल हेडफोन पूछ रहा है सिर्फ। JBL आदित्य, थैंक यू फॉर द न्यू मेंबरशिप एंड मी, थैंक यू फॉर द 4 months। मुझे भी ऑप्टिक पसंद है, लेकिन आज DRX FTW देखेंगे यार। धैर्य, धैर्य पटेल मेंबर, तेजस पटेल मेंबर, और पटेल्स है चैट में। हाँ, और पटेल्स हैं जो मेरा मेंबरशिप खरीदना चाहता है। देयर इज अ स्पेशल पटेल डिस्काउंट जहां पे आपको 200 रुपए का मेंबरशिप मात्र 159 में मिलेगा। ओनली टुडे, ओनली टुडे। मैं नया हूँ, 6 महीने पुराने ID हाइड दिया तुमने। मैंने मजाक में बोला था। मैं बोला देखो, मजाक करते रहते मैं भी मानता हूँ, लेकिन तेरा सम टाइम्स जब मैं खुद मजाक के मूड में नहीं रहता है, तब तो अगर मजाक में बोला तो तेरे साथ तो मजाक होएगा ही ना, समझ रहा है? मेरे को भी बुरा लगा था, मेरे को भी बताया। इट वॉज फर्स्ट टाइम मैंने कोई मेंबर को हाइड दिया, बट आई वॉज ट्रिगर्ड। विच साइड यू आर ऑन? आई एम द राइट साइड ऑफ द बेड मेरी जान चिराग। ये रहा बेड, आई एम ऑन द राइट साइड। या मोमो खाने चले? क्या लैंग्वेज है ये? थंबनेल चेंज हो गया है, देख लो। मैंने किया है, मैंने किया है। पिंकी पटेल भी मेंबर है, वो भी बराबर है। बंस भाई शाउट आउट दे द गिलिच भाई एडिट शाउट आउट मेरी जान। क्या सीन है मैच का? व्हाट इज द सीन ऑफ द मैच? चालू हो रहा है, आजा देखते। बहुत जस्ट चैटिंग किया, आ जाओ। तुम हो साथ मेरे, साथ मेरे, तुम हो। PRX जीतेगा क्या? DRX जीतेगा।
Their must win in the series. It's the one map that is clearly definitive towards them. The rest are super back and forth and who can take it home.
So we're gonna head into the Prime Gaming Agent select, and now, like you said, Mimi,
Timing देख रहा हो?
some funky things here. Would you like to see more funk?
No, I want to see a good honest competition. I want to see the sleeper comp that everyone is running.
जी वाले भी इस्तांबुल से आयर कर रहे हैं, पता है?
I think there's just no way in hell that Optic decided to run
9 मिनट जस्ट स्टार्टिंग हुआ, क्या बात? अरे तो मैच चल रहा है ना?
Yep. Less funk.
Yeah, I mean, there's no funk here.
Yeah.
It's funkless. There's a little bit.
Let's look at the lineup. There is a Sova, there is a Jet, there is a Viper, जो थूकता रहता है, there is a Maverd, KO, and there is a ये कौन जीतेगा? एक ही का लाइनअप देखा अभी।
I think the Raze and Neon are normally his strongest roles, but domestically
9 बजे चालू होएगा, 2 मिनट में चालू होएगा, कुछ 9 बजे नहीं।
So my
ये लोग का
focus
बहुत
is
फास्ट
really
होता है
on
भाई।
him and less so on Ye, particularly when they get on that attacking side.
How much of a swing do you guys feel like this is? Obviously,
Bam.
fine. You expected
Bam.
Optic to
Bam.
take this.
Bam.
Do you feel the same way about
Bam.
DRX on Breeze?
I think
Mako!
should say no, just because DRX, while they have played incredibly close series,
अगर बस ने सोलोर से स्कॉट कर दिया
map, they were able to take it. They were able to persevere, and less so. It's more. I think actually even more so. It's about the record that Optic have shown.
यार मेरे को एक
on
बात
this
बताओ
match.
चैट पर्सनली
They left it in.
तुमको स्काई अच्छा लगता है या सो अच्छा लगता है दोनों अच्छा लगता है एक टीम में
Definitely a dire situation, but we have seen them
Huh?
be able to compete with even DRX on this specific map as well.
Yeah, I think if DRX loses here, it might just be a 3-0. This is their map in the series.
बस से खतरनाक स्टैक्स
especially from the
स्टैक्स
fact
तो
that
बहुत
Optic, they get to
प्यारा
start on
है
defense here, so they don't have to worry about some of the attacks
Sova?
that they've not been able
Sky?
to win. But having said that, it's time for us to get
सोवा
into
ज्यादा
the
अच्छा लगता है मेरे को यार
passes
टीम
back
ब्लाइंड
over
बहुत होता है
to
स्काई
your
से
casters, Bren and Sight.
अपने लॉबी में
Thank you very much, guys. Yes, map number 2 here in these lower bracket finals, and I'm hoping it shakes up. You know, I'm hoping it ends up being a bit of an even fight now because we're heading to Breeze. This should be now a bit of a bread and butter map pick, honestly, for DRX, all things considered over the course of this tournament.
Yeah, this year,
यार उसका टैटू कितना अच्छा है ना यार
DRX are 5-2
हाँ?
on Breeze with some big notable scouts.
मेरी नजर उधर ही जा रही है
Let's
टैटू
talk
पर
it. Optic have struggled. The champions, they are not looking good on this map.
मैं तो खेलता ही नहीं dude, मुझे देखने में मजा आता है लक्षित काश तेरे जैसे और भी लोग देखते मुझे सिर्फ देखने में मजा आता करके
But that was in Optic's heyday on this map when Victor was just absolutely
if aim on point then Sova else Sky
fresh and ready from Optic. They have not been able to capture the
मेरे
same
नजर
level
तो
of magic
excuse
on this
me.
map, and it's all been DRX. They've
चालू हो गया चैट
shake off that bad mentality.
सीधा
They've
ये
broken
push
the shackles, and they're looking
डिफॉल्ट
for
डिफॉल्ट
revenge.
कर ही नहीं रहे ये लोग
Certainly are. Way to bounce back in this
Attack
best
में
of
Optic
5
ही लगता है,
series
सीधा ही
between
push
both
कर
of
रहा है।
these teams getting started here.
ऑलरेडी एक मैच जीत गए ना डरने लगता नहीं रे डीआरएक्स से बे
On the side of Optic, with Victor running that jet again for them.
Yeah, I was not a
मेरा
fan of the
stat,
outcome, so
Hall's
I'm glad that
control.
they've come back to this. Victor
देख रहे
is starting to get aggressive
ये स्मोक कहाँ
already,
जाएगा
using
ब्रिज
Crash's
पे
drone
जाएगा लगता है
to go grab info
स्मोक
on
कहाँ
mid,
गया
and
बताओ
they're already
ब्रिज पे गया
stacking 4 players on A.
That's been pushed out of the angle. What is this?
हल्का सा
from
स्टैक है
Crashies?
ब्रो
Just how do you expect somebody to be positioned there? It's an absurd positioning because it was an
Absolutely
absolute
ridiculous.
through mid.
4 kills for Crashies.
And what a pistol round. That's
Almost like they were just reading it was going to be the A split through halls.
yeah, I mean they read that
तुम
like a book.
हो
What a great pistol round
साथ
strap. We
मेरे
saw a funky one. if
मेरे
it was
stat
power
में मैं
termination
अकेला
from
जाता हूँ।
Binks on bind, but that is
समझ रहे
a
हो?
really strong one. So there again,
मेरे
we
stat में
didn't
मैं
see
अकेला
it
जाता हूँ
really
halls
in the
just
POV,
saying
but Crashies pushed down elbow with
Volume
Victor. They
बढ़ाता है।
took a quick glance and then they drone
आपका
out
stat
from mid.
fail नहीं है, मैं
Victor's
अकेला
looking,
जाता हूँ।
seeing
यहाँ
if
पे
anyone's
थोड़ा
playing for
सा
mid control, and then they
बहुत
went
लोग
through
चले गए।
double doors. So they actually beat DRX to that position. They were faster on the defensive rotate than they were
3-0 होएगा क्या चैट
DRX were.
3-0 हुआ तो वैलो खेल सकते थे
Pretty
समझ रहे
Absurdly good
Read.
pistol.
It does set them up with that pistol round.
playing like Optic gaming क्या बोलते
You can hear on DRX's map pick, a bit of a jump spot onto the ropes there. It's Buzz just trying to acquire a bit of information for the rest of the
साउंड
team
बढ़ाओ
as well.
और तो
But
बड़ा है अरे हाँ कैम को वो
Steady.
सेट करना ना
It's the name of the game right now for Optic. You don't want to be giving away
या
anything for free.
अरे रुक जाओ यार
It's going to indicate things for
अरे रुक
Optic.
जाओ
How
क्या
does
कर रहे
Victor
हो
want to play this?
अरे ब्लाइंड मत करो यार
Opportunity to maybe
अरे
get some
plant मत
kills.
करो यार, रुको
Listen,
यार।
The players are really forcing the
अरे
issue
रुक
to
जाओ।
him. Has to dash back to safety of
अरे
the rest of his team.
ये चिपक क्या रहा है चैट
Planted.
अरे
DRX
रुको
playing in such a beautiful position for those shock darts. Crashes.
थोड़ा struggle हो रहा है
Already getting value out of it. One
अबे!
kill claimed for him, and he has softened up the
काम
remainders.
करते हैं इसको use करते
DRX just cannot withstand this.
हैं या we are back
It's a close position from Stacks.
इको राउंड था रे
Oh,
इसलिए
but they
नहीं
are
दिखाया
just
समझ रहे
holding
इको
forward.
फ्रैगर इको
Very,
फ्रैगर
very disciplined stuff from Optic.
Yeah, really nice. Love the way that Victor played that as
समझ
well.
रहे हो?
I thought he
इको
might get a
राउंड
bit
था
greedy with a peek with the Marshall through
Yeah.
the wall, but he just
Excuse
backs
me?
off, and the rest of Optic play that one very intelligently.
Marv,
Huge value from
क्या कर रहा है
Crashes.
यार
He's
सबके
actually
सामने?
one away from his Hunter's Fury
It's
of the
ridiculous.
bonus. There isn't really a great place that you
क्या
can
मैं
play
वहाँ
for
हटा ही
on
दे
the
तो
defense
चलेगा
threes,
हाइड कर दो
but
मोड्स
if he's able to find a pick on the entry, I mean, we've just seen the Prime game in Flawless. We could
सरोया थैंक यू फॉर गोइल मेरी जान
Snowball potential. Keeping that
इको
momentum
फ्रैगर
going.
माउट बाय
But
इको
momentum
फ्रैगर
is so important for Optic on this side of the map. Optic's attack side has been
ये राउंड DRX आ रहा तो हो गया
disastrous at
चलो
champions. So Optic
2-0
lead, I don't even know what, Bren, 8 rounds? Something
ऑलरेडी
like that
एक
on
मैप
this
आ
side.
रहे
The way
और
some of
4
these
राउंड
maps are
मारे
going, Josh.
डिमोनेटाइजेशन हो गया रहेगा
Sometimes you're
उनका.
thinking 12 because they've just been so back and
ये
forth.
का ओ ये अच्छा है बे.
A ridiculous amount of comebacks.
So Marv uses his 0 point to
वो
grab
लाइनअप अच्छा
information.
लगा.
Elbow this round. Doesn't see anyone at all.
After a bit of a flash play, that's just a reclear for
कैम थोड़ा
information.
नीचे ले ये राउंड के
Look,
बाद
if they
रुक जाओ.
don't spot info in mid, Optic are thinking it's an A split.
DRX को ये बहुत
Already,
पसंद है.
These Optic players getting into position and Crashy's drones out mid, looking to see, is there anyone splitting through mid? No. So now in DRX...
ये लोग
sorry,
डिफॉल्ट ही
Optic-
नहीं कर रहे ना रे.
Right,
DRX.
it's either going to be an A split through hall.
Pop flash play!
ओ चलेगा
Marv
एक
has
ले लिया.
confirmed it is in fact
Yeah.
an A play.
Wants to take the fight straight
खेलने
to them,
नहीं
and he did
देते
take
भाई.
one rifle out of their hands.
खेलने नहीं देते ये
Damage being
लोग.
done as well, the stacks and buzz.
DRX are just continuing to play this really slowly.
Yeah,
फिर
it's
से ये स्टैक है.
If they cut noise at this point, Optic don't have many ways of grabbing info. And
ये राउंड भी गए हो.
you are getting into the
ये
danger
round भी
zone
गए हो.
because time is your worst
ये round
enemy.
भी गए हो.
With that prior damage done, that was all marked earlier.
गए
It
हो.
sets it up one after the other. Marshall Demons
गए हो.
firing one after the other. There are no angles you can play. There
गए
is no
हो.
safety that you can find because Optic have just won the
गए
bonus.
हो.
that's another hard read. by
हेलो.
Optic. I mean,
Gun लिया, gun
DRX
लिया.
cut noise there, and they easily could have rotated back through mid. Optic had already used their
Uh,
drone, recon, 0 point,
गए हो.
flashes. They'd used every
I think it
informational
is-
piece of utility they could.
Yeah.
They didn't know that
I think
DRX
it
were
is
going to
2-0 right now,
but they
chat.
felt it in their gut, in their bones. And Victor and Ye were both there, ready to just...
ओके कैम छोटा करते कैम छोटा करते. आई थिंक इट इज 2-0. अगर ये लोग ने डिफॉल्ट नहीं किया देन आई थिंक इट इज 2-0. तुम यहाँ ठीक है लग रहा है. यहाँ ठीक है चैट. या परफेक्ट बंक्स भाई. क्या क्वालिटी आपकी स्ट्रीम की. चौड़ हो क्या.
Grand finals, they were
मत
locked
लिखो यार
in.
इतना तारीफ.
Yeah,
या
they just looked like they were in peak form. And if this map ends up going even more heavily the way of Optic, I've got to agree with you.
इग्नोर.
Yeah, he's just ignoring the jet again. Okay. Completely
Hook,
ignoring
hook,
that
hook.
angle. Does eventually respect it. Have to deal with this one though. And the shot into the snake bite.
Oh
Absolutely sublime. It all combos up. And Zess will try to make the most of
Operator
it. He's
है.
picked up the operator. The players are on him.
आंटी आंटी
Positioning is known.
भाई
At the
शॉक डॉट
fourth
क्या था वो.
round
हेलो.
For Optic.
थूक में लगा लगता है. एक शॉक डॉट में मर गए दो.
Huge play. And Ye has just come into this with the mantra that you're
क्रैशेस
going to have to kill him 5
9-1.
times before he even thinks about respecting you. These shock darts from Crashies as well have just
Hello?
been masterful.
ऊपर से दिखा.
Look
ओह
at that.
That is just elite.
It's into not just the snake bites, but
Abbe!
also the orb that FNS has laid down.
Yeah.
That's a preset plan.
भाई क्या
and
sexy
DRX
था
fell
वो.
for it, hook, line, and sinker. Now they
कसम
have
भाई
an
क्या खेलते
opportunity
बे.
to respond. They can't allow Optic to run away with this in the same way as happened on Bind.
Double op defensive setup for Optic.
ओके अभी
Risky, taking
3-2
aggressive
डिफॉल्ट हो
angle.
चुका है चैट. आई थिंक
Doesn't
दिस
understand
राउंड
himself, though, just
DRX
wants to
will
hold his
win.
ground.
This rendezvous is
Smell
so
आ रहा है.
much worse after the patch as well. Ye is not inside it right now. He has to swing out so wide to escape.
Here.
So if Ye finds a pick here, he has to actually swing into the traders.
ये लोग वापस 5 मैन भी कर रहे हैं. नहीं आई टेक माय
And he's
वर्ड्स बैक.
still bold enough to go for it.
Yeah.
ऑप्टिक जीतेगा ये
Pure
राउंड.
disrespect.
ये लोग को 3-2 करके फाइट करना पड़ेगा चैट. मेरे को लग रहा है ना क्योंकि एम तो सभी के पास है. सीधा पिक करके मारो. क्या बोलते हो.
And he's going to get challenged.
Yeah, the players are creeping up to him, and it is
ओह
has to be the respect being shown.
And that's what I'm talking about. It's so dangerous, and he gets
boy.
away with it.
Somehow, some way. Seeker's now going to be popped off though, because this needs to be a play. They've already made their way up through tunnel. They are positioning known. The Optic
भैया
players
जी.
get the back of the side through tunnel, and that's Buzz going to be opening things up for them. Nicely done, Mako.
बोला था ना DRX जीतेगा.
Two of the
दूसरा वाला
anchoring
पार्ट कट
players
कर
gonna be-
देना एडिटर. बोला था मैंने.
Bad hand there.
इजी भाई.
Getting Victor say hello to each other.
क्या
First goes to
खेला
the
यार.
guns, but
क्या
trying to retake
खेला.
this now with the operators is
देखा.
going to be more than a hard task. It's nigh impossible.
And DRX with a massive burst play there, overwhelming the positioning from those defensive players. A great idea against double op. I'm not even sure they knew there was a double op setup going on.
ये लाइनअप मैंने भी किया हुआ है रैंक
As far as
गेम्स
I'm
में.
aware.
100 वाला.
But they had to
ये
expect
जरा
that
उसको
Ye was
हेडशॉट
there,
दे.
especially after finding him in
Huh?
elbow. And so that big burst play looking good. This is going to be the first round on the board.
गाइस अगर ये इंडियन रहता अपन यही करते थे ना हैशटैग ये हेडशॉट दे हैशटैग ये हेडशॉट दे. हाँ लग रहा है मेरे को, स्मेल आ रहा है।
But also, Brent,
दोनों बोलते हैं जो सच हो वो शॉर्ट्स में डाल दूंगा और नहीं तो क्या भाई।
We're about to head into round 6 and he still hasn't found an opportunity to use it on defense. Look where he dies here, trying to take an aggressive fight and challenge the players.
मैं नहीं हूँ जो रिकॉर्ड नहीं तोड़ सकता।
I would quite like to see Crashies drop off a little bit from the site and use his Hunter's Fury to deny plant and let someone else take that aggro swing. You could argue it's difficult when they play a double op setup though because the
आज
people
तो सब
swinging off the
चिल्लाने
op
वाले लग रहा है।
are
ओफी
probably
ओफी
going to have
ओफी।
ops in their hands. It's not as
वो
good.
बल्स मेरे बहन आगे मुंबई के लिए जा रही है, एक प्रॉब्लम में फंस गए, प्लीज कार्तिक क्या प्रॉब्लम है? इंस्टा पे डो और सबसे पहले फैमिली एंड फ्रेंड्स से हेल्प लेना, ठीक है?
Maybe off the back of expecting FNS to use that Viper's pit. Yeah, he lost that one area in Hunter's Fury. The value not being found. Crashies, he just puts it away back into the holster. No real value or damage.
That is an unusual one. But with RB
अभी तो आने वाला है फ्लैंक, चेंबर हो गया है
the way
डाउन।
that Optic are approaching this.
Absolutely taking liberties with it, but
लेकिन
he covers it. There were gaps in
तो
the
है।
defensive protocol with RB falling, but it's being managed and watched for.
यस, थोड़ा आगे जाके ड्रोन कर दे मेरी जान।
Zest had the spike
मेरा
as
आवाज आ
well.
रहा है? थोड़ा आगे जा,
That goes in the opposite
करके
direction.
ड्रोन कर दे।
Could be curtains for DRX in a round where they need to keep building on this momentum.
ये कितना अच्छा लग रहा है, देख रहे हो? दो
Optic are
मिड पे
making the
एक
read at
ए
this point
एक
that
बी,
it's going to finish
हिस्सा
somewhere
खेलने का
towards
अटैक
A.
में भी कंफ्यूज हो जाएंगे वो।
FNS on his own.
Really awkward angles.
भाई दो ऑपरेटर
You're
एक साइड
literally
पे।
leaving your two operator players, yet God damn does Ye look clean. Dart in the back though, has to be respect shown to that one. He does maneuver his way around. It looks like maybe a play towards mid. DRX
भैया जी
decisive. Popping up into their stacks.
राउंड निकाल दिया
Does remove
स्टैक्स ने शायद।
a thorn in the side of DRX of what was going to be stopping them potentially. Now a drone to lead them in. The side, Victor tries to hide from
ये
it. Forced to
पकड़ा।
dash back, and now he is being sandwiched. It's Mako and Stacks.
नहीं
A flash play, surely he's not still alive. But he is. Alive and waiting, ready to contain.
नहीं।
Optic just not given any room to breathe.
ये क्या अल्टी और प्लांट है भाई? हेलो?
Corner, he's not going to be given an opportunity like that. And this two-player retake
मस्त
just
है ना?
can't deal with the Viper's pit down.
You just can't do it.
यार ये मस्त है।
But honestly, Brent, this double op defense, they're getting kills.
ये
but
तो
it
अपन ने
doesn't
कभी
seem to
किया ही
work
नहीं है भाई।
as well. I feel like there's some fluidity missing on the Optic defense.
Yeah, when you don't have the rifles to try and play together.
I think I'd like to see Victor go back to a rifle. They were getting
Let's
great
go
value out of having
DRX,
Victor
let's
push mid
go
for info
DRX।
and create these challenges on the map. It's not that he's a
Huh?
bad offer. It's just there are different pros and cons to running
पकड़ो
double
बे,
op setups.
पकड़ो ऑपरेटर गिराओ।
DRX are managing to burst through openings.
Now clawing their way back.
अच्छा खेले ना, वन मैन डाउन होके
Money
अर्ली।
being built up for them as
अच्छा
well,
खेला।
and ultimates. It's going to be a crucial element. Obviously, committing that Viper's pit in this round, but Stacks finding
That kill
this
is
kill.
everything.
It is everything.
थोड़ा सा यार
Missed
बेचारा
just
ये।
by a millimeter, but I still don't think the round was there, even if he hits the
Crispy
no-scope.
हुए माको।
As soon as Stacks opens up that path through Nest, the round.
ऑडियंस पे ध्यान दे, बोविन भाई
Because
दिखते
those
क्या
double op players
देखते।
are worried about getting pinned
पॉज
from
कर
either
लेंगे
side.
बोविन भाई दिख के तो।
It's an Optic timeout.
देखिए,
It is
इतना
quite
लालम
reminiscent
लाल में
of
क्या
stage
दिखेगा?
2 as well, when they were going through the phase of, any sort of slip in momentum, anything that looks like the enemy's getting back into it, instantly going to be taken.
ए उसका क्या था? टाइमआउट में कुछ तो लिखता था, मोला मोला
You won't
मोला
quite
मोला
see it
मतलब
yet,
टाइम
but
आउट।
the only player not to buy so far
दिख
is
रहा है क्या
Victor.
अपना?
So I've got to think that part of this discussion is about whether or not they want
दिखा
that
क्या
double
चैट
op
अपने
setup.
को?
He has the money if they want to invest into it, so this would be a choice. And Chet and FNS going to be discussing with the rest of the team as to what defensive setup they want to be running here. On the other side of things too, DRX, they've got a Hunter's Fury. One of the most common plays
मेरे को बस कैमरा दे दो यार वहाँ का, क्या बोलते हो?
split on A and have that Hunter's Fury towards anybody that might be playing stairs or the back orange area.
DRX do that a lot.
Yeah. So it actually looks, if you take a look at the minimap, like they might be wanting to use that over on B. But I could imagine Optic reading into the hit.
वापिस 5 मैन बी जा रहे हैं लोग।
Especially off the back of the timeout.
लास्ट
He
टाइम तो
puts down a
सक्सेस हुआ था।
trademark on A, and they are actually going to have 3 players on B right now.
Including Ye with that operator.
VIP
It looks
section
like
नीचे के इतना ऊपर
they're
नहीं।
wading right into the mix of this.
VIP
This is
section
5
actually
players
ऊपर
really
होना
leaning on
चाहिए।
the side of DRX. Over the drone to try and set him up. Anything to cover. How does he get that kill?
What on
चला
earth?
ये फर्स्ट
What
बॉट
a
पे फर्स्ट
play.
बॉट मार रहा है
Crashies
बे।
droning from B main, and Victor trying to get set up in elbow. And in the midst of all of that, it's Ye that finds the opener.
मेन
I shouldn't
प्लेयर
be
को उड़ा दिया
surprised, really, should I?
But there was a player swinging from window, I think. It felt like he should have been punished there, but
He just finds the timing and people respected the drone. That's such a cool little set play that Optic have added in. They knew that they would play Breeze today. And Optic have won on it before. I think there were a lot of people saying Optic
ये
should
लोग
have
मिड
removed
कंट्रोल
this
को फेवर ही
map,
नहीं
but
देते बे ऑप्टिक
right
वाले
now,
जिधर आना है आ जाओ
it's
ऐसा
looking a little bit like they've recaptured some of that old magic.
yeah, good answers.
Victor's moved away. They're not anticipating the re-hit, but now the Sova utility comes out and questions asked of Ye and
Bam.
Drone dart, everyone being revealed.
Oh,
Over the top, the right click butts will be
Danu.
rewarded. One kill for him, but a bit of that counter spam means that there is a trade in play. Yeah, he's still at the back of the site.
अटक गए ये लोग अभी
Positions from DRX. Started to feel the heat now as it is being turned up, and now being swarmed from every possible angle. You can see this reflanked of Marv through main. Could be everything,
Oh.
but Arby wins out the fight. At the back of the site with Victor falling. It's down to that 3v3.
Ye was not in a spot to train.
Oh,
Marco's got
Marco
another.
Beautiful. One
भाई साहब
after the
M2 जीत
other.
रहे हैं लोग मार
All
मेरी
down
जान
to
हो
Marv.
जाए
Knows the positioning of one or two
Lag,
players.
lag,
Just
lag
cannot
हो
land the
जाता
spray
है।
down. The DRX looking like they are climbing their way back up to an even scoreline.
थोड़ा सा वहाँ पे समझ रहे फ्रेम ड्रॉप्स
4 in a row from Optic, now 3 in a row from TRX. And recovering a 4v5
पहुंच के पीछे उड़ गए
along
इसलिए
with
एनएच
it.
के वो बात तो सच है
All of the teams in the top 4, apart from Optic, have been really good in these 4v5 situations. And even Optic today have showcased that ability. Great round
Arre,
from
arre.
TRX to get things back into their favor. And that's with post-plant positions that looked very claustrophobic. Optic look like they're going to go for another
अपने लोग
aggressive
कहाँ
play
पे
off the
बे?
rim. As once more, they get that double op set up online.
Flash does set them up, but a dart
ए वो रिकॉन अच्छा है बे
pushes them back.
सब
Obviously,
रील
didn't get
करता है
destroyed
वो।
fast enough. Now a trailblazer.
एल्बो पुश मिड
Elbow
नेस्ट
as Crashies. Stunned up, has to back away from this
भाई
one.
प्यारा रिकॉन था वो
Look at this from Optic.
They take a lot of space off the back of the drone here, and DRX are constantly in a position where they have to worry about this. In the last 3 rounds,
VIP
though,
बहुत
DRX
नज़दीक
have
है
actually
उस चीज़
been
के,
able
पता
to
नहीं,
group
VIP
up
actually
on a
ऊपर
site
होना
without
चाहिए।
losing too many players, and it's literally just the executes that are working.
Zangle is everything for Mako. How do you win that? Such a wide swing. And he rips Victor's head off.
क्या मारा ये
Today, Mako is on a heater. Ye, though,
ये
with
miss ही
the
नहीं कर रहा।
second operator. And Zest didn't quite anticipate that
ये
one.
को दे दो प्राइमरी ऑपरेटर
Set up for them. Now the tour de force going to be in the hands of RB. He's going to offload.
क्रिस्पी मारा ना
Players are waiting. They'll flash to try and set it up. Buzz dashes through. That cuts
पुराना
up.
जेट रहता तो डैश मार
Close
देता था
crosshair
पता
placement. They need to deal with these players though, because FNS will not be removed. Anchoring the site. 3 kills for him. And he wants to claim the 9th. Knive's going to remove the tour de force.
ठीक है
RB
मार
left up to his own devices, but too much
खुश
to
नहीं
deal
यार
with.
खुश खुश
Brent, sometimes
No, no,
it
no,
feels
no.
like there are
Listen.
days where players refuse to lose. I feel like
Stage
it's
के
that
पास
kind
है,
of day
stage के
from
पास है
Marco
क्या?
and from FNS.
तो ऊपर वाला
All at
कौन
the
सा
same
सेक्शन है
time.
वो
I've
पूरा
seen
लाल
bigger
लाल में
rounds from
वो
FNS
प्लेयर्स
than
के
I can
टीम्स के
remember
लिए
in
क्या
quite a
फैमिली
while.
के लिए ऐसा कुछ है क्या
I mean, that is a
Oh.
wide swing by Marco.
guys that is clear cut jet
No favor
update
swinging into an operator like that.
Definitely not.
jet
But
update की वजह से
instantly
मरा है वो
response coming out from FNS, the Viper on the other side. I thought today was going to be a battle, potentially, between Mako and Marv.
Yeah.
Marv
Sure.
just
भाई
hands
ये
down the
shots
best
miss नहीं
control
कर रहा है, आज
player in
feel
the
कर रहा है
world,
ये।
but slipping in this tournament and fighting against another challenger for that
FNS
title
is
in
Indian.
Marco, someone that
CS
Barlow was
को
talking
देखा
about
उसका
on the desk,
CS को
has always been hunting for that throne
CS को
in
देखा है
terms of best controller player in the world. I feel like on Breeze
कहाँ पे
here,
है कोई दिख रहा है
FNS
क्या
is really
अपने
being
को
the player that's stepping up playing it. And DRX are going to take a timeout. So 1 timeout each burnt as we head into round 9.
किधर है
See what kind of play they might want to make with this one. In terms of the ultimates, DRX are working with that Hunter's Fury that Zest has been
देखते रहो जेट देखते रहो
theorized. Okay. Mystic.
दिखे
Actually,
क्या
just hard trolling Durka. Just hard trolling him. I've been there. It's not nice. Social media unusable for Durka now.
ए वो बच्चे लोग दो कितने क्यूट थे
The DRX are going to be looking to see what they can do. Make their mark maybe in this round.
FN is not Indian he has
Wanna
Indian
keep it
ancestors
Too much of a round lead.
And DRX actually haven't tried a very fast hit off the rip. And if they decide to go for it right here, it's only FNS on B.
I think they're scared. I I feel like Marv has been angry.
Cute se log
They
दिखे.
should be scared of the no command. Still looks like
बच्चे
this is
तड़ना
around
बंद कर,
one
hello.
good. Hunter's Fury now into the back of it as well. Can they clear out that finish? It crashes. He swings through. Knight in shining armor.
भाई सोवा भी
Just
फॉर्म
for
में है
FNS's IGL, who was just being
फॉर्म में
pressured over and
और
over
क्या?
again, and that is just magnificent.
खत्म.
Ren, I think you're right. Optic are looking locked in today.
They are locked in, man.
फॉर्म में भाई
I think-
नहीं रोक सकते.
If DRX end up losing this map, so many people are going to talk about the DRX choke. But that is not what I'm seeing. I
ये
am
क्या
seeing
shot
an
था, hello?
Optic that are playing much better than the last 3 times we've seen them on Breeze at Champs.
I am seeing an Optic that is refusing to lose.
Let's go!
This is a team, the only one in the running for Champs
शुरू नहीं
2022
करता हूँ,
anymore.
हाँ
They can
ना.
get 2 titles under their belt in 2022.
2 titles
जीतना
under the belt
पड़ेगा.
ever.
भाग,
Look
भाग,
at
भाग.
Victor chasing down RB here.
Chasing down RB, and they are really showing him no quarter.
That is a phenomenal flash as well that Marv
पूरा
sends
भागा
in.
बे.
Pops exactly at the point where RB's forced to use his rendezvous. Thankfully, already had it set up, but they're even burning the
Attacker
drone.
कौन है, कोई
Zest
बताएगा?
is using his primary source of entry into sights
This is just vicious.
in order to re-clear this aggression.
And DRX are
बस
forced
ये
to
को छोड़
respect
दिया,
them. They're
बोलता
forced
अभी
to just
एमेन जाने
cower
दो
in the
भाई.
corner.
And it gets Ye set up on this
सब लोग
line,
भी चले जाओ.
an area where he was able to find a kill previously with his Op2.
He's been doing this so much.
And
And
again-
बंदा
again,
मिस ही नहीं करता
always
भाई.
rewarded. It's this aggressive space.
Brent, at this point, I feel like Optic threw the last 3 Breeze games that saved their strats for this one.
Apparently so.
That they just have so many new ideas heading into this map.
प्यारा खेल रहे हैं यार.
Ideas that even when they
कोई
were playing their
mistakes नहीं
best
हो रहा है
at
यार.
practice, I haven't seen them use. This is a serious prep difference coming out here.
DRX
ये
forced
वॉल
to make
अच्छा
some
है.
moves
ये
now
राउंड
with
अभी भी जीत
4v5.
सकते हैं DRX.
Making away through double doors, no commando popped off. That is going to be negating all the abilities that could be coming through. Flashes over the side, and even the dart. Crash's
थोड़ा left
utility
right हो गया.
has just been perfect. One after the other, they all crumble
यार
beneath the might and weight of Optic.
भाई सबसे गंदा यही लगता है मानो ऑपरेटर
DRX
से
looked
मरता ना
lost when they went
दिल
for
पे
that
लगता है
pivot
यार.
through double doors, but the biggest reason
इतना इतना महंगा गन खरीदते, इतना महंगा, सीधा एक पटके में मरने के
we
लिए.
worried that people are peeking them
दिल पे
from
लगता है.
stairs, from back pyramid where Ye's playing from, and from A main. It's an impossible task for DRX at that point. They just need pressure coming from multiple avenues, and they are never able to get the map control early on.
यार कमबैक होना चाहिए. क्या बोलते
They're
हैं? कमबैक हो
fundamentally
जाए.
losing the early round, and it makes the mid to late
DRX
round
कमबैक हो
impossible.
जाए. चलो. Yeah,
Worked his way
I like this.
deeper angle
Yep.
balls past this Viper's orb. As is watching it, obviously the half.
अभी next smoke up में बंदा hall से आगे आगे जाएगा.
Love to just win out of Thrifty, anything to just get a bit of magic into the game.
Smoke up
And I
कर.
feel like
आ रहा
I've
smoke
watched
up आ रहा
DRX previously on the attack side. Buzz has been the hero. I haven't noticed that this time around. He just hasn't been in position. He's not even been given the
फिर
hero
से ये के
rifle.
पास जा रहे.
That's on Zest. They have tools to make this one a dangerous round too. Don't get me wrong.
ऑप्टिक एक भी मैच हारा नहीं है ना. एक भी मैच हारा नहीं है ना ऑप्टिक.
Could win a
ये हारा है.
postman.
Flash, the dart play into the back, yay. In a bit of danger, or is he? Yay, will just not be denied once more. Marv wants to make a bit of an aggressive play of his own. Why not? Pop flash play does feed away. one of the
Operator से
rifles
recon
to them,
तोड़
but
रहे
with
भाई.
38 seconds left.
दे दो भाई.
Pressure still on DRX to see if they can get the spike down.
ऐसी
And they've lost
victory
the
दे दो.
Viper's pit. Mako falling to a flash play takes the biggest tool they had for the post plan.
Zest could be everything.
Yay.
Up to Yellow, he's just contacting into it. The sightline of
Listen
Ye
to
giving him one
Garra.
of the easiest kills of his life. And the reflank from Victor.
Hey,
Noise, enough
surprise.
distraction is being
Kill
made.
चोरी
Victor
किया.
not even granted any chance to pick up a kill or two.
खत्म. लाउड से
Brent, at
2-0
the
आ रहा
beginning of
था.
this map, I said Optic's attack side is so bad on in this map, or at least the
यार लाउड से 2-0. लाउड भी सोचता रहेगा ना आज हम जीत सकते थे. देखा है जो टीम जीता उनको हमने 2-0 हारा है. ऐसा डिस्कस कर रहे रहेंगे ना लाउड.
fabulous
क्या
on this
बोलते
map
हो?
all year. Optic are
ठीक
massively
है चेक करते
in
कार्तिक
control.
चेक करते.
Confidence is sky high for this team. You can feel it in the individuality, the plays that people are making, the disrespect that they're showing by pushing themselves into deeper angles, holding with the operators.
ये
But again, remember,
serious kill rate है
Optic's attack side win rate is about 24% at champs. So Optic
लॉर्ड
need
फाइनल
every-
में वही मैं तुम लोग का जीके टेस्ट कर रहा था
they're
पता
full
है
off the
फाइनल
gas one moment.
ये लोअर ब्रैकेट का फाइनल चल रहा है इसका अपर ब्रैकेट फाइनल से कल पता है मेरे को
How does
पता
he play
है
around
या
the angles
पता
there?
है
Yay, almost getting punished.
See legs, Buzz.
It feels like he just weaves through any attempt to punish him.
माफ करो यार
The final round of this first half now. DRX are just, again, so grouped up, cowering together. It's like they are scared of...
अगर ये लोग ऐसा करके मिड टू ए गए ना
Now to see
इतना करके मजा आ जाएगा
holding close. Smoke as well. That cuts off one
Next
of the angles.
level हो
Look at
जाएगा.
this. Wading right into the belly of the beast once more. It's a lovely play with the dart to
मारा
set it
है?
up. Buzz gets every target revealed for him, and the kills are still flooding in. One after the other, ripping off their heads.
DRX with another very
अच्छा था ये
solid
round, अच्छा था.
execute into B. The Seekers there from Stacks making all the difference, allowing them to get onto angle after angle. And Mark, there's no way
Blind
to
heads.
anticipate this.
Beautiful stuff.
Stacks hides around a corner, and DRX get to 4.
8-4
This map is
They
not
need the
over
Pistula.
yet.
Not by any
हाँ?
means or any
पिस्तुला is needed DRX
pure heroics.
अपना सारा एनर्जी
DRX do manage to claim that fourth
पिस्तुला
round.
क्या रिकॉन था बे
Potentially, that's what they need. Stay back into this one.
The Desper setting up a battle between the two Jets. Victor, only 3 and 4. Not even required for that defense.
Absolutely outlandish stuff. Let's send it down to the desk to break down the first half of Breeze.
नाइस वन DRX
Thank you very much, guys. Yes, we set up the battle of the Jets. Say that 3
अच्छा
times
खेला यार
fast, but
DRX
it's all about crashing.
ना
Battle of the Jets, Battle of the Jets, Battle of the
That
Jets.
chest.
Bad Jets, bad
what I thought
Jets,
she was
bad
saying.
Jets, bad Jets.
DRX अच्छा
Crashies.
खेला
Again, we have to talk about this guy at the halftime because he is having a whale of a performance. He's just been I mean, how many multi-kills has he gotten so far in this half? It's been nuts. The double kill coming off the dart. They have it layered in with the Viper's bite. It has just been beautiful, clinical.
No healings
solo
for
play
you,
from Crashies
excuse
so
me.
far.
Yeah, in the head-to-head
Ram
between
Jada.
the two initiator players, Crashies has been pounding.
And I think there was a moment in time where it looked like Optic was
Yeah,
just
reaction
completely
is
running
right.
away with it. You see Marv trying to take advantage of Ye's first kill, and he goes down. This was actually
गाइस पूरे इवेंट में यंगेस्ट बंदा कौन था पूरे इवेंट में वही था क्या 17 साल वाला हाँ
and then obviously there was the walk through smoke.
मिमी कितनी क्यूट है यार बराबर भाई बाहर वाले ही ज्यादा क्यूट लगता है तुम लोग को हाँ शादी यहाँ पे करना है, इतना याद रखो
At all because when they
Like
came
a
to
hopes
actually
high
hitting
मत
those
रखना
sites,
अपना।
they needed a split to make anything work.
अल्फजर वही था ना
They're gonna get into the attack
यंगेस्ट
side now, Mimi, and as
Caraca.
Josh said, doesn't look
अपना
great
किधर
for
है?
Optic.
No, in history,
अपने
this has
वीडियो
been a
लोग-
very, very tough side of the map. You
वीडियो
see
लोग
down there,
दिख ही नहीं रहा।
24% attack win rate. That's across 3 maps that these guys have played. But I think the player to pay attention to in this half is going to be Marv. We really hype him up when he's playing the controller. But this is the one map where he pivots. He's playing the initiator. He's playing the KO. And there is a lot of pressure put onto him. He's the guy flashing through those Viper walls, getting aggressive and setting Victor up. Normally, I get a little bit worried about him heading in towards his stacking side.
भाई मैं मेरे को एक रीजन दो साई स्लीपिंग ऑन स्ट्रीम में क्यों देखूं प्लीज मुझे एक अच्छा रीजन दो हाँ मेरे को कितने मेहनत से ये वॉच पार्टी मिला मेरे को पता है मुझे प्लीज एक रीजन दो ये सब स्पैम मत करो समझ रहे हो प्लीज एटलीस्ट इधर मत करो बाकी जिधर करना करो समझ रहे हो चैट हम गेम में फोकस करें गेम में फोकस करें
Tall mountain ahead of them for DRX to battle their way back in. Again, it seems a bit obvious to say, but the pistol round needs to be won.
DRX का वो बंदा था हाँ क्या
I think, honestly, Brent, even if they don't win it, there might still be a chance.
Sure.
Because Optic's attack side is just
T69
looked
का
so
youngest
rough
member
in this
किधर है
map.
वो भी सो
The
रहा है
question is whether Optic are going to be playing.
Yes, we
well
completed
against
2
the
years on YD. Thank
Their
you,
defense
Binks, for
side
modding
look
me
like
every
that.
day. I'm
Look
blessed
like
to
a
have
brand
you
new
and
team.
Rakai's
Disrespect
idols.
off
Will
the
not
rip.
give up, bro. Love you,
They're
Zed.
taking fast approach into the
Keep
bottom
streaming,
side
man.
of Horde.
Stay
He does
humble. ठीक है?
end up coming out with the goods,
Oh!
and they're waiting for the repush. DRX have crumbled
seconds में
on this
खत्म हो
pistol
गया।
round, Josh.
Just
खत्म हो
an
गया
absolutely
भाई
flawless
खत्म है
round.
2-0
Optic find the first pick.
GG
They punish the
go next
reactive aggression.
GG
flood
2-0
into the
chat
site. And it's all over for RB.
चैट लाइक करो कि मैं लाइक करने नहीं बोला अभी
Where are
तक
the answers? When
Hello?
Optic are playing like this, when they're locked in to
लाइक
this
करोगे
degree,
चैट
They're playing like they do not want to be denied that second shot at history.
And not only that, you're getting players stepping up.
मैं क्या बंक्स
I mean,
गिली चुमड़ी मेरी जान
16 and 4.
जीजी 2-0 मतलब अभी 2-0 ये लोग लीड पे है मालूम है बेस्ट ऑफ 5 है भदीर मेरे को पता है 2-0 मतलब जीत गया एक मैप जीत गया
First kills for first deaths. And that's just normal for him in this tournament.
That's fucking flawless, my boy.
Yo, what I just did to Mako, this kid's retiring after this game. I'm 30, bro!
Oh my God.
I told you the battle was between FNS and Mako. I just didn't know how deep it cut.
An attempt of aggression as well.
यही अगर अपने इधर बोला रहता था ना
Not going to get too much done. I'm still recovering, man. I feel like I've been slapped in the face. I'm not even Mako.
But that's the kind of thing where
Twitter Reddit
Optic get themselves fired up, FNS gets fired up.
है
And
जी
it
क्या
feels
बोला
like they
अबे
can't lose maps like this, matches
ये तो
like
कॉम्स
this.
रिकॉर्ड हो रहा है
A reminder
कभी
that this
अपना
should
भी
be the
ऑनलाइन
map
कॉम्स
where
रिकॉर्ड
DRX are the
टेस्ट में
most
कितना टॉक्सिक है
favored.
मालूम पड़ेगा तुमको
Optic have been 0 and 3.
हारते तो भी भरते एक
DRX
दूसरे का हम लोग
5 and 2 this year.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason,
पकड़ा
Optic
पकड़ा
hasn't activated the next
ओ
gear that they can.
पकड़ा
And I think the obvious answer to that is that Optic are big game players.
टैक्स तो गए हो
They've been in this situation before, quite literally knocked down to play in that lower bracket final. Happened at Reykjavik.
चैट जो भी स्ट्रीम देख रहा है लाइक करना
They
ठीक है
faced another Asian team that had broken through a ceiling. You had the Japanese team Zeta Division that time at Reykjavik, who had performed way better than people had
ए
expected.
हाँ
They
एक्चुअली
broke that
जेटा
ceiling
बहुत अच्छा
with
खेलता था ना
but just couldn't hold it against Optic.
जेटा बहुत
Thus
अच्छा
far
खेलता
today,
था
it feels very similar. Yeah. And
सबको पता है
even if
टीम
you're
में कितना
talking about the
टॉक्सिक
last
है
time that these two teams played against each other, Optic are 2-0 all time against DRX. Both of those times it went to 3 maps. They were BO3s. And they played Breeze, and Optic dominated DRX 13-4. I could see it happening.
I mean, at this point,
I never thought
down
I'd
to this
say
bonus round. No, we did not expect this at all.
that. The times felt like they had changed, but it's a flat circle.
Apparently so. DRX doing their best to break the pattern. Have to win this round out.
Optic grouping up.
स्ट्रीम
over
की
here.
साउंड बढ़ा सकते हो क्या हाँ ना
And a lot is going to be asked of RB here. Anchoring the site on chain.
Blinded.
Stacks can try and break
Beautiful
drone through,
flash.
but misses it.
Beautiful flash. I mean, they are all blinded up.
Yeah.
And Victor just shredding them to pieces with the Spectre in
एंट्री
hand.
तो है
Gonna be that plant going down, and DRX might be opting to try and take a fast retake.
रेंजर उधर भी
Snake
रेस
bite.
कर रहा है क्या
Shock dart, but just about missing with the timing.
बात तो है तुषार
These
बात
rifles need to be saved. It needs to be a clean one for DRX.
And this is an incredibly tough retake. Zest
Look,
doesn't
spam
realize
नहीं
how
करते
close
बे,
he is
थोड़ा
to
भी।
identifying 2 of these spots.
Buzz.
An opening.
And a bit whiffy, honestly, with the wall in the way. Fights are taking
Full
place,
gear.
and it's Optic who coming out on top, just down to Buzz. And the triple face of Optic, he did not stand a chance.
Guys,
That is the bonus round as
2-0
well.
से comeback होगा?
Secured by Optic. And I feel like that is just the nail in the coffin.
It's gotta be right.
Look at how good this is, by the way. The flash comboed perfectly with the dash and the
हाँ
drone.
ना, action
Normally the
match
setup
था।
there is that Stax is supposed to break the drone and allow RB to stay in his rendezvous setup.
ये अच्छा
Take
था वो
contact. But the flash
Chad।
coming through blinded Stax and he can't break the drone.
Oh!
Break the drone.
It continues to get value. It pushes.
आयुष लव यू मेरी जान कीप अप द हार्ड वर्क थैंक यू फॉर द 1000 जीपे गाइस आयुष हो जाए आयुष हार्ट्स हो जाए थैंक यू आयुष थैंक यू सो मच फॉर द सपोर्ट मेरी जान थैंक यू फॉर द 1000
The right time in the tournament.
भाई विक्टर तो दे रहा है एंट्री पे एंट्री भाई
The
हेलो
high risk plays. Zest opted to take a fast line.
12-4.
Be main, but where are the answers for DRX?
We haven't seen a huge round from
12-4 chat
classic people you'd expect it from. A Buzz or a Stax. Buzz has gotten a lot of kills in the map, I suppose.
ये लोग का डिफॉल्ट देखा कितना प्यारा है
Really
एक किल लेके
altogether not
मिड भी देख रहे हैं ए
round
पुश
or
भी देख
big
रहे हैं
impact.
बी पुश भी देख रहे हैं एल्बो पुश भी देख रहे
Extremely
हैं
quiet.
एंट्री लेने के
RB is
बाद
looking
फिर
to
एक
try
साथ
and make
पुश
a
कर
play. Headhunter in hand.
ना डीबी ना
So there. so aware.
मेरा आवाज नहीं गया
And
वहाँ
Optic are just ready for every little play that might be made on the defense. Meanwhile, Ye sneaks his way in, makes space for the spike to go
लड़क
down,
बोलते।
and Optic are most assuredly going to be able to get up to map point here.
Yeah. It's a free plan on
30
A.
seconds left.
Nothing to stop it. Buzz can try and go
Oh!
for some but no. Shut down.
भाई क्रैशी फॉर्म में भाई
Easily said. Apparently easily done by Optic.
क्रैशी फॉर्म में
And we're
डीबी
talking
ने
about
आरबी
what
माफ करो
DRX are playing for here.
तेरा पर्सनल फीलिंग
DRX
जुड़ा
have
था
never
वो
made it to the
लेकर
grand finals. DRX, in fact, up until this tournament, were not even the most successful team from Korea.
Yeah.
That would be new turn back.
वो इसलिए तो रख रहे हैं ताकि तुम एक दो गेम वैलो खेलो
They're playing here to try and get that spot, their rightful spot, some might say, on top of the Korean scene from a historic point of view.
Let's
And today they are
go
getting emphatically denied.
30 seconds left.
Refuted at every turn, every corner. Optic have an answer.
A casual reminder of the dominance that Optic have showcased over the course of this year.
Nice one DRX, you can do it. DRX, come on.
Now staring down
DRX full support.
the precipice of defeat.
Let's go, come on
Look at this
DRX.
as well.
DRX ही जीतेगा, जीतेगा भाई जीतेगा, DRX जीतेगा.
Info there.
Come on यार.
Allowed DRX to push.
Nice
Good.
one, Mako.
Finds the first pick on Ye.
And the confidence, that is what you need from DRX if they're going to be
DRX
find
जीतेगा guys.
just some sort of chance.
It looked like Optic
हो
were going
गया.
to try and stack up players there
Optic
and
का
fight
time
the
खत्म हो
repush,
चुका है यहाँ पे.
but instead, a 4v5. Areas where Optic have struggled a lot at champs, but they're going for a fake play. The null command from Marv
No command,
baits
it
out the
baits it.
rotate.
Yeah,
कोई
Mako
problem
was just
नहीं.
skipping and hopping and running
DRX
all the way
जीत
to the
गया
safety or to help his teammates. And it's completely opened up the A site.
Apart from Buzz. Buzz is still in cave and could be the
Come on,
danger
come
man
on,
here.
Buzz.
Massive plays need to be made
Nice
by this
one!
guy.
Nice
The
one,
opening
Buzz.
kill of the
It's a
Binks sets
nice!
it up, the distraction play, and
Let's
out of smoke. A fast
go,
play, they know that there's no
DRX.
players here, but the lineup has to be good. Buzz getting off of it, half on the defuse, the fragment nade, it hits, but it does not kill.
कैमरा किधर है? कैमरा किधर है?
DRX are
Nice one,
afforded
nice
a
one.
lifeline.
बोला था full support.
And at this
George,
tournament, they
full
make great
support.
use of lifeline rounds like that.
कैमरा किधर है?
Even if we're talking about the most recent series,
चिल्ला मत.
they
hype
had
बना
a
रहा हूँ.
great comeback against FPX. They were able to win 5 straight rounds at the end of Xbox to beat the defending champions from Copenhagen. And then they recovered a 9-3 half to come back and win 2-0.
अरे?
Now, no strangers
इतना
to it, not
support
this
किया फिर भी?
tournament.
We've seen both ends of the mental spectrum from DRX.
This map is going to be their opportunity to
Crisis
try and
by
prove
तो
that
दीवारें
they're
तोड़
not the
रहे.
same old team that's been going out in 5th, 6th. The mental blockage.
And this tournament
Let's
already,
go,
their first
DRX.
podium finish, but they're hunting for so much more.
ऐसा कैसे भाग के
Starting
गया
out
रे?
here,
पनिश
Buzz
नहीं
getting
हुआ?
into a very aggressive position over by Pillar. And Stax is in a passive spot on B. He's got one flash. When he gets the next up, he'll probably go for some
अभी
information
देखते हैं
in B
Sky
main.
अकेला B hold
That's a
कैसे
little
होता है.
while off just yet.
अपने रैंक में
Here's
तो
that
3
flash
बंदे भी
coming
होल्ड
out.
नहीं कर सकता.
Pops not into B main, but
आँखों में
into
लग गया
elbow
direct.
and finds somebody there. That's going to trigger Buzz to make a more aggressive move, as he knows there might not be anyone looking. And he might find all of
timing.
the goods right now.
Yeah.
The timing is perfect.
This could just be majestic. Drone to try and push the players in. Stax is really under so much pressure. And he will fall eventually, but this
Wall
one needs
नीचे
to
कर,
go
चिल्ला
down.
रहा है,
The
wall
timing
नीचे
buzz he
कर.
could take, there it is.
Nice.
Plan's going to be
Down,
at
B.
least a knife for the time being. Peeks around the corner and Ye was watching it. From the side of the wall,
GG
Optic.
भाई.
Every avenue, every line of sight is just locked down.
बंदा मिस ही नहीं करता
Breeze, well, it
भाई.
wasn't their map pick, but these guys, they are feeling it. They've made it their territory today.
आपने वीडियो
Reddit
किधर है?
definitely feels like Reykjavik all over again. All smiles, all business from Optic. They are so dialed in, so clean right now.
हाँ इधर भी माल दे.
Star players performing, game plans working, prep delivering, Optic dominating. We said it was 13-4 last time, and I said there's no chance.
There's no chance is what you said.
It was 13-5.
Off by 1 round.
Similar levels to destroy DRX. And at this point, Brent, we said questions would be asked of the DRX mental. Well, what about that?
Yeah, I mean, listen,
You're now heading,
incredibly difficult.
MVP
task.
crashes na chat.
you're
Ye
now
map
heading
ka.
into the middle of both teams' map pools. And while you would expect
to hai,
DRX
bhai.
to have the advantage because they've demonstrated a deeper map pool at champs so far,
Tilt ho jaya.
sometimes it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's about your form on the day, your prep going in, and how much you want it.
वो लगा चेन भी अच्छा देखा ओजी करके.
One more map is what stands between Optic just sailing their way all the way to the grand finals. The question is, can
Copyright?
DRX put a stop to that? Can they
Claim आएगा
dig
शायद.
back into whatever it was that they developed over the
इसमें
course of
डरते
this
क्या?
tournament
Claim
to be
आएगा
able to
शायद.
just overcome their own?
MVP cameraman है ready?
Send it
Excuse
down
me.
to the desk after this break to break down the map number 2 and also set up for map number 3.
Best of 5, yup. ये सेक्सी लगता है बे. सेक्सी लगता है ना. फल. यार ये तो मेरा क्लिप है. ओह तेनू मेरा अल्टी था वो. ये मैं गेम इतना देखा है ना. लीग ऑफ लेजेंड्स और लॉल. लीग ऑफ लेजेंड्स और लॉल बोल रहा है. लॉल और डोटा 2. और वो भी देखा है. वो कौन सा गेम है? वो एक गेम है जिसमें वो लोग है ना गाड़ी पे बैठते हैं ना तो गाड़ी पुश हो जाता है एक साइड से दूसरा साइड. तो एक दूसरे को वो लोग ताबड़तोड़ देते रहते हैं और अल्टीबिलिटी आता है और कुछ तो सब करते रहते हैं. गाड़ी ए टू बी जाना चाहिए तो पॉइंट मिलता है. और वॉच है शायद. वो भी देखा है. सब गेम्स देख के बैठता था यार मैं बचपन से गेमर. जी बिंक्स इन ब्राजील नेक्स्ट ईयर. नहीं अपन एसिटल बिंक्स एकदम खुश है. बंक्स भाई आपकी अल्टी नहीं यूज. हेलो खेल क्यों नहीं रहे हो फिर? व्हाट्सएप देख. कौन सा लीक्स वाला ना देखा. कमेंट नहीं किया बस. बट हमने देखा ड्यूड. वही है क्या पिंकी? बंक्स भाई कुछ खाओ. डीआरएक्स को जिता नहीं दे. ऑप्टिक बहुत फॉर्म में है रे. मतलब इट्स वेरी टफ. मिस ही नहीं कर रहा यार. मिस ही नहीं कर रहा. वेरी नाइस पिंकी जो डाइटिंग कर रही है. ओ तेनू नाइस वन पिंकी. नाइस वन. नाइस. फुल डाइटिंग कर रही पिंकी. बंक्स भाई आप इतने हैंडसम कैसे हो? भगवान का दिया हुआ सब कुछ है. बुर्गर डाइट. बंक्स भाई एनालिसिस करो जैसे आइसलैंड विजिटिव वाले वॉच पार्टी करते थे. इसमें एनालिसिस नहीं है भाई. सारे 5-5 10-10 सेकंड में राउंड्स खत्म कर रहे हैं ऑप्टिक वाले.
Optic fan, they are 2-0 up in this lower bracket. Final best of 5. I'm Yingsu and I'm back here with Mimi, Bola and Achilles. Are you doing okay?
I'm doing fine. Look, at this point, getting the top 3...
Achilles भी अच्छा नाम है ना?
It was already enough to make me content. If they can pick up a map, I will be satisfied. If they can take this to 5 maps, I will be happy. And then if they win the whole thing, I'll be elated. So I'm already good. I'm in the green zone. I'm good.
I mean, honestly, Seth, you gotta keep the copium in a nice, honest place because Optic right now are looking absurd. Fourth time is a
भाई
charm.
बात करने में सबसे अच्छी यही है. क्या बोलते हो?
Such a different game plan than before, and it was so effective.
Yeah, just going back to the same old bread and butter that they actually really improved on this map with. Yeah, maybe it's a little uncomfortable.
Hi, Mimi,
because they're
excuse
not playing
me.
Marved on a controller, for example. You have Victor playing Jet, which is the only map he does it. But they look good. They look
Customers
like the same
cute तो
type
है.
of Optic that brought
Cute
this
तो है,
comp out
cute तो है.
initially, and against DRX too, which is such a good breeze map for them.
I mean,
Thirsty
like Saito was
zero?
saying, time is a flat circle.
एक
We
भी
come
thirsty
back
नहीं
around
मारा
to
है
these two teams clashing on Breeze, and it just seems to be the fact that this is the only team that Optic can beat on Breeze. It just happens
क्लच
to
भी
be
जीरो,
DRX,
क्लच ही
Breeze
नहीं है
happens
भाई
to be one of the
किसी
better
भी
maps.
टीम का.
Look at the opening kills on this one. 13-5. Everyone was able to, for the most
ससुराल
part,
रेड
convert when they got
डरते
those
हैं
openers.
क्या?
Maybe a little not so much when Optic was trying out the double up. But overall, they were so effective at getting those openers, both with Victor and with Ye. Both those players were stepping up big time, but it was definitely another map.
Chat 1K watching, like करो, 2K likes कर दो जल्दी.
It's a lot harder to get value out of him on this map. It was no care for Ye.
Yeah, I also think, like, just looking at the stats here.
Hello Binks
individually,
boy, hello Gaurav.
But still, you're not seeing Buzz even able to get valued that much with the swap back over to Chen. Obviously, played the Raze last time. That was the talking point we had. Yeah, I mean, individually, Optic is definitely fragging out.
Yeah, they just look a little bit scattered. And like you said, even with the chamber being nerfed, Ye is still finding
मेरा
value
in-game
because
name
he's
है.
playing with reckless
अच्छा नाम है.
abandon. He's just getting away with things. He's pushing into elbow, and no one's training him out. He has to run into the corner just so he can rendezvous out to safety. And somehow he doesn't get picked
Optic
off.
India की
Ye
टीम में
is
ना
just
नहीं रे.
feeling so confident right now, and there is no one punishing it.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely lacking some NA copium, aren't we? Speaking of the NA copium, we've had a lot of amazing streamers from all over the world joining us here in Istanbul for Champions. They're going live just across, I think above us actually, our desk here in the VW Arena. Chrissy is actually hanging out with one of them right now. Tarek is awake, chat.
अपना नाम कभी आएगा?
I'm standing here with Tarek, of course. Welcome to Istanbul. How's it been so far?
It's been great.
तारिक पे तारिक पे तारिक.
Don't mind that. But it's been awesome. This booth we got set up here has been amazing for us. We've got all friends and everyone hanging out, so it's been a vibe.
I was gonna ask, what is it like streaming from inside an arena when
मेरा भी
the
same
game's going
question
on
था.
and people are like screaming?
Crazy.
It's between maps right now and it's still pretty loud.
Yeah, it's electric in here, to be honest. I mean, it's not the same vibe as being at home, and I'm actually dialed into the game.
बराबर है.
Like, at
तारिक
home
plus
sometimes,
one
like,
chat.
I watch so long, I start snoozing off. But this has been like an experience that you know, I didn't think we'd ever get to see really. So shout out to Riot for making it happen.
एक और क्वेश्चन हो
Have you
जाए.
gotten to explore any Istanbul yet?
ये ही मेरा
I've been
क्वेश्चन
here
था.
like 3 times. This trip, we didn't explore that much. I know some
Yeah.
of these guys have that we're hanging out with, but I would like to still check stuff out because it's been a while. But Istanbul's beautiful. I mean, there's a lot of stuff.
और
to
क्वेश्चन
do,
चाहिए अपने को.
and,
क्या बोलते हैं?
if we get the chance, hopefully we can.
Yeah, it's been so cool being here. So, obviously we only have a few teams left. So, of the teams that are left, who do you want to take it all?
So I had DRX in my predictions initially, and you know, yeah, it is looking great for them. Well, this last map maybe not so great, but they look really hot. Yesterday was nuts. And,
final question,
I would
Chad,
still be
final
down to see them win. But between them or Optic, I go for them or Optic because I think DRX is a sick team, but Optic's NA. So
Damn, you're gonna do loud like that after they just swept Optic?
no, like loud, like I love the Brazilians, and I am an honorary Brazilian as well. So
Crazy हो रहा है, रुक जाओ.
honestly, whoever wins, I'm happy for it. I'm just happy to be here. It's vibes all around.
I like that, just happy to be here. Okay, separate of this tournament then, if you had to pick 2 teams to be your dream grand finals, who would those 2 teams, regardless of
ये ऊपर का सीट्स देख रहे हो? ये लोग के सामने टीवी कुछ है क्या? क्या है?
Sentinels, obviously, and actually they were supposed to be here, but we didn't really want to. It was a choice of ours. We decided not to. But yeah, Sentinels versus you know what, 100 Thieves. I think that'd be a sick finals matchup. So one day.
one day. All right, one day. Well, thank you so much. This is Tarek. Thank you so much for joining us. Obviously, you've probably seen his streams, but if not, he's co-streaming from this booth, so you should check it out. I'm Chrissy. See you guys in a bit.
Bye. Tariq. Bye, Tariq.
I love that Sentinels made it, technically, through Tarek.
Who could have assumed that was going to be the answer coming out of his mouth? Truly
No,
just caught me off
I
guard.
thought he was going to say Norception versus EDG, honestly.
You asked for some
I'm in
NA
a culture.
You asked for some NA cope. I mean, you just got it, so.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of NA, Optic, they're on the verge of taking this 3-0 today. The pressure is really, really heating up, Barlet, for DRX.
Yeah, I mean, the next couple maps, Fracture, Ascent here. Fracture's a good one. I think DRX have a decent chance of taking it, but Optic picked it, right? They wanted it as this third map, so that's why I'm feeling
Optic
this
ka
might
map
be, yes,
hai.
I mean, Optic are playing with confidence right now, and they've clearly done their homework. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been able to dismantle them on Breeze as easily as they did. But a reverse sweep is necessary for DRX if they want to stay in this tournament, if they want to make it to the grand final. Fracture has to be the staging ground.
It really does, and the pressure has built up to a crushing point here for DRX. This is the team that in the past has crumbled under that pressure. Thus far, they've been able to stay away from it at this tournament, have already kind of usurped their expectation, made it past that 5th, 6th point, but now they want something more. They want to do better than their former Korean brethren there in New Turn. But it's a very tough position because no one in an international BO5 has ever made the reverse sweep happen.
Nobody has even really attempted it either. Whenever a team's gone up 2-0, it's just gone to 3-0, right? There's barely been...
पानी पी लेता भाई पानी पीना मत भूलो यार पानी पियो
DRX beat them up Fracture last time they played, and then obviously I think Optic is struggling a little on the scent.
They're breaking curses.
They are, and if they could just go ahead and add another record to the tally, so be it. Screw it. Throw it on there. Let's just get it done. A reverse sweep, the first one ever, and the highest placement for a Korean team. To date, I mean, it would just be fantastic to see, but the pressure is mounting. Like you said, Mimi,
Chalo, map 3.
This is the point where normally they would crumble. This time, though, they need to turn into diamonds. They need to work with the pressure. They need to ascend into diamond-like beings.
क्या लगता है जट कमबैक हो सकता है क्या एक मैप जीत पाएगा क्या DRX या ऑप्टिक इतना ओवर पावर्ड है आज फुल फॉर्म में क्या लगता है Can DRX win one map?
Series, he's absolutely been on point. And in this map, my focus is going to be on RB. Last time this team was under pressure, he stepped up on the Neon and helped them push it over the line.
Well, we're into the Prime Gaming Agent Select here. Very crucial map for both teams. And Mimi, like you said, it's going to be a lot of Neon battles here.
Yeah, and for Optic, it does look like they returned back to that same Neon
competition.
Victor, he didn't really have to do a lot when he was playing on that jet, but this is the map where the pressure's with him.
This is a repeat of both their comps. Neither team changed it at all. It's the classic Optic comp. And then DRX is like a little spin on it, right? They have the fade in this instead. So last time they played, it was a really big win for DRX. They went up 11-1 on that first half. This time, Optic's choosing into them, and they'll get the chance. DRX has to start on attack, which is different as well. RB versus Victor, I mean, you said it, Mimi. This is the one that I'm looking at. This head-to-head means so much.
Yeah, of course. They're running the Optic comp as well, Achilles. What can they do? How do they actually turn this around?
It's really tough, just given how Optic are performing right now, but I think that really...
ये क्या हो गया हेलो
Thinking about how they lost in those first two, they have to look at this as just a best of one right now. And just take it one map at a time, shake off the past, focus. You know that you can play cleanly on this series. You beat Fnatic quite handedly. Do it again now for some.
If DRX can survive this map, the rest of the series is very doable for them. They just have to rally. It's about the mental game now.
Well, no one has ever reverse swept here on the international stage. And if DRX want to break another curse, they have to start right here. Over to you, Saisho and Brent.
Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, beautiful setup as well, talking about it, because this is it, the pressure moment. It's all building on these players on the stage. And really, a big question is going to be asked of DRX. They're going to let that green wall just sweep all of them out of this tournament right here, right now, or are you actually going to be able to step up to the plate as we head into Fracture?
And we've seen both sides of the coin from DRX. And a player that is
going
to be in the pivotal position for Fracture.
सुनो, जब तक ये सब हो रहा है, मेरे को एक बात बताओ, आज रात को 12 बजे के बाद मैं करूँ लोको डू वांट में या सीधा कल करूँ क्योंकि कल मुझे वाईटी भी करने का है इवेंट जाने से पहले आई हैव टू डू बोथ वाईटी एंड लोको दोनों करना है मेरे को समझ रहे हो कल मुझे 2 काम है प्लस आई हैव टू डू लोको आई हैव टू डू वाईटी और मेरे को सलून जाना है फिर मेरे को इवेंट में जाना है 6 काम करना है लोगों क्या करोगे आरफी करेंगे और क्या करेंगे मैं सोच रहा इसके बाद हम थोड़ा वैलो खेलते हैं अब इसके बाद वैलो खेलते हैं 12-12:30 बजे तक फिर अपन लोगों को
pistol round. You can see Abby's given a lot of freedom, free space as well. No one really contesting this one. In fact, the only player
by retake 5v5 retake after a long time. आ जाओ
enough to play off
retake
of.
देखते हैं.
It will be a free plant. What this means though is that Optic are going to be going for a fast flank. You can see the 3 of them.
Smoke
off the trip. That's going to be hurt though by Stacks.
And Stax has a flash.
Backup
Try and
बुला रहा है.
pressure this kind of position.
Oh, and how does he want to play this?
Jiggle पे.
It's Mako taking contact here.
Stun. Aftershock, that does take the contact into the volley as well. But a kill still flooding through. Nice little right click with the flash. Pushing them back for about a moment. Once more, Optic trading out the kills. But Mako is low.
Retake.
See if he can hold this angle down. RB is cooking. On the top of the site right now, finding the kills.
RB
3 in the round. And he's looking for the 4th. Him and his teammate just trying to put pressure on it and apply it with time running so low. It looks like Mav has no outs, has no options. And even if he gets the final kill, the pistol round goes the way of DRX.
Guys, अच्छा खेला DRX ने.
RB,
मेरे को
there
लगा
have
हो
been
गया
questions
retake.
about him. Is he a big game player? Can he step up when it matters? He's never been in a bigger game than this.
No.
And what a start. He managed to get into the site there and was taking long-range fights with
DRX have a 7-1 record on fracture. मतलब DRX ने सिर्फ 8 मैप खेला fracture. हाँ? मैंने कितना रैंड गेम खेला मन में? कम से कम 200 fracture मैप खेला.
This map continues. The last time these two teams played, we said it was a blowout in Optic's direction for Breeze. This one was a blowout for DRX. The last time they played at Copenhagen, it was 13-5.
The set play, the damage is definitely being done. Optic are making this more than dangerous because it's just down to Mako. What a difference. What a change in pace. They absolutely crunched them. A fault line into the flash.
Excuse me?
Mako has been having a good tournament. Even a good series at times. This guy has been the big game player.
Oh, and look at
Mako
this.
bye.
I mean, the Optic guys have no idea where he is.
Mako bye.
The trademark got smoked off
Guns
earlier
लेने
on,
मत दो Mako
and they're
bye.
re-clearing these spots. At some point here, do they think he might have rotated B?
Mako हंस रहा है.
Mako's got to know that they've reclaimed a couple of these guns. But if you cut noise, you've got to expect that it could be planted over towards B. Yeah, he found patience. What a risk.
ये नहीं करना था.
But as Ye disappears, that might have been his only opportunity to get things down into a 1v2. However, all of this patience is giving him a free spike plant.
Yeah.
He still has a molly, but there's no way that Mako thinks he's safe to get the plant and reposition. He's got to anticipate that there's at least one player here on A. He saw Ye disappear in this direction, though. As soon as the molly's committed, he's got to go for the plant.
Breaks a trademark, cuts off that one angle.
वो बेचारा
There's
देख
going to be
रहा
that
है.
free plant. The players of Optic well.
Winnable है क्या? Winnable है क्या? इको है वो लोग.
Very low on Victor. Ye is the first shot. The first fight. It gets taken down. Mako unable to make something of the moment, but he did play it relatively well.
ये trap क्या
So
सामने
much
से
tension
trap
there in
late
that
डाला ना
moment for
उसने.
DRX.
Trap trigger होने को time लगता है ना 1 second.
And the other 4 players, all of their hopes rest upon Mako's shoulders. Because that is a disastrous
मार
round
देना
for
चाहिए था
him.
मेरे हिसाब से.
After RB just won the pistol round for you,
Look at this again.
the flash play, and it all goes wrong.
And it's one
भाई
after the
अच्छा
other.
था ना counter stun.
Just a small amount of utility.
What is that from FNS as well? What is that second kill onto Stacks? The headshot
Double
with the
spray down with the
Riff हो
frenzy.
गया.
ludicrous.
He's smiling. He knows that they got away with murder there to a degree.
But it was the read on DRX's sand play.
Yeah.
That's the big thing.
Really ready for it.
Is that Optic picked the perfect timing to throw that flash and crunch
white
them while
मत
they're
करो, chill
vulnerable,
करो, नहीं कर
while they're
सकते रे, chill.
midway through getting to the site.
You have to always respect the
Misfire there.
words.
Stun goes wide. Have to clear out these corners though.
And a similar setup defensively to the pistol
Oh,
round.
they're crunching them.
4 players on a B, pushing out aggressively. Only Ye to collect on A.
They've got the players contained, but okay, Optic are backing away. Not willing to take a long-range fight.
And DRX need to group up here to try and overwhelm an individual. Now that they've cut a bit of
Oh, ये
noise,
play
though,
अच्छा है, ये
Optic's
play अच्छा
defense
हो रहा है.
looking far more standard.
ये अच्छा खेल रहा है.
3A,
ये अच्छा खेल रहा है DRX round.
2B.
सिर्फ
And Victor
इको है.
Crashes
इको
don't
नहीं
have
रहता
great
तो
info
निकाल
for
लेते
us.
थे round ये लोग.
So
ये
downside
कहाँ
of
जा
these
रहा है
neon
लोग?
comps is comes down to those early pick
Amen.
plays. If you're unable to get value out of
पूरा
it,
info मिल गया.
you don't really have too many tools to try and push back and approach. 45 seconds left in this round though.
अभी?
DRX are making sure that they don't take too many unnecessary risks.
अभी क्या
Really
करेंगे
trying to
बे?
maximize what they can get out of this eco.
Crashes through a 0 point that cleared out holes, and it set up this double push from Optic. And now
पीछे
DRX
देखो,
are getting pinched
आवाज
from
आ
both
रहा है.
sides,
Pinched
and they
again.
don't
पीछे
even
देखो
know.
आवाज आ रहा है.
Who's watching this one? The answer is nobody. And RB goes down. He's supposed to be the light at the end of the tunnel, still trading out the kills.
20 seconds!
20 seconds left in the round.
The avenue to A was open for a second, but FNS is going to get there before the rest of the DRX players.
Yep, and time really just running down low here with just the Spectre and the Bulldog. There's 8 seconds remaining, and they've got the watch on the crossfire. Tries the bunny hop across.
थोड़ा सा पीछे से whiff हो गया chat.
And so far, there is a very clear...
Just saying, award function 8 PM है. 8 PM award function है, मतलब 7 बजे तक वहाँ पहुँचना पड़ेगा. 7 बजे तक पहुँचना पड़ेगा मतलब यहाँ से कम 5:30 बजे मेरे को निकलना पड़ेगा. 5:30 बजे निकलना पड़ेगा मतलब मेरे को 2 घंटा तो मिनिमम 3 घंटा पकड़. 3 बजे मेरे को वाईटी करना पड़ेगा. 3 घंटा वाईटी. और आज रात को लोको ना हो पाया तो मेरे को लोको भी 5 घंटा तो उधर काम में जाएगा. फिर मेरे को 2 और फाफी फेट वाले काम है वो करना है जिसमें से 1-1.5 घंटा लगेगा. कल मेरी बुंड है, सलून भी जाने का. फक.
Towards arcade, but they could wrap under tunnel. Love this smoke as well that Marv has put down. Creates a lot of pressure for these DRX guys. They're going to have to be diligent in terms of how they push
through it.
Yeah.
They don't really have any big tools to try and...
But at some point, Optic are going to flank through tunnel and try to add a bit of a punish into that.
Yeah. Just layers upon the conditioning that they're just trying to set down. A spike from DRX. I mean, they've got roughly a minute in the round, but they are...
ये राउंड जीत जाए यार DRX, थोड़ा कॉन्फिडेंस आ जाएगा उनको.
This point in the round is normally where Optic are pushing
अच्छी टीम है
out
DRX
one of the
एक्शन में अच्छी
spawns
टीम
and trying to get to the other area.
है.
But
Optic
Ye
का फॉर्म
hasn't
में कुछ
heard
कर नहीं
anything in
सकते.
halls. So these B players are holding solid and trusting Ye.
Like jiggle, flash over the top. RB looks like they're trying to fake a play with his engagement, and he's so deep into the side already. He's going to be found.
Rocket launcher निकाल रहे थे.
And he's winning. Winning out the fight, but only for a moment of time because Ye is still present, still waiting.
वो भी shot लगता
The operator in his hand. Find the one, a bit of a pre-fire. Trying to put that instinct to the test.
Mako has his orbital strike online. Oh, FNS almost getting caught there.
The rolling thunder. Stacks is going to be caught here. Surely Pincer. Crashes tries to supplement him, but that's Buzz just helping him out. Is that 1-for-1 on either side of things here, and Buzz needs to be the big game player. He needs to make magic for them, but he is also shut down. Just left up to Mako. A wider swing from Victor. He does make the most of it. Orbital strike in his hands, and timing is everything. FNS forced to take the fight up close and personal.
And now Mako may have repositioned, so the pressure is really on Ye.
And the clock is ticking. Ye has to find a shot, has to make his mark, but right now, even with the kill, Mako has done enough.
JPL.
What a star this guy has been all tournament long.
भाई Mako क्या खेला
यार?
यार?
From Mako, I was so scared because his positioning looked really poor.
अच्छा खेला Mako.
As soon as he got the spike plant down, orbital strike got online, and he just stayed tucked on top of the spike. But the way he actually used his ult was great. Perfectly timed to force this push.
And it forces a 1v1.
It forces the 1v1, and it threatens like he could have pushed towards sand.
Nice round.
Obfuscates all the movement.
And that gets DRX back in the game. What a cool round as well. If you remember back, they also had the fake from RB to even set up for the plan to get down in the first.
क्या Neon एक Dragon Ball Z उठा पाएगा?
DRX do win the round, but they ended up losing everybody in the process, so it's a half armor across the board to try and buy into it.
I'm out of here.
It's quite a similar defensive setup.
And that looks like a play that's just ready and waiting. There was a phone line to try and stop that as soon as the fast lane came up. The DRX are not being pushed back at RB! What is that? Melted into an absolute puddle at the top of the stairs. You just can't withstand that much utility.
DRX selected in a difficult position, but they're fighting their way out of it.
How are they doing this? Buzz!
Hello?
Absolute maniac positioning. And they've isolated so many of these fights now, it's come down to the 1v1.
He knows where Ye was. He's tagged him down to 3 HP, but he still thinks that the chamber player for Optic is going to be over towards the arcade side. And Ye's already wrapped.
Really, really fast timing here that Ye is being able to take. Tour de force versus just a rifle, but Ye is on 3 health, and it comes down to just the reactions. And Ye on top once more. The chamber diff manifesting itself.
And a small shrug from El Diablo. What do you expect? What do you expect? Of course, Ye's good for it with 3 HP. But what a valiant effort from DRX. This one, so close. I mean, Buzz
Ball
milliseconds away from adjusting his mouse,
Buzz बड़क गया.
and that frustration, supremely understandable.
So close. It's an important round for DRX to try and take away, because now the money is getting reset back down to an eco.
And previously, if you're able to cast your memory all the way back to Copenhagen when these two teams played on Fracture, DRX's fast rounds, like that engage with RB zipping into tower, they were destroying Optic.
It was a difference maker.
And this time around, Optic, even though two of their players in tower were stunned up by the Rolling Thunder, they still put out enough utility to eviscerate RB on the entry.
Just more than ready for it.
Optic have been ready for everything that DRX have thrown at them in this series. Chet is certainly earning his salary.
Yeah. Serious legwork getting put in the prep department.
ये लोग बी एग्जीक्यूट स्ट्रांग है लेकिन
This
DRX
is
का
a round where most of it rests
अच्छा है
upon
लोग का.
Buzz's shoulders. Tour de force. And you know that Optic have been playing aggressively. That looked like a wallbang for a moment there, but not quite. 0 damage done to Crashies. And Buzz is going to take that operator standing and move it elsewhere on the map, seeing if he can find anything.
Optic going for a reclear of horse
Hey,
here.
Spike अकेला नहीं.
Positioning, they're not
अकेला नहीं.
anywhere,
Stacks,
just
please.
a trademark on Dish actually, which is where
Spike
most of the
अकेला
DRX
नहीं,
players
please.
are finding themselves. Smokes drop down, just try and get themselves into the site. Ye is still there, and he was stunned up. One after the other. They just seem to be crumbling. Mako with the pistol makes it work somehow. It looks like he's using a rifle. Orb going to be taken just for the high value play. But the round, nevertheless, will go the way of Optic.
ये भर रहा है chat.
Optic clean up off the back of Ye hitting some fabulous shots. I mean, the opener onto RB. RB should have the site for free here. He really should.
Oh my goodness.
And it just doesn't matter. It really
क्या
doesn't matter.
ये?
And that is just...
There's a massive gun difference there, of course, but Ye was getting that no matter what. And DRX here are forced to
Stun
take
में
the
मार
time.
रहे भाई.
Bren, I think it
इससे
just
ज़्यादा क्या ही
bears
कर सकते
reminding
वो लोग.
everybody again. Breeze and Fracture are two of the...
अगर हमारे फॉर्सेकन भैया ने गाने किया था इंडियन ने वो लोग को परफॉर्म करना पड़ेगा बे. वो छोड़ो, पास स्टोरी हो, वो जान दो. अभी performance is the key.
Ban 2 maps. I mean,
Performance
DRX,
is the
even
key
with
to
just the one,
success.
Still managed to work out a pretty solid map pool across the board for them.
Yeah, DRX have demonstrated an extremely deep map pool. But today, that's not what it's about.
तो अभी ये सोचते हैं कि ऑप्टिक 3-0 जीत गया. ठीक है, अगर ऑप्टिक 3-0 जीत गया तो ये लोग के पास से मोमेंटम एंड एनर्जी एंड पॉजिटिविटी बराबर फॉर द फाइनल्स. बट जो फाइनल्स में टीम बैठ के है वो लोग एकदम पीछे रिलैक्स करके एचडी टीवी में सब कुछ देख रहे हैं. सो वो लोग इंस्टेंट काउंटर स्ट्रैट्स बना रहे रहेंगे अभी अपने. एक्सक्यूज मी, ये क्या है रे? ये क्या है बे? आयरन मैन और व्हाट? तो कल क्या हो सकता है? पॉजिटिविटी वाला जीतेगा, काउंटर स्ट्रैट्स वाला.
Cool, calm and collected, the players popping off, but they are trying to carve out their spot in VCT history.
DRX with massive ultimates to work with here as we get back into the game. RB up in the pace.
Japanese
Enormous.
Stuns, laid across, he doesn't know where to look.
And Victor again, another player stunned up, killing RB.
Just absolutely ridiculous. The knife will cut across though. It's causing a lot of confusion into the side as well as the sound cues are going to be cut away. Is it going to be a replay through into the double doors? Yes, Zest wants to take the fight to them. Opens it wide, but they are backing out. But the spike is still heavily disjointed. There's a gap between them and a re-clear. Optic on the fly, improvisation. And Mako is the one that just shuts it down.
Mako has made this one winnable. FNS v Stacks, the Breach battle, the IGL battle as well. And FNS has definitely been the better player today.
He's lost track of his opposition. Stacks has just played him like a fool.
Slinked away.
And he's going to be able to get a free plant onto B.
Mako bhai dher hai bhai.
With 30 seconds into the round, plenty of time to
30
plant.
seconds left.
He's got one fault line to work with. Stacks has got to have a decent read that FNS is still on the A side. Whereabouts?
Knife leke bago, knife leke bago.
You wouldn't expect Stacks to really use
Candy
the
को use करेगा कल से अपन भी.
Instead, trying to cut off the rotate. And this is going to be an aim duel in Spawn.
Comes down to this. Reaction straight up. The players. But Stacks wins it through. Lovely, lovely reposition. So intelligent to take the fight before FNS was ready.
Close था यार.
Very nice play from Stacks. Winning an
Mako form
important
में आ
round
चुके. बाकी
that
लोग को आना
Mako
पड़ेगा.
made possible. Look at this from Mako. Spray transfer takes down Marv.
last
Perfect aim
bullet.
reset onto Crashies as well. Mako's
यार
been
ये
the
तो
demon
सबसे
so
cute
far.
है यार Stacks.
It feels like he's the only player
Stacks
that's able to
सबसे cute
access his form throughout the tournament in this series. The rest of DRX not able to get up to their peak when it matters.
A lot of ults online though, on the side of Optic. Again, that fast play,
Full
smoked
sound
off
आ रहा
over
है
towards
वो लोग को.
Arcade, just grabbing the orb up. So they do have now 4 ultimates to utilize.
And Victor's only got a stinger, but he can pop his ult at any point here. It is so difficult for DRX to get the spike down. There's Rolling Thunder, Orbital Strike to try and push these things away. So for DRX, you almost want to generate advantages for yourself
भाई
before you
3
ever
ulti
execute.
है.
Honestly,
4
I think
ulti है
DRX
उनके
in
पास.
this
Optic
scenario
के
might be
पास.
to take the fight to them in spawn, but it
पूरा
feels like
retake.
Optic have read it.
Yeah,
Look at their
retake.
positioning right now.
I would definitely agree with that.
वो लोग को लड़ना ही
Optic
पड़ेगा
are
सीधा.
expecting some form of aggression towards Generator. Contact's going to be taken by Crashes here with just
सीधा
a slight
CT
jiggle
घुस के
of the
मारो.
movement. Spots a player. Not sure if he's willing to overstep himself here, but there we go. Stun's going to be laid down. A flash is good. I'll be taking so much damage. Down to 13 health, a bit of counter spam now to Rolling Thunder. Is there going to be time to strike?
Oh, the Adel
Yes,
Baap re
one after the
baap.
other. It's all comboed up. But again,
Mako ne
it's
do
down to
mare.
Mako to be the hero when they need it most. Finding
mare.
kill after kill. And the utility just a little bit too late. And as Crash's ultimate is going to fade, Mako now has access to his own ultimate. 3 kills in the round. And a crossfire setup. Test the reset. Cool, calm, and collected. And it leaves it down to Marv.
Line up.
That molly looked like it missed.
There might be a gap.
There is definitely, just a, not
Gap
quite.
है ही नहीं.
And it's a bit of a bait. As soon as it's tapped, the orbital strike comes down. And time is just being removed. Marv has to force the issue. He has to take the fight to them. But it's just unwinnable. When Mako's in form like this, he has been the hero for DRX.
क्या मार रहे हैं Mako?
When times get tough, you need leaders to step up
Replay दिखाओ
and
जरा.
demonstrate the way forwards. And that is what Mako is doing today.
ये अच्छा
He's
था.
leading by example for the rest of DRX. Tapping into that primal energy. He's 13 and 6, inspiring from the front.
वो कहाँ से है?
And making this series still look like
Nice
it's doable for DRX.
Nice one DRX.
RB with a bit of a jiggle. And it's aggression from DRX. On the other side of the map.
ये ने one taps दे
Chamber
दिया.
battle's still happening here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's just instantly traded it out, but he is contained. Marv. Prowl on a running click. Oh, Stacks just waiting
काट
right
दिया
into him.
Prowler ने.
And utility is going to be used here. Evanes does not want to miss his chance to strike. Moves down forwards onto the site. But as soon as you can blink,
Mako
DRX
गुस्सा आ
close
गया
out the
भाई.
round.
Mako को गुस्सा आ
It
रहा है.
feels like such a long time since DRX have had the lead in this game.
FNS
in
ने
this
Mako को
series.
uninstall करने बोला था भड़क गया अभी. वो हो सकता
Discounting pistol rounds.
है. वो हो सकता है.
They just haven't been able
Possible
to
है.
get a foothold into these maps. Now, Optic forced to take a timeout.
A bit of a
Yeah! Let's
Crowd.
go
Feels
DRX!
split.
Come on, chat!
Even down the middle
Let's
almost.
go
but
DRX!
Just because we are
Let's go
right next to the
DRX!
DRX cheer
Full
squad.
support, full support. यार मैं तो चाहता पूरा इवेंट ही DRX जीत जाए यार प्लीज. कोई सुन सकता है मेरे को पूरा इवेंट DRX जीत जाए यार. शाह मेरा फेवरेटेस्ट टीम है यार. DRX भाई सच्ची फैक्ट बात है. जब मैं फैदा हुआ था ना फैदा तभी मेरे मुंह से मम्मी फाफा नहीं आया था. सबसे पहला वर्ड मेरे मुंह से आया था DRX. नर्स भी क्वेश्चन मार्क हो गई थी. नर्स भी लाइक व्हाट इज दिस. ऐसा है.
The trades have been enough.
ए वो उसकी तरह दिखता है बे. वो वाइपर के पीछे जो था ना वो एडमिरल बुलडॉग जैसा ना. जिसको रोटेटो पता है उसको मालूम रहेगा एक
It's given him
रेफरेंस.
that edge. A narrow lead by one singular round. And timeout by Optic as they want to put a stop to it. 3 rounds in a row for DRX.
पैदा होते ही बोलने लगा था क्या और?
And this is going to be a clash towards Tree. Yeah, he wants to take his op in this direction, and the whole of DRX are waiting.
This fight is going to be pivotal. Holds the angle, dodges the stuns, actually doesn't move forwards.
यार ये बंदा हिलता ही नहीं है भाई.
This angle?
That's what I mean.
Normally you would use a prowler
हिलता ही
here.
नहीं है.
How much do you want to use for it? The Rolling Thunder. That is a lot of respect being shown. Yay. Teleporting at the very final last moment. Victor is in so much trouble. Has to back away to the front side. Jenny
क्या हो रहा है ये? क्या हो रहा है?
Points exactly
क्या
where
हो
he
रहा
is.
है भाई?
Still
समझ
Mark
में
answers
नहीं आ रहा है
back.
क्या हो रहा है?
Coming through close to the side.
क्या
And a fast
भसड़ है
retake
भाई?
is-
अबे ऐसा कौन खेलता है भाई? क्या भसड़ काहे मचा रहे हो? आराम आराम से खेलो ना. ये क्या है? चैट ये लेवल पे तुम में से कोई खेल पाएगा? हाँ क्या भसड़ मचा रहे हैं लोग? देखे तो देखे कहा, करे तो करे क्या? यहां से वॉल 4 स्मोक फ्लैश फर्स्ट किल मॉली स्टन काउंटर फ्लैश. 1 सेकंड में कम से कम 15 एबिलिटीज.
That's from the Korean squad. That is the kind of B exec that was booming Optic last time at
मैंने तो
Copenhagen.
बोला था
Past.
DRX का बी एग्जीक्यूट बहुत
Can we
प्यारा
just
है.
run it back again?
बोला
It
था
looks
अच्छा.
like a little bit of a difference in pace, but still all 5 players leaning towards B.
To break down some of the utility that is going their way, but yeah, only Ye holding down the A side with a tour de force. And if the RX choose the wrong gamble here, if they don't do their homework
यार
ahead
इसमें
of
फ्रेंडली
time,
फायर
they're
आना
just
चाहिए.
poking
मजा
out, feeling out
आएगा.
where Optic could be. That's going to be the nightfall.
सब एक दूसरे को
Any
भरेंगे.
tags, yep, onto 2 of the players. FNS and Crashies are now going to be locked down onto the site. No sound to work off of now, but the utility is going to be used in this exchange on either side. Crashies sitting, waiting in the corner. It's chaos and pandemonium, but RB, he does create the space and his team can capitalize. Sweeping through the site.
समझ में
And
नहीं आ रहा
Brent,
है.
since that timeout, DRX have woken up. The players are much more coordinated now. They're swinging off each other with confidence. I feel like Marco has held the line long enough for the other players to activate. But never count yet.
Too soon. It's lovely confidence. Shut down El Diablo before he can get started with another one of those Twitter clips.
सिंगर कनेक्ट हो रही है.
They found the opening 2 picks in that round, Brent. The DRX engage into the site. But here's another crazy stat for you. When they've been losing a player in this half, they've still won 45% of their 4v5 rounds, DRX.
Okay.
That's the power of Marco
क्यूट
clutching.
है यार स्टैक्स
Marco
यार.
clutching the coordination of the
पप्पी
utility.
देने का
and
मन कर रहा है
offset
उसको.
at disadvantage.
When you're winning nearly half of the time when you give up the first pick, something's going extremely right.
We're going to see another clash early on. That's disrespect being shown! And just plays not being made. Not enough. Zest tries to trade him out. Help out his teammate. But 2 players gone in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, very fast play.
You want to play?
Trademark there, goes off. It's going to slow all of these players up that were trying to burst out through A main.
Yeah.
So difficult for them to break through that barrage.
DRX are going to be forced into a different direction now. Maka just holding space in sand. Worked his way into that deeper corner. But Optic are holding with 3 players on drop. Very unorthodox when it comes to this defensive positioning.
But at the same time, I feel like DRX might be able to get a read on this. They knew that there was 2 players up there to begin with.
Oh, wow.
And they've either pushed, as they are now, or they're still there.
It's a hard rotation here from Optic.
चेक नहीं कर रहा, अभी चेक कर रहे
Leaves
हैं.
just Marved alive, but he does have that
वो लोग
ultimate to
कुछ
try and
देख ही
stop
नहीं रहे,
this.
देखना.
The more the noise gets cut, the more time that gets bled off the clock here.
Confidence की क्या है?
Means it's going to be even more difficult to try and get a clean spike planted for DRX.
Stax currently has the spike. If they gave it to Mako, he'd have his orbital strike online,
30
but Mako's
seconds left.
positioning is good.
He doesn't want to give this one up. Fault line into the corner. This is going to give Marved a bit of information, knowledge, and they're holding, waiting for the time, but it is running so low. And what is going to stop this orbital strike? A plant into dead center, not opting to use it.
If anyone could win this round, it would be Mako. There's no follow-up off the back of the stun.
Right to the side, Maka doesn't break. He doesn't want to reveal his position with the Vandal in his hand. Holding up close and personal now. Now the no command. And Optic look to try and take a fast retake. The sidestep of the movement. FNS, he wins out the first fight, the first layer of it. And now the rolling thunder into the orbital strike. Stax cannot withstand it.
अच्छा last round था.
Optic claim their 5th round in this half.
Last round था. मैं बोला है 2v5 में सीधा 2 ulti पेल दिस. Sis.
The Prime came in flawless, and Optic in control. This map is finally competitive between these two teams. It feels like DRX have a chance. But remember, last time they played it in Copenhagen, it was a blowout. So this is already Optic performing better than expected. The second half could go in any direction.
But they have that narrow lead. Making it slip. Let's look down to the best to break down the first half of this map.
Creative.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for all the likes and subscribe. We are on a road to 1 million chat. ठीक है. अब मेरे को भी मालूम है आपको भी यहाँ पे वो लोग का एनालिसिस सुनने का मन कर रहा है, लेकिन मेक श्योर टू लाइक एंड डोंट फॉरगेट, ओके? बेल आइकन दबाओ, सब कुछ जो भी बटन्स दिख रहा है आपको स्क्रीन पे सारे बटन दबाओ, ठीक है?
Mako, the figures that he's been able to put up, the clutches that he's been able to find, just absolutely monstrous performance of the Brimstone.
If it wasn't for him, they would not have been fighting.
भाई मागा को जो फोटो ले उसमें पसीना आ रहा है. Just saying.
Rolling Thunder straight into Orbital Strike. They even have Victor sprinting in, but Mako makes the perfect play through the smoke to punish off of that push. And in the end, he closes out this round for them as well. Punishes Optic, continuing to aggress, and his utility in the post lane keeps them in it. It was Mako who built time for this team to awaken, and now they are awake.
There's a lot of hero plays in the first half we saw on Fracture, but going into the attack side for Optic, Vola, Victor, he needs to stand out.
Yeah, he definitely does. RB clearly pushed the base a lot of times on that first half, but Victor needs to do the same thing here. And yeah, sure, attack is kind of the bread and butter for Optic on this map. 62% win rate, but it's a 7-5 half. This is still something where Victor has to be having a good game, because other than that, right, you have Mako firing on all cylinders. You need to have somebody who can disrupt what DRX is putting out there for the defense.
Yeah, a lot of this does come down to the pistol round. If DRX
भाई इतना बड़ा कैमरा पकड़ के उसको घूमना है यार पूरा टाइम.
forward, but we've seen Optic, they're really good at these attack side comebacks.
Yeah, I think it has to be a pistol round win here for DRX, because 7-5, I don't think it cuts it. Optic is still so good at this map, and DRX, their defense has been weak at times.
Well, DRX, they have to win here, otherwise this is going to be the last map we see of them of this entire year. Bren and Sideshow, let's see if they can secure this map.
And it is opportunities abound to really...
Just saying, दोनों duelist आप देख सकते हो, दोनों के दोनों ड्यूलिस्ट एकदम क्यूट से गाना गा रहे हैं, एकदम समझ रहे हो?
RB again. RB, the player that has the opportunity to set the momentum, but both of these teams looking like they're going for fast plays in opposite directions.
Straight up, fight being taken. The knife gets info, Crashy wants a little bit more. The opening kill, a bit of a spray down there with a frenzy. He will eventually be taken out. Victor though, slowing it down ever so slightly.
And it's just a clockwise turn around the map. Optic going fast up tree as the rest of DRX push out Arcade, and they swap sides.
There's a 4v4. Spike's going to get planted now, and it comes down to these Optic post-plant positionings. A lot of them facing towards Arcade. Now Optic holding this now with many players. A high-low setup. Zest could be in a lot of trouble.
The Prowler there is good. It gets information that there's two players at least in Arcade.
Mera lineup.
There's a flash. A concussion blast on the other side as well.
There has to be some sort of pressure being relieved as well, and this is going to be coming from DRX as well. At the front of the site, fault line! The stun is going to be connecting, but the ghost shots are going wide. And time is running low. The backstab, you can whip this! One right click will do it, but sticking to the fuse! It's down to Zest! Half on the clock, and FNS clutches him once more. Sealing it for his team.
What a day from FNS.
Hello?
Optic take the pistol and look to tie things up at 6 apiece. And FNS is able to deal with the pressure in front. Has the presence of mind to block the diffuse, and I think at that point he just won on time anyway.
He did.
But he turns around and deals with Zest for good measure.
Unreal scenes from the IGL of Optic.
Now above Yay on Fracture, after already coming out with some super pivotal rounds. But we saw in the first half. The anti...
अभी समझा एमएन कैसा करते हैं? क्लियर. हाँ, stun, neon stun, बाद में flash. कोई कुछ नहीं कर सकता वहाँ पर.
There's no gamble towards the right.
ऐसा होता है.
It's going to be another free plan.
एमएन controller अपना rank game में देखो क्या होता है.
Last time these two teams played on Fracture, DRX were able to get that spike down so consistently. Optic giving them a taste of their own medicine. Dash and a skip and a hop over the way. That does cut up the angles. Enough, and now a bit of a pincer from behind.
भैया ने
That's shut
clutch
down
किया है,
easily
कोई सीन
enough.
नहीं.
Yay and Marv comboing together there, picking up the kills and tying us level.
7-7.
देखा ना chat?
DRX still need to maintain an aggressive look on the defense. They can't afford to get scared. Normally, it's going to be the defensive teams on Fracture that set the pace. And we're looking towards RB at the bottom of the table, 7-14.
ये सबकी
But
गुंड मार
he's
क्या
doing a
language
good
है
job
भाई?
on the entry in terms of creating that space and fulfilling his role. Looks like his job is going to be to take a peek over at Halls, but all of the tempo being set by the North American team.
It really is. Feels like they've just got an absolute chokehold on this map so far, and it's one side.
बोहिन भाई दिखाई दिया हाँ क्या?
Be exploring a little bit too far there in Halls.
बैट नहीं कर सकते क्या?
Big playthrough of his life, a bit of spam there. They
मेरे को नहीं
expect there to
दिखा.
be almost a reposition, and Buzz, oh, he's in a lot of trouble. Somehow gets one kill.
And the trade there from
मैंने
Marco.
मिस कर दिया यार.
Immaculate, actually.
ये होती है timing.
Puts DRX in a position where
Oh boy.
looking great to refute this, but it's another hero play by FNS, shut down in the end.
भाई जीत सकते हैं
Contained.
DRX.
That is one of the rounds where DRX have to win it.
They had to win it.
I mean,
अपनी
I
स्ट्रीम
love-
पीछे कर. ये तूने आइडिया दिया ना यार. ये ऐसा आइडिया दो ना यार. ऐसा आइडिया दो. रुक जाओ. Let me check.
Ye is currently 10-5 in the series right now for first kills and first deaths. So any time you can punish him,
के बाद भी करेगा ना.
it takes a huge tool out of the arsenal of Optic. With how well FNS has been playing though, they're heading into round 16, a big eco swing round, with a rolling thunder to play with on attack.
Massive.
Here we go immediately.
Yeah. No time wasted. Pure speed. Once more injected into it. It's going to be a molly used pretty early there by Maka. That's to try and stop any sort of aggression that might be coming their way. Guess what? Well,
दिखा.
he wins the opening fight over
दिखा.
Walls.
ऐसा करके पैन गया था साइड से. दिखा.
By being taken, that's off the Prowler and stunned up. Mako, you absolute demon! One after another.
भाई हेलो.
Under the might and gaze of Mako, all will fall.
हेलो.
And Ye opened it up, but this is too much. What a play. 22 kills across 16 rounds
Bro.
here for Marco.
Just insane.
इसको क्या कहते हैं मालूम है? मदर्स नेटिव प्लेस. मदर्स नेटिव प्लेस शॉट कहते हैं इसे. पता है? आइचा गावत शॉट मारा है उसने.
But this has been at times.
हेलो बंक्स भाई क्या हाल चाल? लव फ्रॉम गुजरात. आज आरपी में बहुत मजा आया था भाई. रॉ गेमिंग. थैंक यू मेरी जान.
Marco
थैंक
swings
यू.
through
तू भी
heaven.
आरपी प्लेयर है?
Completely the rest of Optic distracted as he picks up 4 kills. Able to isolate
मदर्स
4
नेटिव
individual
प्लेस
fights.
शॉट मारा यार.
Very nice play by DRX. Because what that's also going to do, Bren, as we think about the future, it's going to make
Maka
Optic
ne bola
more
tumhari
reluctant to run that fast play through
10
Arcade.
seconds left.
And anytime you can keep control of Arcade for free, you allow your focus to drift to the rest of the map.
More
यार मेरे को
importantly,
वो
in the
देखने
immediate
का है.
future
स्लो
as
मोशन
well,
में
Optic
दिखाओ
now
यार.
losing 4 of their guns into this one.
स्लो मोशन में
Dipping
दिखाओ.
into the bank a little bit to try and afford that full buy. So it's going to
Hey.
be most likely the half buy around
Oh.
Ye, who hold on to
B.
that upright, but what a
Char.
play by Mako. I mean, the hero moments.
But the utility is so good as well.
Yeah.
The Prowler detecting the position of Victor. The stun gives him a free kill onto Crash.
भाई चैट ऑडियंस पूरा तुम्हारे जैसे देखा. क्राउड पूरा ऐसा उदास था. ठीक है ऐसा नहीं. पूरा क्राउड ऐसा था. नहीं. जैसे कैमरा दे ये जीत गए. अबे कैसे है भाई? सेम चैट ऑडियंस इज सेम लाइक यू. सेम. समझ रहे हो? ऐसा 1 सेकेंड में जज्बात हालात सब पलट जाते हैं बे. देखा तुम लोग सब सैड थे. हाँ कैमरा जैसे ही वहां पे घुमा डायरेक्ट 360 पलटा बे सब.
But the more the DRX can get a read on where Optic are going on the map, the better they're going to be at shutting it down. And Optic so far in their attack have been running some...
पोपट हो गया. पोपट हो गया. कोई नहीं चिल्लाया यार, बेचारा पोपट हो गया रे। सीस पोपट हो गया।
On the half-buy round, something that Optic have been very dangerous at, remember. On the half-buy round, Optic lean A.
Zest is going to have to be a miracle worker because the man is about to get swamped right now.
I'm not sure they're going to go fast here. I mean, fast with Stingers would be a good idea, but you might want to make it look like it's only A again. It is going to be quick, though.
Yeah, Haunt over the top. Stun bolts.
क्या लाइनअप चाहिए?
Yes, we'll respect it, so he's going to be backing away.
चैट वो लाइनअप देखा?
Into the corner of the side, but this is a dangerous position.
भाई नया चीज देखने को तो मिलता है यार।
Might not want to use it in the half.
भाई नया चीज कसम से देखने को मिलता है।
Crashies has taken the ult orb, so I think they are going to invest ults this round.
Here we go.
Otherwise, you just die. Save it for the next.
Yeah, holding a couple of the abilities. I believe those are the smokes.
This is going to be a big exec, and the Halls players are starting to creep forwards. They've gotten Halls for free.
Prowler's going to be alerting at least some presence. A flash play, Zest and stacks while cleaning it up. And a lovely stun from RB. A great transfer. Just another day in the office.
Sub spray transfer de rahe chat.
DRX deal with that one beautifully as well. The Prowler giving them enough space, and RB coming in. Getting so much more value in these recent rounds.
ये crucial है अभी.
The crowd wants to see a map 4, Bren. They want to see a map 4. DRX are in the lead. Another round like that, and it will seem like an inevitability.
Yeah. Let's go DRX. मैं बोला था एक मैप जीतेगा.
Opportunities to really cement that lead, convert it into a map win.
So it's a half-buy round over towards A, and immediately as soon as...
राशि वाइडी पे स्ट्रीम पे सोच चुका है, मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकता लेजेंड मेरी जान. इतना मैं बोल सकता हूँ कि मैं कभी नहीं सोऊंगा कोई भी वॉच पार्टी.
Does Buzz readjust his crosshair placement?
A bait and switch play maybe?
Yeah, they didn't take it though.
But this is such a tight angle.
Everything on this shot that might be about to be made. The
pressure just overwhelming. He almost got a collateral.
And a clean shooting from Buzz. Beautiful way to open things up for him. And instantly he's going to be forcing out the rotations here. Mako on the side once more trying to anchor, but only the one going to be gained before eventually the trade is there. FNS, another hero play, pushing forwards. Here's the reload! And almost misses the shot, but okay. Reclaim a bit of positioning. Still being fought by RB. There's that confidence we were asking for a little bit prior. Pop flash play though. Crashes is the last player standing for his team. Last bastion of any chance to find their way in this round. And when he's deafened and blinded, can't see a bloody thing. To defuse, fragment nade.
Winnable.
Winnable for him. A lot of damage done, but Buzz has been good for it.
And that round.
मेरे को सिर्फ एक क्वेश्चन है, नियॉन घुस के मारा क्यों नहीं जब वो स्टन और ब्लाइंड दोनों था? नियॉन के पास अल्टी था ना? घुस के मार सकता उसने
Get a free plant down. It was already a 4v5. They used no command to get in. And at that point, the DRX players haven't been able to use their ults to deny the plant, so they're going to use them in the retake. And that forces, in FNS's mind, him and Ye to make an aggressive play. And DRX were ready for it. The problem with that is, of course, you're into a position where the ultimate economy changes, but you also have bad weaponry again. And DRX are now very firmly in the lead, very firmly in control of Fracture.
It looks more and more likely of them being able to take us to that fourth map.
The said it. The series does become somewhat winnable. It should have been winnable starting at Breeze, but we all saw how that one went. But the next maps of Ascent and Haven,
guys, execute.
You can argue that they favor DRX. I mean, maybe Haven is completely even territory, but
execute.
We'll see whether Optic are able to win this one.
Potentially new ground though, when the pressure and the heat has turned up over the course of this series. But gotta this map first. If you are DRX, a beautiful little play there from Optic to try and get themselves into the site.
Does Stax choose to use the Rolling Thunder here to block the plant?
Optic are holding for it. Look at the close positions that they're playing inside of the smoke. Just and it's a replay. Pop flash through. They want to try and take sand control.
Stax got caught before holding the Rolling Thunder. He's not going to make the mistake again. But now they have double ults for retake.
Smoke is causing a lot of issues for them. Prowler over the top, dash down to the side. Damage is being done, but Ye didn't claim the kill. And now the Rolling Thunder. He gives an opening with the horn to their backs. One after the other. Quick reset and a spray down. The overdrive will do nothing in that scenario. And DRX, they go to map point.
भाई 2-0 हारने के बाद ये लेवल का गेम प्ले, हाँ 2-0 हारने के बाद ये लेवल का गेम प्ले, ब्रो what the fucks?
Questions of DRX and the mental resilience. And was that narrative going to rear its head again now that they're in this situation when they're playing to try and reach
reverse sweep
more than the mark set by the predecessors back at Reykjavik in 2021 when Newton made their mark on the scene.
And I do think that this is a different team. This is a team forged in the fires of disappointment and heartbreak. One that knows how to win because they've lost so much. They know how to hold on now.
Seems that way. But one more round is what's required for any chance to try and take away this map here.
And Optic looking like they want to go towards Arcade yet again. Zest didn't use his Nightfall on the previous retake, so he still has such a major tool to work with. And Crashies takes his way as the spike also follows him. This Prowler latches onto Marv, and he's ready to hold his ground.
Yeah. तुम भी रोप्स लो,
Denying some of that
स्मोक चाहिए, तुम
information
मरे तो लग गए. माउंट
This
भाई
is
मेरा
gonna
आवाज
end
आ
up
रहा है,
finishing A.
प्लीज.
DRX have 3 players there ready
रोप्स लो माउंट भाई.
receive it, including Zest who has Nightfall. The Nightfall here could crush a push.
Yeah. It's a lot of utility though that they could temp out onto the side here. That
Why
Stax is
smoke
just trying to
kar
hold
sakte
the
hai?
jump peak. Now it's a fault line, he's going to be stunned up. But it's a play for a play, and now the Nightfall into the flash. A play was attempted. The trade is there though. And now Victor taking space in their spawn. It's a complete wraparound. It's a complete pivot. They flipped the positioning on them, but with only 29 seconds left, it's a hard ass. Still Crashies will lock down the angle. But Maka will not be denied. Spotted into the smoke.
He got caught, and he still got away with one.
And Optic is so indecisive. They don't know where to land with this one. The spike is in no man's land. They have to take it onto the side. The Stax ready and waiting.
Blinded.
He's all but secured it.
Stax
7 seconds left. Just to buy the time. And it's down to Buzz. It has to be stuck. How on earth did Marv get that down?
एक blinded दे दे.
Time now. Against the Buzz. Wants to take a fight. Marved.
यार
Ice
blinded
cold
देते हैं.
and remnants of a past life.
Where has that Marv been all tournament? Glimpses of it when he played the Astro and Pearl.
एक blinded
But
देता है
what a
यार.
round and what a moment. The Red Bull clutch coming out from Marv there. Here you see in the replay him winning the 1v1 at the end on Buzz, but the most difficult part was forcing a fight against Stax. I thought Stax had won it. Stax thought he'd won it.
यार माफ कर दिया यार, क्यूटी भाई. माफ कर दिया.
It's just another moment for DRX to brush off.
Oh!
Brush off they do. Zest once more taking point for them. First kill goes their way as Victor is shut down.
And Crashies gets his null.
Guys, 2.6
have not been credited this tournament.
Like karo, 3k likes karo. 300 log bache.
They've been winning less than 20% of the time when they drop a player early.
Right there.
But Crashies with the ult should be able to open up space.
Yeah, this should take away the tour de force. Pop flash play. TV's back. Not opting to use the ult now, but there is bit of running going on. The jiggle peek once more. That is going to be a tag into the kneecaps. Crashies though. There's the ultimate. Rips through with the rolling thunder. I want to try and combo this. And as this is happening, they're not being shut down. The judge in the back pocket of Buzz. He's dropped Crashies to his knees. And a forward play by Marvs. He's making all the risks in the world, but not enough to take the map away.
Look at that reaction from Buzz. They're fired up. Suddenly, there is life in this Korean squad once more. And the belief is going to re-enter their bones.
DRX Joshua team. They ride the highs and lows of competitive play. They're an emotional
डांस वाला फीलिंग आ रहा है यार. ये भी अच्छा है. ये वाला भी अच्छा था.
easily enough They're not going to mirror the same patterns that we saw at Reykjavik earlier this year when Zeta Division got 3-0'd by Optic in such similar circumstances.
And it is a bright spot in the series, Ben. But remember, there's never been a reverse sweep.
Never.
In a
Bhai,
BO
Marco
final we've had
MVP,
for
bhai,
national.
Marco MVP.
And that map, incredibly favoured towards DRX, I would say, given their recent performances on Fracture. And it required Mako to drop 27 kills across 21 rounds. 27. Can they really keep that up?
खतरनाक था ना 4K.
We'll have to wait and see, but my word, that took something special from DRX in order to push us to map 4.
That's the question, isn't it? How replicatable is it?
And we are heading to the greatest part of BO5 series, where you get to the middle of the map
Let's go,
where
DRX.
both teams are comfortable. The next map coming up,
Let's go.
Ascent.
Come on,
Ascent,
DRX.
a map
You
where
can do it.
Optic play DRX's old triple initiator comp.
It's murky ground from this point.
Can the student beat the master?
That is the question.
It's just going to be a phenomenal series as we head deeper and deeper and get these hero plays and big game moments in the
Music था
big
कुछ भी
game.
बोलो.
Yeah, massive moments across the board, but DRX are not out of the series yet. Gonna go to a short break on the other side of things. Our desk breaking it all down and setting us up.
ये ऑप्टिक का मैप था. Just saying. This was the Optics map. अब DRX फॉर्म में भी है और उनका मैप भी खेलने वाले वो लोग. रिवर्स स्वीप आ रहा है क्या चैट? हाँ? Can we have some reverse sweeps? माको इन कोरियन कौन बोला बे? अनइंस्टॉल सामने आओ. पता नहीं यार. अगर ऑप्टिक हारा ना FNS के लिए बुरा लगेगा. स्ट्रिक्स का मैसेज आया. स्ट्रिक्स का क्या मैसेज आया? मी रेडी. मैंने गाली दिया ही नहीं स्ट्रिक्स को चैट. तुमको लगता है मैंने स्ट्रिक्स को गाली दिया रहेगा? नेवर. नेवर. तेरा बेटा खेल भी रहा है क्या? बीब्स का भी मैसेज आएगा. भाई बस ना, नहीं हो सकता इतना बड़ा कमबैक. क्यों नहीं हो सकता भाई? हो सकता है. हेलो, कमबैक सब हो सकता है भाई. अभी क्योंकि DRX का मैप है. समझ रहे हो चैट? इट्स DRX मैप. कमबैक सब हो सकता है. चैट 3 के लाइक्स ने किया. इतना टाइम है तुम लोग को. लाइक करो. 100 बचे. ओनली 100 फीफल्स.
Certainly not out just yet. I'm Yingsu and I'm back here once again, joined by Mimi, Bola, and Achilles. I feel like we have to just check in on you after every map.
Like
just
I
to make
said,
sure you're
like I
doing
said,
okay.
they got top 3. I'm already contented. They win a map. Now I'm moving into happy territory. It's good. I'm good. No worries.
Are you two good as well? How are you doing?
Feeling great.
Yeah, it was
Feeling
a good
great.
game. I'm finally. I mean, to be honest, that was the first really good game that we had, and that was because Optic obviously they won that first half, and then DRX come all the way back, and it was because of sick plays by Mako.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about Mako.
Yep, the Mako showtime. This guy was absolutely absurd. Throughout this series, and in particular on this map, he was by and away the MVP of DRX. It felt like they needed something to light that fire under them, to get them going again, and he provided that.
He only got one first kill because he was always the one who was finishing the rounds. He was picking up the other 4 that was needed by his squad. 27-13 on the brim, 373 ACS. He's just an absolute monster. Everybody else starting to wake up a little bit by that second half, but I mean, it's just moment after moment of just pure Mako goodness.
He's playing a Brimstone, and yeah, Fracture, you get a lot of value out of Brim always, but he is fragging out, and he was the point in time when he got that clutch that you just saw there. That was when everything flipped. That's when the execute started working out in that first half, and the defense side started rolling right away in that second half.
We've never seen a reverse sweep internationally in Valorant, and I think a big part of that is the emotion and the map pools when it gets really deep. DRX is a very emotional team, but when they're playing like this, when they have the good, it drives them to continue to get better and better. They can harness that emotion as a positive aspect, and I think this map might give them that.
You know what else we haven't seen?
What?
Optic close a best of 5 series that wasn't a 3-0. They've never been able to close that series.
He just whipping out the stats now.
I'm just saying. Here comes the copium, baby. I'm on the train. It's over.
I might be right there with you, but I want to talk about a head-to-head of the two of the star players in this matchup. It's been all about Mako, but Mimi, Yay versus Buzz. This could still be something that swings things over for both sides.
Yeah, Fracture was an interesting one because it's one of those maps where these two players are both sticking by the chamber. In a world where Buzz has been moving away from it, this is where he returns back to that role. And I was actually really impressed with the way he was playing. Well, I think RB gets a lot of attention when they're playing on this map. He's always that second man up, trading out RB and providing a lot of value on that attack.
ये क्या है वो है क्या चिंबो वर्सेस चिंबो चिंबो वर्सेस चिंबर दिखा
Next map that they're going to Ascent is one where specifically Ye is still sticking on that chamber, Optic is still sticking to that triple initiator, and DRX is playing a very loud S comp, right? That we saw yesterday, and Optic lost to it.
Well, before we head to Ascend, I got a special someone for you guys here. I heard.
प्लीज यार प्लीज ऐसा सबके सामने मेरा नाम मत लो यार ठीक है चैट यप मेरे को इसलिए म्यूट करना पड़ा क्योंकि मेरा ही नाम आने वाला था एंड I would like to stay humble. Yeah, tell me.
First time here with my good buddy.
Thank you. मैं सब बढ़िया हूँ. आप बताओ आप कैसे हो? यहाँ पे एकदम थ्रिल चल रहा है. समझ रहे हो? सब कुछ मजे में आ रहा है. मौज हो रही है एकदम. मौज हो रही है.
You did teach Crashies everything he knows about lineups.
Yeah, lineup के लिए मेरे को कॉल आया था रात को 2 बजे. लेकिन मैं वो टाइम पे आरफी कर रहा था. वहाँ पे कार्लोस नाम का एक बमचा गांजा बेच रहा था. लेकिन मैंने बोला कि नहीं हम लाइनअप सिखाएंगे समझ रहे हो
Specifically the Sova lineups obviously that you've seen so far in this tournament or are we lacking?
नहीं मतलब सोवा जैसे भी खेल रहे हो लोग सोवा वो जैसे भी खेल रहे हैं यार उसमें का 90% तो मैंने बताया 10% वो सब 1-2 बाउंस मिस करके वो लोग का मटका लग जाता है समझ रहे हो बाकी तो मैं तो क्रेडिट लेना ही चाहूंगा तुम भी देख रहे हो यार मेरे
hands virtual hands verbal hands on the stage so we're in Turkey we're in Istanbul have you learned any Turkish so far
yes I have learned something जहाँ पे है यहाँ पे सब लोग एक ही चीज जो चिल्ला रहे वो मैं सीख चुका हूँ लेट्स गो मार्को लेट्स गो ऑप्टिक ये मैंने सीखा है
we have to study up quite a bit more last question though who do you think is going to take this match and then who do we think we're going to see in the finals
according to me मेरे हिसाब से DRX का मैप है and they are very thrilled right now so DRX should win this map और जो ओवरऑल इवेंट का बात करें तो लाउड पहले से वहां पे जाके एकदम रेस्ट कर रहे तो उनके पास इनफ रेस्ट हो रखा है so I think लाउड पूरा गेम जीतना चाहिए
Loud and DRX in the grand finals tomorrow according to Average Jonas and
मेरा स्ट्रैट एवरेज भाई एवरेज भाई एक्सक्यूज मी क्या आपने वही सुना चैट जो मैंने सुना dude crazy dude
You can say Mako Baba, which means Daddy Mako. Oh, now you want to know what it is.
No, because Ane in Korean is white.
Is that Carlos?
That would
So
make
it
sense.
kind of overlaps.
Can we talk about
Enough
the game?
learning. Time for Valorant.
Yeah, well, let's talk about Ascend because this is where we're expecting the reverse sweep to be more and more of a realistic thing to happen, Bola.
Yeah, absolutely. Ascent is a map that DRX has been relying on over and over, and guess what? They beat some really good teams here. They've beaten Fnatic, who are the crowd favorites. They've beaten FPX, who were the reigning champions at Copenhagen. So I really think they're feeling comfortable on this map.
हल्का सा आप लॉयर से बात करोगे प्लीज थक चुका हूं मैं ऐसे लग रहा है 1 महीने से मैं सिर्फ लॉयल आरपी ही कर रहा हूं हाँ एक तो अपना मेहर भी वैसा है भाई
Comp that was brought out by DRX that got popularized in North America and are still playing it to this day against a DRX who has also been kind of going back that ways except with the Jet.
Yes, with the Jet. And I think that's a big factor, right? Because Aspas did some nasty things to them yesterday, and I think it's going to be really difficult to, especially if DRX have learned some of those attack side stuff that Loud was doing against them, it's going to be really hard to hold on to those sites.
Feels like the engine has been warmed up here for DRX, but it's time for them to go ahead, rev and put their foot on the accelerator, especially for Buzz. It was, fairly slow on Breeze, on that Jet, looking a little bit better as they move over on a Fracture with a Chamber.
भाई DRX अगर ये मैप जीत गया ना भाई
Explosive for DRX on this Jet pick.
Well, we're into the Prime Gaming agent select here, and as you guys said, we could see some explosive Jet picks here. But Mimi, I don't know, is this the place where they should be making changes?
I wouldn't really expect a change out of Optic, but they are making one. They're implementing the Killjoy. Does that mean we get
yes!
Yes, it does. What a change to pull out in the lower final for the side of Optic. It has been so long since we have seen them play with Ye on Jet.
Yeah, this is a comp that I think they made really good. This is where you saw a bunch of the KO stuff. Oh, actually, they were using a lot of KO flashes into fast retake with this, guys. So I'm expecting the same sort of thing, the same sort of fire, because this is old stuff from Optic.
Yeah, they've just ditched the Fade as well, and obviously Marv no longer on the Astra, over to Omen. So 3 changes, but DRX, they've kept everything the same.
Yeah, they really have. I was pretty surprised that either of these teams made the change, but I think bringing out that dive, bringing out that Jet is great. We've seen how much of an asset it has been to DRX. They have been looking insane on this, and thus far, I think when we see those kind of Jet versus Chamber head-to-heads on Ascent, it's normally the team with that dive, with that Jet winning out. Because the power it gives you on the attack.
Yeah, I think Optic is done with going up against Jets who are just ripping them apart. So they say, hey, let's fight fire with fire. That's what's happening. Ye is back on the Jet.
I mean, this is going to be a completely different beast, but Buzz was able to contend with Durka on that Jet. He very much showed him up in that series versus Fnatic. And prior to that, Durka was looking absolutely wild. But we'll see how El Diablo fares going back to the pick that made him famous.
Yeah, the 2021 comp. I can't believe, what a throwback. I can't wait to see what Saito and Bren make of this.
Let's get to it. The honest to God.
यार मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा है कि DRX में वो लोग सिर्फ मार्क और स्टैक्स को दिखा रहे हैं, बाकी 3 जन को तो मैं देख भी नहीं पाया बराबर से यार. 2 गेम हो चुके ना.
Ye hasn't played Jet since April. April was the last time that he played Jet, which is just mind-blowing in my opinion. And he's gonna bring it out here to try and stop the.
अभी मैं बताता हूँ क्या आएगा, ठीक है. अभी मैं बताता हूँ. अभी अगर यही चीज अपने इधर हो रहा रहता था टूर्नामेंट में, समझ रहे हो, यही चीज अपने इधर हो रहा रहता था तो 2 चीजें होती. अगर ऑप्टिक जीतता तो लोग सब लोग बोलते थे क्रेजी स्ट्रैट यार, ये क्या सरप्राइज एलिमेंट है, क्रेजी स्ट्रैट. और अगर ऑप्टिक हारती लास्ट मोमेंट, इतना बड़ा इवेंट में तुमको ये चीज करने का जरूरत है क्या? तुम लोग को जो आता है वो नहीं कर सकते क्या? काहे को तुम लोग थ्रो कर रहे हो? ये 2 में से एक ही चीज होता था. कंफर्म नहीं.
The exception to the rule is Ye, and now even he is playing his first map away from Chamber. Combat champs.
अगर यहाँ पे ये मारा ना सीधा भरना चालू. अगर पहला ये मारा ना सीधा और
start us off here on Ascent.
And in some sense as well,
Optic
it feels like
Optic जीतेगा,
realizing that DRX will know exactly how to play that triple initiator comp. Because it's so similar to what DRX currently play. And it was a comp they invented in the first place, as the
pull it
devs
out
were saying.
Against the team that essentially invented it.
Yeah.
And
instead,
yeah, that would have been hubris on another level, I think.
Perhaps.
वहाँ पे 2 ही chants होते हैं ना यार. Let's go वाला.
Different. Yeah.
सिर्फ टीम का नाम चेंज कर दे वो लोग.
Optic in this tournament as well have only shown multiple comps on Breeze so far. So this is again a new
चल
layer
1000
as we get deeper into the
रुपया
tournament.
INR Optic मेरे पास
One of the things that Optic moving away from the triple initiator comp does for them is that they don't have constant information gathering. They don't know that DRX have really cut noise in this fashion. A close sniper dash into the cloudburst. Buzz wants to lead the way for the rest of his squad, but yeah, close position into the corner and nobody is watching it.
It's another first kill. He's as good with them on Jet as he ever is on Chamber. What is this play from Buzz?
Danger drops down, and that is so much damage being done. A double play, the double setup there into Hell, and it's a fast approach as they try and take them out. Buzz has just been unleashed. 3 kills in a round for him. The setup, the crossfire was there. And a spike plan on top means a lot of money that they get to move into this next round with.
Ye was the hero on the pistol.
अरे ओ लवड़े एक बार कैपिटल में पूरा सेंटेंस लिखा ना, एंड में टाइम आउट दे दूंगा हरामजादे. बाकी चैट नहीं पढ़ पा रहा मैं.
First appearance as Jet in stage 2.
Just ridiculous.
Yep. It was all the way back, I think, in Reykjavik.
Yeah.
कास्टर का वॉइस कम कर दिया.
Probably the Breeze game. He's playing Jet in that.
Yeah, I think you're right, Brent. I think you're right.
All the way back then in the finals.
All the way back in the finals of Reykjavik, the last time we
लगा
saw
बे
this,
लगा
they felt like they had no right to
अभी
win that
जंप पिक
map.
नहीं कर
They did
रहा तो
anyway.
बस हो गया
But it's a great start from DRX, and they are incredible at this map.
और जंप पिक नहीं कर रहा बोले बस
3-0 at Champions.
बहुत उछल लिया
DRX
अभी
on
execute
Ascent.
करते
The devs were
किधर
talking
जाके।
about how good they've been on it, with some huge scalps they've taken too. But every one of those wins has gone to overtime.
क्या
And they've
change
set
किया?
records, and then they've broken their own records in terms of how deep they're going. A 1917 win.
सब
And I
लोग
don't mean
स्पैम
the
करो
year,
लव यू बिंग्स प्लीज हैं तेरे को
over
क्या हो रहा है बे
FPX to be able to pull that one away.
जूस और व्हाट
To OT.
They've gone so deep, but they've beaten such excellent teams on this map.
गन दे दिया
Early damage that Zest took meant that over the rifle.
और पहला वही गन वाला मारा था बुरा लगा
To work with. Turret needs to be destroyed though.
ट्रिपल
It's going to be activating that dash as well. Tries to make the
इनिशिएटर
moves. All the way forwards. It's going to be the door closed onto them now as they look at the swarm and
Good
contain
recon.
the players here. Yeah, Crashes is doing a good job of biding time and buying time for the rest of his team. But still, he's at the back of the site and he needs to be dealt with. Classic right click. Still, the angle's going to be watched for. He has nowhere left to run.
माँ को भाई भड़क गए बस भाई भड़क गए
And DRX, at the moment, demonstrating a very slow,
गाइस अल्टी आ चुका
very
है
controlled,
जेट का अल्टी आ चुका है 2 राउंड बाद वेरी
and then
रियलिस्टिक
picking a
चैट
site and bursting.
क्वालिटी 1-0 ही आ रही है मैं जानबूझ कर रखा है
Just watching for the optic aggression,
1080
looking to
जानबूझ कर
punish,
लगा क्योंकि मेरा
and then
स्ट्रीम 2
bursting
दिन
into
से
a
जा
site.
रहा था
Now looking at this bonus round here for DRX. What direction do they want to take it in? Still, very
ब्रो आप
split,
हाई
spread
सेटिंग्स
out
में
across
खेलते
the
हैं लो
map, their
सेटिंग्स में हाई
attacking
सेटिंग्स
protocol.
पे
I'd be tempted to have Buzz get full armor and just use the knives here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Choosing to go with a hero vandal.
At least some playmaking opportunities off of that, but maybe a read coming through. Knife going to be tagging. So yeah, he's going to be backed away. Now a drone to try and get a replay going into mid as well. Gives Zest a bit of information, but broken. So
एक मार्केट है
gonna add some
एक ए
question
शॉट
marks
है
in terms of wondering, is there a player playing on top of the pizza box?
Definitely.
Shock dart
The
हो जाए
smoke
mid
comes
में
down here and they're looking to set up for an A split. Optic with the double face. Yay, Victor controlling this area with the fragment grenade already used, or perhaps not invested in this round actually.
Oh. Flash over the top. Yeah, he was playing anti. Anti to it once more. Another flash play, and it's run and gun.
Oh,
It's the
अच्छा
name of
था
the game. Stack somehow beams down too.
अच्छा था चलेगा अभी भी विनेबल है 2v3
Only 2
है
players left alive though for DRX. 2v3. They haven't broken the alarm bot in mid.
बी
and
जा नहीं
FNS
सकते
continues to
टरेट
control
विरेट नेट बहुत कुछ है ए
B,
जाओ
mid and allow the Optic players to stack on the other side. It does look like FNS is going to get tested.
रिवॉल्ट
though.
इज वेरी हाई सेटिंग्स
30 seconds.
मेरा
left
आवाज
in
आ रहा है
this
माँ
round.
को ए जा मैं बोल रहा हूँ
30 seconds left.
Gonna be making the play now over towards B.
माँ को भाई टरेट बहुत
Even if
मारता है
FNS falls here, there's still great retake tools with the paranoia and the drone online. The question is just whether FNS can do damage, can get a kill, can make this even easier for Optic.
That's time going to be bought there. The Nana Swarm has popped off. Rotation's finally going to start to come through, and FNS, he is in trouble here at the back of the site. Seas does not connect. It's going to be lighting them up, though. Beautiful dart across the map, but it has to be held now. FNS does not have much to work with, but he is still anchoring. Bamako wins the fight. Down to that 2v2.
2v2.
The drone gets good value here, and it's up to Stacks holding close now to see if he can make some moves.
Oh!
Wins it around with the rifle.
मैं बोला था ना जीत सकते हैं चैट बोला था ना मैंने
Marked, isolated,
बोला था ना
takes
जीत
it to the
सकते हैं
1v1, him versus Stacks. It's a fake TP in a smoke, dash across the site. It's going to cause a misinformation that he's looking for, but Stacks over the side!
देखा
And he wins it out!
देखा
4 kills! And the bonus
भाई
round
DRX
secured.
कमबैक मार रही है भाई
DRX
मार
with
रही है
a great
DRX
beginning to this map. And Stacks stepping up alongside Buzz.
कोई तो ऑप्टिक
Stacks
में
has
टिल्ट
been
होने वाला
so
है
quiet in this series so far.
ऑप्टिक
A player
में
that's
कोई तो
normally
टिल्ट होने वाला
pulling
है
out huge
माँ
moments.
को
But as
बहुत
it is
मार
a
रहा है यार ये
playground,
बंदा
doesn't matter whether he's
बहुत
playing
मार रहा है माँ को
the breach or here on Fade as well. Looking so clean in the clutch.
The confidence is there.
That bonus round has just boomed Optic. I mean, the buy is just
बंक्स में आईजी नहीं हेलो
dreadful here.
Absolutely dreadful. You can see him just opting to try and take some risks here. They still want to fight this one. At least they did for a moment.
ओमेन ई शॉट से फ्लाइट ये दे सकता है फ्लैश
Was really
ये लोग एमएन पुश करना चाहिए ना बहुत फ्लैश है
the sheriff.
And I felt like the last time we watched Optic, they had a ton of different set plays. They were borrowing Leviathan's set play to put pressure onto people that were starting their default over on tiles. Then they were using all of this space in mid, Yay pushing. All of these ideas now need to be retooled with the different composition that they're working with.
It changes a lot.
Yeah, matka nahi. Oh, close tha.
And it makes things much more standard, I think. There are, of course, pros and cons. You're hoping you can come out with some ideas that DRX won't have VOD reviewed.
Deploying drone.
But the start here of this map, very much in DRX's control, and it's another really slow round. The first minute on the clock, barely doing anything for the Korean team. Just making sure that Optic don't have an aggressive play that works.
But a play now being made. Smokes going to be laid down with a haunt over the top as well. Crashes does have that recon. He's looking to try and send it out for a bit of a spam angle, but it doesn't reveal anything. Positioning going to be gained now onto the side as well. Lovely sees over the top that just finds the feeder crashes, locks him in place up onto Heaven. Pop flash play with a paranoia. That's supplemented really quite nicely here. Optic, they had a window of opportunity. But guess what? There was a pull in place at the door.
अच्छा था,
No one able to really just push up the back wall that utility that was being used. And a 4 round here for DRX.
अगर ये round
This is them
जीता,
looking like they are really trying.
chat, अगर ये round जीता DRX, मैं बोल रहा हूँ 101% कोई tilt होने वाला Optic में. मेरे को मैं बोल रहा हूँ. मैं बोल रहा हूँ.
On the decks though, both of these teams actually feel like they can pick a side and dominate it on Ascent. Coming into this tournament, I would have told you that Optic are much better at the defense sides. In general, Ascent is a very defense-sided map with the way that the current meta works, but I think you throw most of those expectations out of the window. Not just because these teams have put up crazy attacks, crazy comebacks, but also because of the pressure of the moment.
यार वो मस्त है ना?
It's the fourth map in a series that defines whether one of these teams moves on to the grand finals. And for DRX, it defines so much more about their legacy.
कितना प्यार से बात कर रहा है ना coach?
Optic have already really got that sealed up.
मैं रहता तो
already the best team of the open circuit era.
2 time out लेने पड़ते थे.
Are hunting for, in some senses, so much more.
एक IGL करने का दूसरा गाली सुनने को.
Yeah.
Trying to live up to the expectations that I think a lot of the fan base, the community that rallies behind a team like DRX has been hoping that they can do.
And the weight of that seemed like it was crumbling them in maps 1 and 2. But the comeback on Fracture,
मार रहे बे
off the
सब.
back of Mako.
off the back of Mako dropping 27. And now this start, perhaps some of that responsibility can now turn into enjoyment as you realize that you're actually fulfilling
पूरा team मार रहा है DRX यार.
The energy is there, but Optic off the back of this time, and now we're going to be making adjustments. Notably, Yay here with the operator.
Last time फटका गया
This
था,
is
अभी
very
बोल रहा
much a similar play that Yay usually goes for. He's got crashes with him this time.
ज़्यादा नहीं, last time फटका गया था, अभी बोल रहा हूँ.
That
Put in
kind
the
of
angle
thing.
as well at tiles, just in case.
But think about the way that Ye would play this on Chamber. He'd always be able to escape in a moment. Whereas now he needs to preempt it with the dash. And so these passive, not passive, but
Mid recon or
aggressive
mid run?
positions that he holds for a long period of time don't work as well.
Yeah.
He needs to be getting very mobile around the map in order to. Yeah, it does.
Mid recon, mid run आ रहा है
It
chat.
can feel like the two agents are quite similar, but the way you maximize value can be a little different.
And the spike is over towards B. This knife across the map. RB, this looks like it's going to land on A for an A fake. Knife over the top. Two
Stacks.
players there.
Nightfall.
Nightfall as well. Yeah, they are really selling this fake quite well. A lot of utility being dumped into this one, including Buzz, who is up close and personal, but Mav will shut that one down. The B site, timing is everything. This time FNS has caught on to it though.
FNS pulled back the turret, but he still has the nano swarm.
And they have the crossfire,
थोड़ा गलत था यार.
from the high ground of market. The spike needs to be reclaimed, but with 22 seconds left, Marv as well. Tries to take the fight straight to them here. Not enough to win it out.
मेरे हिसाब से
Stacks
K और
too
Jet
far
को
away.
एक साथ रहना चाहिए था
Too much
ताकि
else.
flash wash करके और help मिल जाए.
That is a really cute idea for a round, especially coming out the back of an Optic timeout. Throw something very unusual at them. And Optic, I think, were a little lucky to get away with that.
Yeah.
If the
Jet को
defensive
wait
setup
कर
had been
दिया,
different,
थोड़ा
and
सा.
FNS was on A, I think that round
Fake
definitely
अच्छा था
works.
क्योंकि वो
And
लोग
if
को भी
FNS
B
has
retake ही
his
था.
nano
Fake
swarms
अच्छा
in
था
more
लेकिन
passive
smokes
positions,
बचा नहीं
you know,
और
a double setup down lane, for example, or one at the switch to catch
Jet भी
Buzz's
मार
dash.
देता है.
Any of those kind of setups also help DRX. but the spot was just so good. Look at that
Yeah,
nice one where it is on the
smoke
floor.
button.
It stops Cess coming in and just allows the Optic players to get back to the B site that they'd abandoned.
It's a common spot that just keeps getting laid down there by FNS. And it does throw a wrench into their plans.
Ye is in an incredibly deep angle right now, anticipating a fast B push with RB using his null command.
बाप रे,
But instead,
Recon
DRX are
dart सब
still
लगा है.
slow.
Dart से
Still
टूटा नहीं है alarm bot.
Just poking their way and prodding towards mid, looking for a bit of that information, especially this alarm bot, which they don't really know where it is. Okay, smoke. Off in a common angle. The only other angle it's really going to be.
Yeah, the smoke is not great though. Ye still watches it, and so they don't have to worry about the alarm bot anymore.
Oh, and it's re-clear by Optic. Look at this. Victor and Marv again making moves. All this space being gained into A main as well gives all the information to Optic that it's probably going to be leaning into the B hit.
And FNS is so far away here, he won't get caught by the null command. These nano swarms will still go off.
Fully intentional. There you go. The call has been made. Nano swarms on top of the switch. They know where Buzz has been dashing.
Yeah,
it's a counterplay in action, but all the utility in the world still gets dumped into this site. It's down to Ye. Anchoring in the back, but being spammed out and pressured just too hard. And Zest. 3 kills in a round for him. Lovely little reset and adjustment with the aim to make sure that it was properly cleaned up.
And Brent, that is DRX finding value in a round where they got hard red. I mean, FNS has his nano swarms and is playing on the other side of the map to avoid getting suppressed.
Ye's at the back of the site anchoring.
Ye was at the back of the site with his operator, found a kill, wasn't able.
क्या वही है जो मैंने देखा?
Dash to.
क्या वही है चैट? Was she Pokemon? Huh?
Feed into the site was immaculate, and no one was really anchoring in a position where they could use the fact that Buzz was disrupted by nano swarms.
Yeah.
The game plan was there.
Crowd तो है.
But the details and the execution
नहीं रे, हाँ. Yes,
working
no.
for Optic.
Valkyrie,
I feel like the
माफ
slow
कर.
pace to the beginnings of the rounds is frustrating.
Valkyrie
Ye.
किसे?
He
दोनों में
hasn't
से.
been able to get into this defense just yet. We haven't seen a round where Ye has dominated and pulled things back in his direction.
You just can't be aggressive when DRX are containing to this degree. They're making sure that any sort of aggressive push that might come through from Optic is just going to be met and dealt with accordingly. And look at, you can feel like almost just the anti behavior there, the double updraft just to see if he can catch a glimpse of someone in mid.
Excuse me.
And then here comes the drone, so now there are going to be people in mid. Ye burning both of those updrafts, but he could still go for a challenge. Yeah. Looks like he wants to fight.
He wants to fight, and he will claim his reward.
Discipline तो है, एक मार के चुपचाप निकल जाता है.
DRX, they're not going to stop. Continue to contact their way up
दोनों में
mid.
से कोई नहीं, दोनों में से
When you
एक
play
है.
this slowly, your executes have to be perfect. There's only 20 seconds left.
The alarm bot now is going to tell and spill out a pretty familiar tale. Nano Swarm there, again cutting up this choke point. There is not a lot of time here. DRX trying to make the most of this one, but Optic could absolutely boom this one. There's a dart over the top, and it's down to Ye. The widest swing of Zest will clean him up. And where is the spike? It needs to be planted.
It just gets down. Crashes had his Hunter's Fury there, chose not to invest it. This flank is coming through from Victor. Crashes could still ult.
It's a 2v3. Closer positions, a bit of spam being exchanged as well. One side to the other. Zest is so low here. He's vulnerable to any sort of utility that might get used. What a kill to find. Paranoia is going to force the issue, and Mouth cleans up once more. Two kills to try and cover his teammates. Beautiful, beautiful retake there by Optic.
Very nicely done by Optic, but still only 2 rounds on the defense side. Everything working so far for DRX. That round, the time does end up being a little bit of a problem, but they still got into position. Had Crashies not been able to find that kill on Mako, and you can see how much it means to Mako there. Had Mako been able to stay alive, I don't think it's all coming down to fine details, but DRX are in control of a map.
अगर ये round आ रहे तो वापस eco जाएंगे वो लोग.
Both teams with the Hunter's Fury as well. That's going to make it difficult for FNS to get value out of the lockdown. He's still holding on this B position as the rest of DRX go towards A main quickly. But every time they've done this, they slow it down. They're never going for a complete fast hit.
Willing to disrespect his
Bye.
utility though by holding in A.
Oh, nice suppress.
Hoping to get a bit of a paranoia flash play off of. And the anti-flash position of RB. He tried to swing out there, but a double face was what he was going to be.
Suppress अच्छा था.
And it's another 4v5 round. DRX just lost one of those prior, where Ye was again able to get the first kill.
हल्का सा
DRX
drone
this
ulti हो
tournament
जाए
winning
just.
nearly a third of their 4v5 rounds. On Fracture, in the first half, they were winning 45% of them. Do DRX have what it takes here to continue the momentum going?
One-way setup, 50 seconds in the round. These knives are
यही तो suppress नहीं होना चाहिए
definite
था.
problem for DRX when they're just trying to be a little bit more sly with the way that they're taking this round. But now the dash activated, and it's probably going to signal that they want to try and go off of this, but dashes to the side. In fact, got a kill as well. Fragment Nade not going to be doing the work that it was supposed to. Updraft over the top on to Jenny. The paranoia latches on, and what a spray down. But from the side, Zest returns back into the action.
And the recon dart there is also perfect.
Ties him up through the door, through the wall. To the ceiling, Hunter's Fury to try and deny this one. Time is running so low. FNS, 2 health to his name. Positioning, despite planted, he's been caught out.
भाई round
It's
जीत
just
गए
down to
लोग.
Crashies. He's been so consistent, so clean with it over the course of this entire tournament. But in a 1v2, the setup is not ideal for him.
He's got recon in 3.
Could get information off of it, but a tap of the spike, it does force it in the reposition here onto the side. Back has been caught, and a double face is just impeccable.
भाई साहब.
What a beautiful round from DRX. It's another 4v5. And if you're able to convert with a player disadvantage, as well as DRX are, it doesn't matter that Ye's getting all the first kills. It really doesn't matter.
Just getting a preview as well of what's occurring in terms of the timeouts being called. This is Optic with their second timeout being used.
Vamos! Yeah! Vamos!
Spells honestly out what the current mindset might be for this team.
Mola, chat, Mola आ चुका है.
What seemed like just easy opponents. Another day
Mola.
in the office.
Yeah, the first 2 maps, Optic looked so dialed in. It
They
felt like
got Mola.
Retrofit all over again, where they were going to lose the upper bracket allowed and cruise through a top-seeded Asian team. And DRX have still got fight in them. They've still got bite in them.
यार अपन कभी खेलेंगे यार ऐसा.
Doesn't repeat itself for now.
What's so interesting there about that round that we just watched as well is that Optic decided not to double up for catwalk control and tree control, which would be the standard play. And instead, Marved and Ye were both anchoring very deep onto the sites.
Energy कहाँ पे भाई? Hello, थक गए लोग.
And trade. Now, you also had
Energy
Buzz
खत्म हो गया chat
entering
वहाँ पे.
through tree with a ridiculous kill.
Yeah.
And the Battle of the Jets.
It is heating.
It has been back and forth, but it feels like no matter how much Ye does, they're still not able to capitalize.
बहुत गंदा था
It's the
सुमन
late
हेलो.
round that's defining these last 2 maps, not the early round.
There's no loss of nerve from the DRX players when they get into those scenarios, when they lose a player early. Deeper knife. Tagging onto the one again, but you're going to be seeing a similar tale over and over and over again, it seems. DRX are conditioning so heavily for the slow beginnings.
मैंने बोला था ना chat 7-2. बोला था ना मैंने 7-2.
Has just been off the rip containment, making sure that Optic feel like they can't get away with any aggressive plays on the defense.
And FNS has normally had his Killjoy utility spread between mid and B. This is the first round I can remember where he's put it heavily on A. Ye doesn't have anything to work with here.
Yeah, he's just holding it with a classic.
This should absolutely...
जो भी होता है last 40 सेकंड में होता है. तब तक कुछ नहीं.
Ye, in fact,
तब तक
preempts
सिर्फ
that
शांति
Prowler
बनाए
and drops
रखे.
off.
Another dash forwards. Into the Cloudburst, just trying to
Nikan कहाँ पे?
again
तोड़
hide
दिया
the
क्या?
movement. Yeah, up close with the classic. Doesn't get too much done. In fact, Buzz is there once more, cracking open the site.
Just easy
फिर
picking.
से ulti आ गया बस का.
And they're also reading the defensive utility that's coming through. Crashies has been playing from market pretty frequently and throwing out a recon dart that's designed to catch the players from DRX as they push in.
Yeah.
And Buzz is using both of his Cloudbursts to hide from it, allowing his teammates to break it.
Great flank from Zest in mid. Tip top goes the rifle, but no kills flooding through.
That's a wonky one.
It is a weird one, but in a 2v3,
It's given.
and Marv, they do claim rifles in this round.
Yeah, it's given rifles away. And honestly, the DRX
पिंग
economy
वाला
is
DRX
not
जीता तो
amazing
टाइम आउट
here.
में रो दूंगा.
It might be worth Marv sticking around for these exits.
Play to the kill or two.
Standing.
We'll get one.
Enemy remaining.
In fact, another one as well. Down to that 1v1 stacks. Will probably end up keeping his rifle into this
7
one.
to chat.
Just running himself
Are
away.
we
But
close
it
to
is
a
that
9-3
seventh round
curse?
we were talking about for DRX. They have such a commanding lead on this map. Such a commanding lead. And they just feel primed and ready almost. They want to bring it to that map number 5.
I haven't been very impressed this tournament with Optic's defense on this map. And prior to champs, that was their best area.
सब खुश है
However,
बे.
Optic's attack
अच्छा
side
से
has
सब
looked
खुश
pretty
है.
good. So again, don't write these teams off yet. This map can still go in multiple different directions.
गाइस चुपन नेट के वॉचिंग है, ठीक है. लाइक करो. जो भी नए आए स्ट्रीम पे लाइक करो, ठीक है. 4K hits कर सकते हैं अपन. Hits कर सकते हैं.
And with that prior comp, Optic were fighting so much for both A main and B main. Now they have to give one of them up for the Killjoy.
You can't do it anymore. You don't have
Turret
triple
है.
initiators to work around. And this
Turret
looks like a faster play. This is the prior conditioning.
Turret
And
नहीं
guess
है.
what? Optic were not ready for it.
Not in the
Hello?
slightest!
Not ready for it, man. All that slow play culminating into this round right here,
क्या
right
मार
now.
रहे
As
लोग?
soon as they turn up the tempo.
Spike planted.
What a beautiful shift of the gears. Optic on a round where their economy could get broken, and it will be.
वो लोग क्या करेंगे? जेन वाला
Unless
भी
they go for
ब्लाइंड
the
है,
save
उसको
right
कुत्ता
now.
काटा है, वो भी ब्लाइंड है.
Any commitment to a retake
करे
there
तो करे क्या?
would have utterly ruined Optic's chances at recovering the half at all.
Yeah.
8 rounds for
कौन सा टर्रेट भाई
DRX.
सब खत्म. एक
And that
गोली
is
नहीं
just,
मारी
I mean,
टर्रेट
you're
में.
totally right, Red. That is a perfect conditioning. Just slow round after slow round after slow round. Hitting with 20 seconds on the clock, 30 seconds on the clock.
मारो
And
ढूंढ
then
के मारो.
within the first 20
Guns
seconds,
गिराओ.
a minute 20 left to spare, Buzz is dashing in on A. And FNS was caught with a Prowler.
हंट कितने कर रहे हैं लोग?
onto him, running
अल्टी
back
पढ़ने
into
देने
hell.
का क्या उनको
I'm
अपने?
just not
हंट
anticipating
कितने
it
कर
at
रहे हैं?
all.
The call for that, I think, came off the back of the fact
दोनों
that
राउंड
Victor
का पैसा
normally
तो है DRX के
knifes that
पास.
position pretty close. He ends up getting a suppression on 3 targets, and it does stop any sort of fast, aggressive play. There was no knife at play this time around.
And
Got
all
given
of the
A main
utility.
control for free, and yeah, look at that. Just leads Buds in perfectly.
Yeah, you've got recon data at work there. You've got a Prowler as well. He dashes into his smoke, and FNS
पीछे पुल भी
lit
था.
up like a Christmas tree.
Full reveal, कुत्ता, suppress, blind.
DRX look like they're set up to go for that pivot play again, Brent, where they could go for a fast, they could go slow.
Here we
It's
go.
quick again.
More disrespect.
At least
Being
it's
shown! Fragmented into the corner. Arby will get the one,
Well
but
done,
guess what? Okay, Marv's and FNS. Rifles in hand.
Actually fighting for it this
Diamond
time,
flare यार.
instead of
तेरा
sitting
तो
back.
अलग ही चल रहा है लो.
But the bad side, the downside there for Optic, is that they lose their Killjoy. And it makes all of that utility over at Catwalk useless. They also lose a
3
lot of their
4
info.
ऐसे rounds बहुत जीते
But
हैं
of
लोग.
course, they're up 4v3. And that might
क्या लगता है chat?
make all the difference.
What is
Victor's still alive. I think they are.
what is you thinking chat?
Very worried of a potential pop flash play through main again. But DRX have not given up too much ground. It is the idea, at least in ahead, making noise there.
Yeah, there's a footstep.
I think Ye might have been able to hear that one.
Face your
Still the
fear.
nightfall. It's going to be scattered across the point. Now with a dart to the side as well. Somehow Ye still lands a shot. And guess what? He's still going to be here, remaining right behind Dice. It's up to DRX to try and remove him, but this guy is just nigh unstoppable when he gets
ये
going.
भाई भड़क गए.
And that is a
खेलता
huge
तो है
round from
भाई
Brent,
ये, कुछ भी
from
बोलो.
Ye, Brent. You're not playing.
ये
It's a
खेलता
huge
तो है
round from
chat.
Ye. But I think what you said there is so key. When he
Okay
gets
guys,
going,
8-4 or
and
9-3.
I feel like this is the only round where we've seen impact from him on this map. Everywhere that he's been prodding with the jet,
8-4 or 9-3
DRX have
chat.
not committed. And he's been struggling so much to get a read on where DRX are going to finish because DRX are silent.
क्या बोलते हैं?
They're
9-3.
silent, they group, they push.
मैं
It makes it
बोलता
so difficult for Ye to
8-4.
read where he should be on the map.
9-3 भी हो सकता है. 4 ulti है DRX के पास.
The reposition once more. There are so many ultimates online.
Oh,
Char
they thought
ulti.
it was going to be a crunch there.
Tiles crunch. 2 of the players are playing anti-flash close to the wall.
They heard the knives being popped from Ye and immediately went into a protocol to try and
This
stop a
is a
mid-crunch.
different direction, but Stax has got the angle locked. Did he expect Victor? Pop flash play, fully blinded up. He does return and eventually trade it.
And now a rare round where
ये
Optic
irritate
actually
नहीं
have
होते क्या ये लोग?
control. Victor pulling
Blind
out the
करके मार देते
operator. Not quite hitting that flick. But the amount of control they have on the outsides of the
9-3.
map's extremities is massive here.
8-4.
Victor
भाई
just has to make
Killjoy
sure he
ulti
doesn't get
मारेगा.
punished. Look at where Marco is.
Yeah.
Oh, he backs off just in time. That internal clock in his head.
मारा ulti.
Realizing that there was a possibility. In fact, he's watching this angle. Is Mako just going to be walking into this? Lockdown's going to be used. It is going to be an attempt into B. You can feel that no command as well. Spreading waves out as well. No ability is going to be able to use here by Crashies.
Hello, knife
Not
लेके
anticipated
कूद रहा
it.
वो.
The knife was out, man. But Victor looks like to be the playmaker. Has to try and make the moves, and has a TP recontest. That was an attempt by Marv as well to try and play back with Victor. Now the knowledge is there from him, and another pop flash play. This guy has been a bit of a miracle worker for them.
Buzz was thinking about going and trying helping RB there and trading FNS. Zest is tucked behind this Cosmic Divine as well.
On shot, finds the target, finds the mark to the cranium. Wider swing out, and Zest is still tucked. Surely the pressure's being applied. Moves backwards. Smoke gonna be dashed across. The spray down, he's got his ult. The dart team down. As long as he stays alive here. Marv, what can you do to win this? Surely it's not winnable. It has to be the stick from Marv. Hunter's Fury as well. TP up top. Marv the playmaker. Tries to make him, a time has been bought. Expert maneuvering by Zest. That claims him the 9th round here for the Red Bull clutch.
Switching sides.
What a beautiful half from DRX. On a map where they're 3-0 at champions. This was masterful. The attacking round, so slow, so patient, never giving Optic any opportunities, and the late round plays were just immaculate as well. DRX have been on a heater these last two, and they've put serious pressure. The ball is in Optic's court right now to try and return.
DRX have got all the confidence in the world. What can Optic possibly do to come back from this one, Desk?
Apparently they need to start viewing Burn. I know you had a really good half there, but how good was Zest as well, Achilles?
Okay, so throughout this tournament, Zest has kind of been an unsung hero for DRX. This guy has been excluded from MVP votes, but he has put up some serious numbers.
2-0 में FNS ने बोला था अनइंस्टॉल कर दे. 2-0. हाँ? FNS ने बोला था मैंने ऐसा शॉट मारा कि बता अनइंस्टॉल कर देगा. और अभी हल्का सा रिटर्न हो रहा है यार. चैट थोड़ा सा 3 का गेम.
1 of 3 rounds that they won, and it was a complicated fake sold by DRX, and Optic still are able to respond. DRX after this, they just decide to let's keep it.
मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है, ये एक दूसरे को टीम में कितने में खरीदते बेचते रहेंगे यार? हाँ? अगर मुझे ये खरीदना है तो कितना रहेगा प्राइस? $10 million, $20 million. औकात नहीं हो बात अलग.
I should say, Ascent is looking dominant. That's their attack side, and as we look ahead towards the defense, I think the biggest question is how is Ye going to be playing now that he's on the jet? The Z map is his kills when he's normally playing on that chamber.
1 million नहीं
Notice
रहेगा,
a lot of them are
ज़्यादा
kind
ही
of lurking deep, getting kills towards backsides, towards spawns. Now that he's playing the jet, he's going to be forced to be that dive, to be the tip of the spear. He'll have less opportunity to have those big moments with the op, and will have to be more reliant on creating space for his team.
Well, one thing we have to consider is obviously this is a complete comp shift here. Typically at this event, we've been seeing these weak attack sides. We just saw a dominant one from DRX. And I think with the Optic comp, we kind of have to hedge a little bit against that type of idea where it's going to be super dominant defense sides. And it's still something that they can bring back. Obviously, 9-3 is a really tough task, but you can't go and say it's attack side. They're not going to have any chance.
Well, Optic, they have a chance to close it out here if they can activate the 9-3 curse. Taisho and Brent, do you think they can do it?
Doesn't exist.
कैसा गेम है TF2?
Every single
अच्छा
game
है
that they played
कैसा है वो
recently,
क्या है?
Opposite has gone to OT, which would it would tell
वो
you some
Bangles
similar tales, I suppose, that there's a chance that Optic could make it happen.
ये वही है RP में जो ancient ring मिल रहा है ना, समझ रहे हो?
Desk talking about it, Mimi discussing how Ye plays when he's on chamber. That was starting to get figured out, especially in the game against Loud.
FNS Brahmand!
Felt like they were getting the read on that. Maybe Optic afraid that that would happen again here. But let's go, we're heading into round 13. Optic need a comeback Otherwise, DRX
तो टेप टू नहीं खेला
managed
नहीं
to
खेला
push
यार।
this
वो एक
to
ही गेम है जो
round-
नहीं खेला।
to map, I should say, 5.
All the way to the limits. The Optic and the kind
Guys
of team as
ये
well.
राउंड
They
अगर
probably didn't
DRX
think
जीता
that- especially off the back of the
How
way that this
different.
series started, a team like DRX probably not capable of pushing them to that kind of limits, but Optic have got a lot of experience in these situations. They know what it's like to play from behind. I'm going to be looking to try and make some marks and make some moves. That's going to be the drone used early on. It forces out that fragment nade.
Yeah, the fragment came out immediately, and instantly as well. That's started the lurk from FNS and Marv.
That's
They're
true.
backstabbing.
All the way through. There's no one else really just playing late though. Finally, the teammates coming into card, but oh boy, Buzz is just absolutely tearing them asunder. 3 kills in a row for him, and it was just ice cold. The Optic attack there, Josh, was really disjointed. 3 players coming through the main primary choke point there, but there was no follow-up from the side. There was no other pressure.
Yeah, they actually went for a double backstab from catwalk, and it was just ended up being too late. FNS picked up 1 kill on RB, and that was all that they managed to do with FNS and Marv. That could be the round that seals it on this map. Optic tried something different here on Ascent, and it is not working. Look at that Jet head-to-head. 17 and 8 for RB, or for Buzz, sorry. 17 and 8 for Buzz.
दोनों
On the other
इनिशिएटर
side of things,
सप्रेस हो
Jay,
चुके हैं। क्या करोगे
not
अभी?
really finding the same opportunities to get into the game.
Just can't get the same value.
He will be the tip of the spear on this attack side, but when they've lost the pistol, there are so few rounds to give up.
There's no room. There's no buffer room anymore.
No.
Not on this map.
And DRX have done such a fabulous
हो
job.
गया अभी next round जीत के तो खत्म। 13-3
Beginning
chat.
of today, Optic they looked mad. They looked pissed off. They looked like they wanted to get as quickly as possible into the grand finals. And now they're being forced to take a real fight.
DRX proving to be a much trickier target than intended. Successful fall. He was in a bit of a sideline position. What is that by Ye?
Oh, just as we're talking about the fact he needs to be the tip of the spear, he delivers 2 entry kills like that.
Got to see a couple of more moments like that, I think, from El Diablo for a shot of this one, but he has made this round more than winnable for his team. Look at them, all grouped up towards the back of the site. Victor's really
ये
the only
लेकिन बहुत
person
गंदा
playing
मैं
up
सब
close.
साइट में। ये एक्शन में
DRX
बहुत
won the
गंदा
pistol
है कि
round.
सब साइट में।
On Breeze, I think it was. Got beaten straight back. It looks like the same's happening here.
What is the play? How do you maneuver around this one? Losing too many guns. A call has to be made, and Mako just wants to evacuate, wants to get out of there, save the weaponry if they can. Whatever they can. Fragment nade stops them in their tracks. Oh, what? Through the wall? What? Yay. I mean, listen, if there was ever a round for a yay moment, it would have been that one. But that is just ridiculous. Show me a replay of that one.
I mean, that is a monstrous round. Replay. Here it is.
What is that?
It's a great kill, but Cess was already flashed up. It's this one that broke my brain. I mean, that is so good on the stacks.
In the pull. And check this one out. Fully revealed up. Pure prediction, pure instinct. Oh, obviously knew where he was just from the highlight, but yeah, he was just on another level than that.
But again, like Fracture, yeah, corrected myself. Not
Mola, Mola!
RB was able to get the pistol
I
out
was
with
radiant
DRX,
after
and immediately Optic
play
responded
with
back.
this guy Immortal
It's
1.
happened again here.
Chat तुम्हारे
But
जैसे
that
लोग
time
बैठे
on
उधर।
Fracture, it felt like things
Same
were very
तुम्हारे जैसे लोग
even.
बैठे हो।
And that
एकदम
could have given
बचले।
Optic the lead. In the end, it didn't.
Valiant New Agent
Optic
League.
desperately needed that insane play by Ye to even keep things
Chop.
possible for a
DRX
comeback.
man Willow.
But that is a
Sureli,
single
Sureli
solitary
कौन है बे?
lifeline that they can hold on to.
Singular watch.
DRX do have plenty of timeouts in the back pocket, obviously using the first one.
Optic already
Insu,
burned
can we
both
take a
of those.
selfie?
Optic burned both of their timeouts by, what was it,
बोला ना
round
chat
8 or
तुम्हारे
something?
जैसे लोग बैठे हुए।
Very early on.
It's going to give DRX a bit of an advantage to work with, but
Surely है। Oh.
just that.
Oh, surely है। हे भगवान। हे भगवान, surely है वो। यार ये लोग ने कैमरा में इतना क्यूटी दिखाया ना, इतना क्यूटी, मेरे को लगा सुरेली है बे कोई।
He's been a
समझ रहे हो?
superstar for Optic this tournament,
माफ करो यार।
but not on Jet.
Here.
We have seen it in the past, however.
Surely
We know what he's capable of. Coming into this round with only a Sheriff. Oh no, he's got a Spectre to work with as well.
Just hunting for the one-taps. Respect being shown, and guess what? Even the Jiggle Peak, you're not safe from this guy.
That prompts Mako with the hero rifle to double up with Buzz on Catwalk. And Mako's going to re-clear mid.
Arab English.
So they're going to have a pretty decent idea that the pivot has gone into B main right now.
Got another that contained. Outburst again. Drop down to the feet there.
ये असली तरीका है बता push करने का. Close हमेशा smoke देना चाहिए.
All of these positions, yeah, with the side anchor gone of Zest.
ताकि crossing में कोई चप्पल ना
more
मारे.
difficult. The rifle was exchanged there. Mako took a lot of damage and he dropped it into the hands of Buzz. It looks like they still want to try and make some moves.
दो
Maybe
smoke
do a bit
डालो
of
घुस जा बाकी जो है teammate की गलती.
what a shot done.
ये भाई चप्पल हो जाए.
Entertainment with the angles though. And there you go. Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't need to see his opponents to kill them apparently. And now Mako needs to hold on to this rifle. Just in a super safe spot. And Ye is going to try and hunt for this one. If Ye dies or gets a kill, he's got...
क्या लगता है next round अगर Optic जीता तो 10-7 हो जाएगा. फिर भी long way to come back.
Actually, FNS who's the closest.
DRX जीता तो फिर
मेरे
हिसाब से जल्दी खत्म हो जाएगा.
Part of the
13-6,
danger now as we head
13-7.
into deeper and deeper into this next half of this map is the fact that Ye wasn't getting good value.
Mako तो बढ़ रहा है.
Avoiding him a lot of the time, you know, making sure that they weren't playing
FNS ब्रह्मांड.
they mitigated a lot of the
Bigger
stuff
players
that
सारे
by
cute
playing
रहते.
so
बात
slowly.
तो ये fact
When
तो
Optic
है.
on the attack side,
Guys, we have reached 3K watching chat. Congratulations, we have reached 3K watching. Make sure to like and subscribe.
But there's also a lot of tools that he has to avoid. This triple initiator comp can throw recon darts, haunts, you know, a 0-pointer, fragment grenade. Just so many tools, basically.
Yeah.
The DRX have at their
Guys, अभी
disposal.
देखो.
Ye's going to have to weave his way around.
No
Buzz was doing
sentinel,
a
ठीक है?
great job of that on the attack.
they'll remove the recon though. Early days.
Drone के टाइम पे अगर इसने नेट डाल दे तो हो गया.
Catch a timing with this
Lag
one as well. Fragment nade in his hands. And one of the downsides, I think, of DRX running this triple initiator comp is that they don't have a bit of that passive map control denial. You know, when you have a trademark in play, if you're running a
ये
chain or
दर्द है
whatnot,
भाई. Info ही नहीं है.
it's not really an option for them. DRX have to commit bodies down the sidelines to make sure players aren't creeping up mid.
And the most obvious place you can see it is a tree.
Blind.
Flash pushes them back there, but that's going to be the no command. Yeah,
क्या हो रहा है
I mean,
भाई?
listen, no idea what's occurring right here. The
समझ
Nas
नहीं आ रहा
feet
क्या
are
हो
going to
रहा.
be tickling him for but a moment. Pressing the advantage, moves forward to Buzz with the rifle.
बस भाई भड़क गए.
Instant
भड़क
response with the
गए.
swing. DRX are ready to contest.
लग गए
Ready to
लग गए लग
brawl.
गए लग गए. क्या क्या तोड़ेगा इधर
Unwinnable
रिवील
spot
उधर
for
रिवील
FNS.
क्या तोड़ेगा
A
बता.
perfect destruction of that A-split attempt coming out from Optic. It looked chaotic on our screens, but really what it came down to is that Optic weren't coordinated enough. There was
यार ये
complexity
थोड़ा
in
सा
use
ज्यादा
in
घुस गया
layers,
भाई जेन
but they
में.
weren't following it
Left
up
right
fast
कर
enough.
करके
Ye just
ना
got
कर्सर
snarled
इतना
up
हिला
in
के.
tree, and you could see from his position how confusing it was.
Gotta give credit to
But Buzz was
ये देखना.
tagged up by
वो
so much
जेन पे
stuff.
क्यों देख रहा था वही नहीं
He
समझा
was
मेरे
getting
को.
suppressed, then he got pushed
देखा
back,
तुम लोग
then he
ने?
got paranoia, then he got recon darted, and no one was
जेन
there
की
to
तरफ
follow up
मुंह
on
क्यों
any
किया
of that
उसने?
utility. So it's all about the timing, and it all went wrong for Optic.
पीछे ऑलरेडी इतने लोग थे.
DRX making that one look absolutely trivial. And I think hitting on Bala's point earlier, this comp doesn't look as practiced.
I तो love DRX chat. तुमको तो पता ही है.
That's the double-edged sword of changing up your composition so late into a tournament. You're not going to have as much practice on it compared to the usual stuff that you've been showing. It's not going to be there for you.
Flash के
It
कारण.
really does change up everything.
Flash के कारण.
Your protocols on attack side, defense
जेन
side,
के
set
यहाँ पे
plays
फ्लैश
you
होते
otherwise
नहीं है.
were
उसका
accustomed
कोई
to.
भी फ्लैश उसका हेल्प नहीं कर सकता था वहाँ
We
पे.
talked about how Ye was taking control of the game through mid, and he tries it again on Jet, and Buzz stops it in its tracks.
Shuts it down timing.
The Jonas?
Oh, he gets spotted out. Has to
भाग
destroy
रहा
it.
है. क्या भागा है
Backs
FNS.
away.
A little lucky to get out with his life there. Zest was close, or rather Stacks, close behind.
Tap of the orb
You
forces
should
out a
run.
bit of that spam. Now you see
मार्कर मार्कर.
could be that lockdown being used. Respect has to be shown here into the corner of the sides. Reconsidering though which
उनको
way they want to
पता
go.
है
It's just a
fake
lockdown
है.
to try and fake presence.
कोई
Players
हुआ ही
are
नहीं.
moving all over this place though. I'll be with the pop flash
Oh,
right through the
anti-anti.
corner. Victor does trade out the kill.
And FNS is on the lurk. This was all a double fake.
Yeah, the double fake. Tried to sell it as a fake initially, but
Guys, first time देखा ना double fake? ये अच्छा था यार.
Backside of B. DRX players are left scrambling a little bit. Left unaware. Straight out the open. Victor narrowly avoiding just the beaver damage.
These are going to be rough post-plant positions, though. Optic, all three players. Oh no, Marv actually got back into B main. So this is looking fairly good.
Winnable है Optic के लिए. ये positions अच्छे लग रहे हैं मेरे को.
got to find the value. Buzz has a choice here. He can either go on a
Buzz
long
भाई अगर
run,
market गए.
meet up with the rest of his team. He just decides there's not enough
अभी
time
visible है
to
Optic
go
के
and
लिए.
flush out a B main player. Everything on Marv.
And Marv has to be the playmaker. Double flash play, swings into it!
Nice, nice.
Two players sprayed, Victor returns with more. And I know where the last is, Zest.
अभी मैं कैसे मेरी जान सिर्फ वीकेंड पे देखने मिलता है. ऑप्टिक को बोला रेस खेले. कल देखेंगे यार. कल बोल रहे नेक्स्ट मैप देखना पड़ेगा रेस.
What a set play.
Thank you the $5 million मेरी जान. Thank you, thank
Even with the
you.
player disadvantage,
Thank you,
they could take that round away.
That's such a beautiful post plan. It feels like Victor's utility to support his teammates on this map is second to none.
Guys मैं बोला था ना.
Little flash,
ऑप्टिक जीतेगा ये
Marv
राउंड.
away from, and everybody just goes forwards. Victor's really good at that when they're playing defense as well, flashing in for the players at back B site to anchor. This pushes DRX down onto a thrift.
ये बस अल्टी उतना नहीं करता.
Are slowly clawing this one back. The question is whether they have enough.
किलजे को अल्टीज लेकिन काम में नहीं आया ना इतना जल्दी.
Still only 2 rounds, that's all it'll take for DRX.
ये मैप में किलजे का अल्टीज इतना काम में नहीं आया.
So, on the
घुसने
eco.
के लिए.
Buzz does have the knives available to him. And he's definitely been making plays. Feels like that head-to-head, you know, the Jet. If you Jet match up, RB, flash.
5k likes का बोलेगा हो जाएगा पे
Peek
likes.
into it, has to respect that, no! Okay, hopping away, Optic can't quite claim the kill, dashing into the smoke! Oh, they return fire! One and for all, trying to barrel the way through.
stacks घुस जाता तो हो गया था around.
Lightly. Bit of a spray down, but the weapon's not quite working out. Still, a Sheriff in the warbang angle. Victor will eventually fall.
Stacks तभी घुस जाता तो हो जाता था.
Stacks. What a missed opportunity! You can't miss shots like that.
But Marv's position has been given away, and he's allowed to slink back.
Back to safety
Yeah,
in that 2v3. A rifle in the hands of the Marv. Aggressive positioning was played for.
And Stacks gets another one, another bite at it.
3v1.
Able to come away with the goods.
Crashes has to play against the recon dart and is too predictable with the movement. And that buffer that we were talking about prior, DRX, despite the fact that they're on that eco round, it matters not. Bringing it to map point.
Thirsty.
This round begins.
ये भी spam लगता है. ये आज तक नहीं मारा
This round
मैंने.
begins with a punish on
पूरे
DA,
जिंदगी के
really,
करियर में.
as he dashes into the site. You know, Victor whiffs the opportunity.
Right
coming
से
out
spam
big,
मारा,
and
left
then
से
Ye
कभी
tries to
मारा
dash
ही
in to
नहीं है.
punish. And instead, there's a crossfire set up, and someone gets inside Ye's smoke and beams him down with a frenzy.
मेरे को एक बात बताओ, वो चीज़ repeat पे है क्या? हाँ? वो चीज़ repeat पे है क्या chat?
Who played it beautifully there with frenzy in hand.
Fully exposed.
And it is a shoddy force buy from Optic.
So
मेरे को भी लग रहा था हाँ क्या? बहुत smile कर रहा है. Smile is key to success, Pankadu.
Crashies. Looking like he wants to set up for this. Oh, and the jet diff.
It manifests itself. One shot to the head, straight through the wall. And Buzz still holding his ground into the close quarters. A 4v5, it has to be the hero play to stay in this map. FNS has crawled his way up close against this. Using it, but he's revealed. As soon as the smoke dissipates, and the play, well, it's going to have to be made with the Hunter's Fury. Scatters his way across, updrafting, avoiding it, narrowly in the coverage once more.
LOL, dude!
Swinging through. Full support.
Dude!
As the rest of the DRX roster make short work of the Optic push.
Yes, young.
DRX's defense has just looked so good here. Their mastery of Ascent, the positions that they're playing.
अबे घुस के मार भाई बस घुस के मार.
5v1 है, मार घुस के.
Water utility used, and as soon as the wall
भाई
goes
5v1
down,
में भी नहीं घुसते भाई.
DRX will not be denied the map 5.
भाई 2-0 से 2-2.
Life poured back into the
2-0
DRX
से
players
2-2.
after they were able to get that win on Fracture. And now it feels like they're
Guys.
in control.
The confidence is there.
Sheesh भाई.
Team that rides the highs and lows of emotions.
Have Optic let this one slip? It is so incredibly rare for Optic to have a game that falls away from them. The DRX fans can feel it.
Small section of the audience, but the crowd, it feels like absolutely multiplied on the side of DRX here. And that is the big question, isn't it, Josh? Are Optic letting this one slip? They have the experience, they have that prior knowledge, that veteran presence. But in situations like this, sometimes it's easy to forget all that.
And they made a punt here. Let's not get it wrong. They changed their composition. It's only the second time they showed a new comp at champs. Both have played.
single
Showed
award.
us the Neon comp on Breeze. It showed us this comp now on Ascent. And both
एक बार अपना आधार कार्ड देख लेना, ठीक है? और उसके बाद स्टैक्स का देख लेना, ठीक है? जो एज डिफरेंस है ना फंकड़ो, एज डिफरेंस समझ रहे हो? कम से कम 25 इयर्स का एज गैप है, समझ रहे हो चैट?
And Ye just couldn't get going. Especially with the way that Ye closed things out. Playing that tucked corner.
Yay!
He just had them in the palm of his hand. Beautiful play from Buzz. A player that really crumbled at Copenhagen, but now he's back away from the chamber. He's making wonders, making miracles happen for DRX.
Seems to be back in his element as well, and history is truly being rewritten. There are no parallels really to be drawn to Reykjavik, not this time, not right now, because DRX are bringing us to the absolute brink in this series. Going to go to a short break. Our analyst desk breaks down the action, but don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss it.
डरते हैं क्या चैट? Age is just a number, uncle. कॉल आ रहा है. हेलो? यस? हाँ हाँ. अच्छा, लॉ पढ़ने के बाद बराबर. हाँ, ये होता है. या सामने वाला हैंडसम रहना चाहिए. या करेक्ट होता है. नॉर्मल है. या थैंक यू. फोन रखता हूँ. नहीं मतलब ठीक है. लड़की 30 साल की है, लड़का हैंडसम है, लेकिन नहीं तो फिर होता है. ठीक है. फोन रखता हूँ. ऊपर से कॉल आया था. कितना मतलब जब से मेरा हो गया ना यार, मैट्रिमोनियल टाइप्स कॉल आ रहा है आजकल. माँ को भी लाइक हु टोल्ड मी टू अनइंस्टॉल. बात तो है रे मस्त. बोलना चाहिए ना उसको. हर किसने स्ट्रीम भी देखा रहेगा, उनको मालूम नहीं पड़ेगा शायद. चीज अभी पिंकी सोच रही है, अभी 2 मिनट गूगल कर देंगे. वो पिंकी सोच रही है, गूगल कर रही है टॉप 10 कमबैक्स, ऐसा कुछ गूगल कर रही हो. टाइम लगेगा, रुक जाओ.
Here with Mimi, Bola, and Achilles. We talk about the Korean jet. We saw Ye back on jet, but Mimi, it was the Korean jet that came out on top this time.
Yeah, Optic debut a new composition here. They bring back Ye's jet for the first time since stage 1, and it was not effective. DRX again are just showing their mastery on Ascent.
Yeah.
I mean, the scariest.
बराबर है. क्या उसको वापस बोलने दोगे? वो एकदम करेक्ट पॉइंट टू पॉइंट बात करती है यार. कुछ भी बोलो. हाँ, एकदम पॉइंट टू पॉइंट बात करती है. बात तो है कि नहीं?
Or maybe he would find more value. I don't know. All I know is that, like, Durka before him, he has fallen before
I don't have any belt tied to you.
We're going to try to start something there in that second half, but as soon as guns got in their hands, DRX just completely took control again.
Belt tie कहाँ होता है? बराबर है.
Absolutely dominant. 13-6.
+1 बेल्ट टाई नहीं करते. +1 बात तो है.
Here,
Yeah.
all 5 maps.
I mean, what a monstrous performance from Buzz. You see with the 386, but one of the
I
things
think it's
this
serious.
got out of hand for Optic really early on. We saw the second timeout be called by Coach Chet, at round 8, I believe,
Yeah.
in that first half, and from
ये
there,
डर
there
अच्छा
was
लगा.
nothing more that he could do. We only saw DRX really call one.
कॉल करे क्या? बेल्ट वाले को कॉल करते चल. आ जाओ. Let's call the belt. फोन काट दिया. जीजा जी नमस्ते. शादी का इनविटेशन का गिव इज नीडेड, नहीं तो वैलेंट स्क्रिम्स करो, जितने वाली टीम को इनविटेशन मिलेगा. फिंकी का बॉडीगार्ड नहीं दे सकते रे, नहीं दे सकते, क्योंकि जो जगह पे कर रहे हैं ना वहाँ पे बहुत लिमिटेड लोग अलाउड है, और हमारे फ्रेंड्स और फैमिलीज बहुत ज़्यादा है, समझ रहे हो, इसलिए इनविटेशन नहीं कर सकते. लेकिन हम लाइव स्ट्रीम करेंगे और बताएंगे कि हाउ कूल इट इज़, समझ रहे हो. बंक्स भाई मेरे स्ट्रेस बस्टर, थैंक्स बंक्स भाई, लव यू मेरी जान.
We good at warm, or we
बंक्स भाई आप प्रॉपर 30 के लगते हो, फिंकी थी 23 की. बंक्स चैनल हेटर्स. लाइव स्ट्रीम इजंट श्योर, व्हाई? लाइव स्ट्रीम मैनेज के ऑब्वियसली. पिंकी और स्टार्टिंग अब्यूजिंग मी. पिंकी ने मेरे को अब्यूज किया है चैट. बदलिश गॉड कमिंग अप यूज, थैंक यू अभिषेक दुबे. पिंकी के बॉडीगार्ड, थैंक यू फॉर द मेंबरशिप. अबे लेकिन ये तो बहुत पहले ही बोला था. पिंकी बिना बधिर काम है इसी तरह. मैं क्या करता हूँ. चैट पिंकी ने मेरे को गाली दिया. चैट मेंबर्स ओनली होगा भाई, ऐसा नहीं है, इतना फार्मिंग नहीं करते हम. कर रहा हूं गैस. वैलो हम नहीं खेल पाएंगे इसके बाद मेरे हिसाब से. ये फाइनल मैप 12, 10, 12, 20 तक खत्म हो जाएगा, उसके बाद हम लोग को करेंगे, ठीक है. वो भी करेंगे पंकजू. गाली वक्त खाने वाले काम तो करते हो, बात तो है. माँ बात चाय कौन सी वाली इंग्लिश में दी? चाय वाली दी, चाय वाली. मेरे को चाय पसंद है ना, तो इसलिए उससे थोड़ा राइम में पड़ी मेरे को. लोको पे मसाला प्लीज नो ग्राइंड. रात के टाइम पे क्या है यार, मेरे को बताओ. 12:30 1 बजे लोको पे अपन जीटी करेंगे. तेरे को क्या लगता है क्या होएगा? कौन सा मसाला मिलेगा तुमको वो टाइम पे? बस मैं गिलू चुमिनो कंची 29 गिलू यू कुछ तो बोल रहा है.
팬들 그리고 선수들한테도 남겨준 것 같아서 기분이 매우 좋고.
Well, we've reached the end of this series, and Mimi, of
लोगों
course,
पे
Buzz is
ग्राइंड
very
आरपी
confident
पिंगर
about
करेंगे
Haven.
बे,
How are
पिंगर.
you feeling about this? Are you
पिंगर ग्राइंड करेंगे.
Just on the train of the momentum is so big, and I don't know.
रेड माफिया को बुला लेना फॉर प्रोटेक्शन एट वेटिंग, नो 5-man रूल. ये कर सकते
That would have been
ये कर
that, but
सकते
DRX have only improved as the series has gone on, and I don't know if I see that stopping.
How dare you use the
13-8,
momentum where you go on
13-5,
flat chat. You're not allowed to use these terms,
13-6.
Amy. Only I can do that.
तो मतलब
But no,
ऑप्टिक
I
1
think
पॉइंट
the
के
momentum
लीड
is
से.
there for them.
It doesn't have
Obviously, we've
anything
seen a
else
good amount
to
of
bully
Haven
me
from DRX so far.
with
This tournament, they
hands
played it 3
age.
times. Did drop.
नहीं ऐसा नहीं है पंकड़ू. I don't just bully you with age. There is also gameplay, no? Bugs I love you too. Yes, thank you Ashi, thank you for the 200. Thank you for the 40. हराम जादा.
resiliency. We haven't really seen that from Optic so far in this.
गैस मैं एक्चुअल में ऐसे इमेजिन कर पा रहा हूँ. मालूम है शादी के बाद मैं ऐसा पिंकी तो को तोड़ूंगा और सामने से चप्पलों की बारिश होगी. मालूम है तू कल मिल रहा है मुझे, याद है ना? लॉल ड्यूट. मिलने के पहले सॉरी बोल दूंगा, कोई टेंशन नहीं. I just have to say one fucking word, which is cancel. Is that word cancel, Pankadu? Pencil or cancel? दोनों में से एक रहेगा. ये तो आराम इंटू इन्फिनिटी बात तो है. गेमप्ले में उंगली मत उठाओ, शी इज डायमंड फ्लेयर नाउ. ऐसे क्या?
If they ran a more standard comp,
FO
and if they continue to bring out the
FO भी हो
I
सकता
mean,
है.
I feel like they had the best implementation of anyone on the Phoenix thus far this tournament. I still don't think that I am sold on it. What we've seen from
फिर
DRX
से
has
kill
been
जाए,
consistent
chat.
and solid here on Haven, and I feel like Phoenix is still such a gimmick. You lose out on so much initiator power on the reclear. It's so much harder to hold on to that lobby control without a raise, without an Aster, without something like that. I just don't know if I have
कौन सा map है अभी?
their entire year on this composition.
Yeah, I think if there was any time to punt, it would actually have been on this map specifically, but I'm not going
Breeze fade. I like breeze
sell this
fade.
completely as a
I'm really
DRX favorite
with my
decision here. I
gameplay
think
went
there's
from silver to
plenty
diamond.
to
You are just de-ranking
compliment with this
boomer.
Phoenix, and Optic is one of those teams who is very, very strong at it, especially when they start on the defensive side. Victor can get rolling very early and snowball.
He gets to go back to the chamber. It's again going to be Buzz on this jet. I
थोड़ा
think shutting him
supportive
down
दिखाना पड़ता
is
है,
going to be a
chat.
huge
Plus one,
priority,
plus one.
particularly for Ye, but also for Victor when he's playing on that Phoenix.
मत
As
कर
I
कल
mentioned,
और
they need to
जिंदगी
make sure
भर
his flashes
compensation
are
देना
on point
पड़ेगा.
to deny Buzz on those long angles.
One thing as well,
Thank
as
you
we
for that,
see, DRX
200.
is starting on attack.
क्या लगता है
This is
कौन
where they
जीतेगा
started
अवार्ड्स
yesterday
में?
in the
एवरी
series.
कैटेगरी मेरे को कैटेगरीज देखने पड़ेंगे रे. कैटेगरीज देखने पड़ेंगे.
The next half as well from Optic. So if they get that sort of lead as FPX did, I think it's looking good.
Well, it all comes down to this map. 5, one more to decide who moves on to the grand finals against Loud tomorrow. Over to you.
क्या हो गया?
Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, history might be about to be made because, listen, we've never seen a reverse sweep being done on the global stage like this before. Like, DRX are attempting right here, right now, but are up against the resilience, Josh, of the Optic Green Wall.
Yeah, we've never seen DRX in a grand final.
कल इवेंट किधर है? स्ट्रीम होगा पता नहीं.
Neither of these teams have played in a BO5
Boulevard goes to
that went
Bucks
to 5
by.
maps this year. So we are truly in.
Guys, ये लोग रेस को प्रेफर क्यों नहीं कर रहे? चैट, हाँ, रेस को प्रेफर क्यों नहीं कर रहे चैट ये लोग? आई डोंट लाइक इट्स. रेस कितना अच्छा है, पुल करो, नेट करो, एम इन कंट्रोल.
Because FNS's attack side calling was beautiful in the game against XZ. And it is such
कल भी
a
वॉच पार्टी था.
punt
कल मैं अवार्ड
to
फंक्शन
go
में
for
जा रहा
the
हूँ यार.
Phoenix
कल वॉच
Killjoy
पार्टी नहीं कर
chamber
सकता
comp
मैं.
to define whether or not you make it to the grand finals of champions.
To be honest, you only
Most
grind our
important
pin nowadays.
tournament of the year.
You
You're
feel
seeing
so.
a clash taken directly head to head. Pistols in the hands of the opposition. There's going to be that exchange of fire early on, just the 1-for-1. For now, space already being gained here. Direct going for the reclear in short. Ye being punished just for his hubris, but FNS plays being made one after the other. And as the last man standing,
3v1 balls.
Bren, that's another one of those FNS refuse to lose rounds. His classic is so good and so underrated. But he's just working magic with that gun. So many pistol rounds, he comes out with something special
अभी
there.
एस में
And
रेज
that
रहता
one
तो
just
DRX के बाद
runs into the site to try and defend the rest of his team who were getting overwhelmed. That is a very crucial pistol round to get Optic going.
One to get him at the right foot at the start of this as well, the pistol round.
So this is the most classic approach that DRX have on their attack side Haven. They are going to smoke off and they are going to fight for the orb. Sometimes they don't smoke, sometimes they triple swing, that kind of thing. But either way, they're going to try and load those ult orbs into Stacks. You see that Stacks has the spike right now as well. So much of their early round game plan is around fighting for C-long control, get the orb,
लास्ट
then
में
decide what to
kills
do.
भी इस गेम ले रहा हो सकता है.
As well. There's a nano swarm on the common plan position on B. Even one tucked here.
उसको sound आया वहाँ पे.
Looking to see if they can clear this one out, but it's a bit of a corner angle, makes it difficult to do. Not sure if that one was got off there, but still pace injected. DRX want to be just trying to take their lead, moving all the way in here, and it's FNS who cleans up the kills. Spectre
Hello?
the rest of his teammates.
FNS
started in map 5 of the lower bracket final.
किसने तो whiff किया क्या?
And think back to what Bala said.
FNS
DRX were really struggling on this side of the map.
Last game में तो 12 round लगे थे उसको.
So weird comp, but this is a weird comp as well that DRX are playing. So nothing stands.
ये तो कुछ भी मारता है बे ये. कुछ भी मारता है.
Pretty happy about that one.
कुछ भी मारता है ये कुछ भी मारता है ये कि ये मारता है कुछ भी ये.
Where things haven't quite gone right for them on Haven.
Yeah, picked and pulled apart at the seams, especially when they last played this map on their defense side. Doesn't make the most sense in the world, but
ये तो reverse booster निकला.
Bala was highlighting it about the previous times that Optic have gone up on the global stage playing this map.
Serious read on B right now. Ye was holding with his Marshall and Victor thinking about pushing. They also have all of their Killjoy utility here. And Victor's tucked in the corner. I mean, just everything happening around B.
Slight offset there, the angle of the crosshair placement, almost nailing the headshot onto Buzz.
Still doing a lot of damage.
Yeah. Body shot might do at the end of the day, might do quite a bit.
And it's so interesting the way the Optic are playing this, because Victor's going to get contact way before the alarm bot does, so the alarm bot not really that useful in the round. And DRX are moving over towards A, an area where it's only Crashies, who's used a Prowler right at the beginning of the round, and now has no idea whether people are creeping up on him.
भाई क्या लेकिन क्या वो है ना rotation देखा 3 बंदे पे आ गए भाई क्या rotation है.
Such a good read on this, and the shot finds its mark. Too late down by Ye, one prior earlier in the round. There needs to be an attempt from DRX to try and make the moves, the horn over the top, and it's just a slight jiggle. With the movement and the Spectres, a spray down is not in order, or is it? Stacks with the rifle, not enough to reset.
यार इतना close आके DRX यार इतना close आके.
Yay, back on the chamber. 5-on-1 to start. That is not half
such
bad.
an early time. This was the start that Optic were looking for. To try and deny any shot, any chance of that DRX reverse sweep from becoming a reality.
That almost looked physically like Termi reaching over and making sure that his team takes a moment and takes a deep breath.
सुनो ऐसे टाइम पे ना सिंपल है. पहला राउंड एक है नहीं हुआ, सेकंड राउंड इको था ठीक है, तीसरा राउंड फुल बाय वर्सेस वीक बाय में भी एक है नहीं हुआ. उसका मतलब ए में कुछ प्रॉब्लम है क्योंकि ए में ये एक्सक्यूज मी देख रहा.
But a timeout like this, I think, does signify that it's very early on for some kind of strategic change across the board. It has to imply that there's something off.
देखा तुम लोगों ने देखा.
I would agree.
मोइन भाई ने
Again,
देखे
you
लेकिन
can't really have too much of a read of how Optic are playing. You've only played the pistol round and the bonus round.
Yeah.
So I think you're right there.
मोइन भाई
They're
ने
gonna be heading
देखे.
into DRX on a round where they don't have any guns to play with. So
Emi
the
bhai.
timeout, if it was strategical, is not going to be for round 4. You're going to be looking towards round 5 when rifles are
जैसे कलर हार्ट्स की हो रहा है.
these Korean players. And that's why this round
Okay, green मतलब Optic color और blue मतलब DRX heart. क्या ऐसा है क्या?
You might think it's about doing damage to the Optic economy.
Green,
They've got so
Optic,
much money.
blue, DRX.
Actually, it's about feeding
फिर
ult
से
points
जा
into
रहा
the
है.
hands of the right players.
Deep Seas will find that connection. There's no utility to really follow up on it though. Obviously, Optic not opting to run the raise
Kata.
more commonly. And it's down to Crashies just to try and push them back at the util that he's dumping here.
Look at the positioning of Ye right now as well. This is
Ye खेल रहा है at Ye.
He is so deep in the back of the B site with a rendezvous to escape. This is him getting set up for a big
Rendezvous.
hit on an eco round. And this is FNS's IGLing style. He loves to hard read his opponents and try and get into their
मैं भी
heads.
मेरे रैंक गेम में
He said
बोलूँगा
against
चेंबर
Valorant,
को.
yes.
चेंबर अबे अपना rendezvous at A लगाएगा तू.
That's usually with the right idea of what's going on.
Guys करेंगे अपन
It's
ने.
not the correct
T1
lead
पार्टी के
this
साथ
time
करेंगे.
around. As DRX set up for an
समझ
A
रहे?
hit. But it didn't give anything away.
Down to Victor, has to start using those
Blinded.
flashes though to try and push this back. How has Buzz got that? Crash is removed from the fight. Another flash blade, a curveball. Landing right round the side, being swarmed
करना क्या
by the
चाहते हो
sheriffs.
भाई? करना क्या
What an
चाहते
opening
हो?
for DRX. And an Nano Swarm dropped down to the feet of
Finish
Davies. He
10%.
can't follow up on all the damage that his team has done. Not just yet. But over the top now, FNS.
He spotted He spotted Mako going for some kind of
TP play.
TP play there.
Moves back though, 2 rifles in their hands. Josh comes down to this. Mako trying to reposition. Smoke laid down and he is in trouble. Bit of spam, a bit of fire. 2v2. But the rifles, they made their way out of the smoke. RB not covering it, not watching it. Off to the side, a spray down. And you gotta have confidence in these scenarios because time is running so low. Yeah, you're trying to take the fight. What a spray!
Oh, अच्छा था.
Absolutely magical stuff. And what a round to get DRX back into it.
Nice one,
That
bhai.
is huge. But I've got a
अबे
question.
अगर ये round हार गए तो
What's it with
3-3
on their A defense?
लग गए.
I mean, there are definitely.
ये round अगर Optic आ रहा तो 3-3 लग गए. DRX is back.
Sure, Buzz finds a great opener, but then you've just
Buzz
got
ने दूसरा
Victor
shot
trapped
भागा.
on the back of the site. He used both of his flashes and didn't swing off any of them. His teammates were holding the right side of the box, but he just never chose the timing to fight. Way too scared from Victor there.
Yeah. Bad time to lose the nerve. In map 5 here, the
Ulti है breach के पास.
And that is going to have big ramifications for DRX's confidence. In a situation where you could have kept them against the ropes, they now believe they can win.
Flashes are definitely connecting as a punishment. That's forward. You've got to be joking.
थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो गया.
Absurd from Buzz. Just
थोड़ा
a
ज़्यादा
bit
हो
too
गया.
far forwards there with the aggression, but an instant play being made.
The pivot, but Marv is here.
Marv, they know he's here. The attempt was made there. TP onto the side. Now we're rolling. Pushing them back. Paranoia is beautiful. Marv cleans up. Zest with the swing to try and fight back.
भाई
What can be done here?
साहब
The spike has been dropped down.
कोई भी चीज़ मुझे क्या टीशन का फैन हो.
This one, and it's a double up. In
मैच
fact,
करा रहा हूँ.
even the ultimate being committed here. What? Spray down! And a lockdown will not do squat!
I don't think I've ever seen a spray down like that before, Bren.
RB
Hello?
has just pulled one of the most insane spray downs I've ever seen in my life.
1 HP. He gets away
Mother's relative
from
shot
endless
मारा है.
down and pops down one of his own. And now everything's in the hands of Ye. And he's going to be running into the alarm bot at the back. Deactivated due to how far away RB is. Forced to commit the spike.
ये मरेगा
Timing is
चलेगा ना?
everything.
नहीं,
Zest
नहीं,
in the
नहीं.
corner. He's low enough. Ye could find one
Check
shot.
नहीं करेगा.
To turn it
Check
into the
नहीं
1v1,
करेगा.
and he gets the
Check
right read.
किया?
Doesn't opt to pick up the rifle. Wants to play fast into this one because he knows RB's low. And the warbangs.
5 bullets.
Surely he goes for his RB swings and wins the 1v1.
मैंने 4 मार दिए.
I do not believe it. The level of
वाह
confidence.
चल.
And RB
Bowling by.
who's been criticized over and over
Bowling by
again
just reaction ही
for
नहीं.
not putting up the numbers in the big moments.
Bowling
But
by
watch
reaction.
this.
I still don't understand how that shot hit Crashy.
Just disgusting.
He killed them both at once? Did he curve the bullet?
वो तो नहीं
you're right,
उसने
friend.
नहीं मारा. IGN ने कॉल दिया
RB
था कि
has
ऐसा
faced so
मारा.
much criticism. He never looked like a big
Yes,
game
देख
player.
रहा DRX chat.
But he's
DRX
never
support
played a
करो.
bigger game.
भाई क्या मारा यार. Mother's
And the
relative
team
shot
took
मारा यार.
such
कुछ
a
भी बोलो.
gamble sticking with this 5-man roster and changing the roles around.
ये लोग
Putting
पागल है
RB on
भाई.
Killjoy.
Yeah.
भी मारा
And it
यार.
is paying
2v4.
dividends here,
3 बंदा मार
where
दिया.
it matters most. Optic left reeling after the beginning to this map. Back-to-back rounds from DRX stolen from right underneath North America's nose. And what is this buy?
भाई क्या स्कोर लेना था तुमने? 4-1 5-1 कुछ होता था ऑप्टिक का अगर वो लोग
It's
वो
a
राउंड
half
जीतते
buy
तो.
though, and Optic have been dangerous on these rounds.
Victor back at the side now. That's the flash. Going to be using it. Great timing of it, but weapon just not quite good enough. In fact, look at this. Buzz expertly moving away around his own smokes, isolating the fights one after the other.
And Zest covering for FNS as well, who was trying to make a play to deny. Buzz with another dash.
बस से सीखना पड़ेगा यार चैट. घुस के मार के निकल भी गया वो.
V5. As the rest of Optic are left to sit, stew, simmer.
भाई
wonder what
5v1 में
has
कोई
been going
पीक
wrong
नहीं ले
in
रहा है
these
भाई.
rounds.
5v1.
At this point, has to be a swing there.
5v1 में कोई पीक नहीं ले रहा है चैट.
Lack of confidence, perhaps.
क्या discipline है
Showcasing just
ये?
a little bit, but in a
Still
1v4
4 players ready
Huh?
to deny the spike.
and all the post-plant utility, aftershock into the corner, another nano swarm. Ye realizes you've got to give this one up.
And what a recovery of this half by DRX so
भाई
far. 3
क्या
rounds
है
in a row from
ये
Optic, and they
भाई?
should have been ready
मैंने
to
बोला था 3-3 होने वाला है.
4, maybe 6. They had DRX against the ropes.
किलने देना
What
चाहते
an
हैं.
incredible
फिर भी.
counterpunch this has been.
Yeah, right off the back of the timeout.
Yep.
Kicking off Optic. Deciding it's
Hello?
time on their own.
That's a bit of a rough challenge by Crashies as well. When DRX are taking a B hit like that, you've got to anticipate that they're going to fight
कितना
quickly.
प्यारा मारा है.
And
ये
Crashies is
कैमरा बोलते.
there, just a snack for Buzz to devour.
मोला मोला
And at this point, all the experience in the world,
मोला.
I think, can just start to fade away. Much like this series sometimes has felt, I think Optic taking this time out now to get a bit of a breather. The grip may be back on the series at hand because history is currently being made against you. DRX are looking like they are in the driving seat to maybe complete the first reverse sweep we've seen in the global stage of VCT history in these best of fives.
DRX came into this tournament with a reputation for consistently choking,
Hajmulab. Excuse
consistency,
me.
but by finishing 5th to 6th.
Lalpul gettable.
If you
Bunks
were
by
told me
beautiful.
they were
Hello.
on the verge of being the first team to complete
Guys,
the
3-3.
reverse sweep in a
क्या लगता है
BO5,
chat?
I wouldn't have thought they had it in them.
No, I'd be like, ludicrous. What year? 26?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe give it a couple of years and DRX will be at that level. But they
Chat.
pulled it out.
3K watching है. 5K likes करोगे? करोगे chat? करोगे? अपना बुंड का सारा जोर लगाओ करके जल्दी करो, ठीक है?
They've got Optic up against the ropes.
But timeout being taken by Optic.
Execute,
Beaten
yeah,
in the
chat,
past with this
execute.
one. What kind of adaptations are they going to be making? It's a fast play, flash over the top. The Haunt was destroyed though, and a lovely stun into the corner. How is Buzz just leading them in like this?
Incredible utility! The execute perfect for putting pressure on Ye and FNS and setting up Buzz on the entry. That is immaculate. A textbook play in how to set up your Jet entry player.
You just have to save.
क्या
if you're
ये?
Optic. You just have to save.
Goodbye, good night. That round is over in the first 30 seconds.
The timeout that you burned was off the back of that round. The adjustments that needed to be
Crazy
made.
खेलते भाई.
Just nothing.
हाँ
Nothing
chat.
to Buzz apparently, especially when he's been supported in this way in form.
And Victor's still holding on to it.
Execute में 5 सेकंड के अंदर खाली कर देते बे.
The whole
5 सेकंड में खाली कर देते
running
execute
Phoenix on
में.
this map is that the Phoenix can be very mobile, move around, grab info, but also crucially is going to get ult cycling. You're going to get an ult, you're going to use an ult, you're going to very quickly build it back up.
It's not being used.
They just haven't had the moments.
Come back chat, come back. भाई कितना प्यारा लगता है ना जेट ऐसा घुस के मार दे तो.
Take a look at this replay here.
Stun भी
The
किया.
stun, so it's a fault
Flash
line of
भी किया.
paranoia. Buzz
Fade ने
finds the
ulti भी
perfect
मारा.
moment to dip out just as the fault line disappears and the paranoia comes in. And the paranoia just sets up both of those kills immaculately.
Yeah.
And that's already
जब से उस
after
बंदे ने
Ye has
uninstall
been
करने
pushed
बोला
off
था.
his aggressive C long line by the
तब
Hawk.
से Optic आ रहा है.
So every piece of the utility
So precise with the
coming out
timings.
from Zest, Stacks, and Mako works in unison.
काया भाई काया.
That is a lot. And it's going to mean he doesn't have his
ये तो
armor for
मेरी
the running back.
जिंदगी
He
है.
chooses to
स्पैम
invest
मारता है
in this
रिटर्न
round.
में ऐसा लगता है ऐसा
Pretty
लगता
big
है.
difference.
Setting themselves up though for the C split. Yay, could be again the deciding factor.
ये एक ही बचा सकता है
Operator
Optic को
watching
भाई.
the angle. What is going to be used to try and push him off?
मेरे को लग रहा है मिस करेगा अभी ये वाला शॉट.
Going to be a close
Flash, and it's just a pre-fire from Ye. Respect being shown. Victor moves down into them, and that's the running back finally being used. Of Ye at the back of the side, anchoring, holding.
Hello?
Zest.
What a timing!
Pound for pound.
Hello?
Back, and they're not done yet.
Marv though on the flank picks up Zest, and he might be able to settle this round back down. Stacks is now left in a 1v2.
2v1.
Had a very rough beginning to this BO5, but Zest is finding more and more value. Here comes Marv on the peak.
मरवा दे भाई.
Information. Yeah. Knew exactly where
मरवा
it
दे
was.
भाई ने मार दिया भाई.
Great round for Optic to get back into things, and off the back of Ye.
Off the back of Ye being full blind, Brent. I think I've got to give credit to Victor here too, though, because he had the narrowest of timings to be
30
able to
HP में
disrupt
दो
this
को मारा है
push.
इसने.
And even though he does get caught afterwards, it is important that you continue to apply the pressure there because Ye is trying to escape. So
बस
it
के
needs
पास
someone
अल्टी
to
है
intercede on his
ये बस
behalf,
अल्टी
and that
उल्टी
was
मारते
Victor.
नहीं लगते
So
बे
now you've got barely any
Eh?
ultimates in play, and yet a very decisive gun round.
गाइस
4-4.
एग्जीक्यूट आ रहा है
Big fight over the A lobby happening right here.
Yeah, a lot of players grouped up.
अरे
Prowler's going to be lashing into a common position. They
पकड़ा
know that Mako, the most likely candidate for who actually teleported to cut it across. There was a C's over the top, I think, that they wanted to maybe make a play off of, but there was nothing else to try and combo
बी
with.
जाने वाले चैट
Yeah, they could have gone for a C's hot hands, but frankly, it wouldn't matter anyway. Mako had already evacuated.
Yeah.
I like the way that Marv is taking deep positions on C. Here comes a B hit. Crashy's got punished last time.
Hot play straight into the sides.
पीछे देख
There it is.
नहीं, मेरा
Crashes
आवाज
finally
नहीं सुना
returns with the
उसने
damage, and there's the spike being denied on top of it. Not done yet though, a bit of a dodge attempt! And
अच्छा
spray
था
out of
अच्छा था
Victor.
अच्छा था अच्छा था
It's not the cleanest thing in the world, but it does the job.
There's a much better response from Optic when it comes to their B site defense.
ये लोग मेरे हिसाब से अभी ए पे वो वाला स्मोक नहीं करेंगे
And RB not allowed to
और वो
play.
नॉर्मल स्मोक कर
That
देता
flash
तो
gets
लोग
Yay onto
ग्राउंड
the
निकाल
line.
सकते
Every
थे
connector's being watched as well. Oh my word. Headshot there, but yeah. Yay locks that
ये
down.
के सामने तो पीक करने डरते भाई
And all of these rounds, Bren, have to be
ओके
taken
ओके
into
ओके
context.
बी करो बस तेरे को पता है तू क्यों मारा था बिकॉज स्मोक वो जो था दूसरा वाला स्मोक दिया था ये वाला क्लोज कोई खाली नहीं कर सकता और इसने दो मारे इसलिए तुम लोग राउंड आ रहे तो काउंटर करता है फिर से सेम करके बी करो लेकिन इस बार क्लोज स्मोक्स दो किलजिया एक जगह पे नडे नडे डालता रहेगा बस भाई आप सीधा आगे से लेफ्ट लेके खाली करो ये करने वाले हो
Get
लोग
the kill
ध्यान
on
से
the
देखना
Jack
ध्यान
and
से
swing
देखना
back
चाहिए
through and deny the plant. It was still very aggressive, the positioning that he held, but it got the job done.
And a timeout called for DRX. Remember, they burnt up their previous one.
इंडिया में लैंड होगा
Right
इन
after the
आफ्टर
bonus
3
round
इयर्स
was
वो
won
तो
by
रहा
Optic,
इतने सारे
coming
लैंड
to potentially settle the nerves. Using their last timeout now to see if
Can
they
I
can
get a
sort of
hoo
adjust
ya?
the perimeters. 3 rounds left.
या
Yeah, there is not too much time. But again, DRX just
मोला
as many as they can right
Sure.
here. I think, though, you got a great point. With the way that Optic played their attack side on
ये
this
क्या?
map before, all around
बोलता
FNS's
उठा
ICL,
जल्दी
that feels like a side where you would want to get Tomi's input.
But that is same Pinky and me. That is same Pinky and me. Pinky जब कुछ ऐसा एक्साइटिंग ऐसा कुछ करने का रहता है एंड आई एम लाइक यार थक गया हूँ यार जान दो इतना कब से कर रहे कैमरा आया नहीं है फिर वही टाइम पे टाइमिंग हो जाता है
Marv in
Time
an
by
anchor
timing
position
हो
at
जाता है
back B, as Victor, Ye, Crashies try to fight over A lobby. Similar kind of setup that they used before.
Deep Prowler, hot hands in the corner.
I love that.
Yeah, Buzz just has to use his updraft to try and avoid
जली
most
ना
of it.
जली
Look at this.
ना
Pushed up deep into short. Battle about to take place. Mako wins it, but yay! Collateral at play. And it's a fast attempt by DRX to try and take some space. Move back onto the angles, but Yay already repositioned up to heaven. Smoked off though, and now the paranoia cuts its way through, and Victor was left alone but marked. At the back of the site, could be the hero indeed with the trademark at their feet. The slow field not enough, and a spray down tonight.
माको मैंने तेरे को देखा देखा माको देखा मैंने कोई सीन नहीं माको कोई सीन नहीं हाँ फाइनल इसमें ये करना था
Was not going in Optic's favor. If you look at the kill feed right before he gets the collapse, Crashies died. Crashies was trying to go for a re-clear of short, using Marv's paranoia. And if Ye only gets one, or if he gets zero there, the DRX are just going to flood into the A site, and Marv isn't ready. Victor would be caught.
यार DRX का लेकिन प्राउड होना चाहिए
Ye
भाई
saves
2-0
them
से
again.
2-2 करके
DRX
अभी इतना टफ फाइट
are kind of winning these A lobby battles. Marv set up for another paranoia.
7-5 तो इजीली होएगा क्योंकि नेक्स्ट राउंड वाले के पास बहुत अल्टीज है 5 अल्टीज
We've
रहेंगे
seen Victor in this position before, but
DRX will have 5 अल्टीज नेक्स्ट राउंड तो पांचवा राउंड तो DRX कंफर्म जीतने वाली है अभी मेन ये राउंड जीतेगा कि नहीं दैट इज द मेन क्वेश्चन
There's no utility.
Yeah,
Instead,
but
the triple up.
I think they're just happy to play retake in that kind of situation.
Yeah, of course.
क्या हम बी जा रहे हैं
FNS just glancing towards B, and nobody got contact on A long. So these three players, they're going to use the haunt just
क्या
to clear
हम
both of
बी
those
जा रहे
cubbies.
हैं
And DRX have heard it.
Yeah,
they heard the
it.
haunt.
Mako heard it.
They heard the haunt, so they're going for the contact re-clear. This is such a beautiful call.
Crashes is holding the ankle. So narrow. A wider swing. He gets the information, which is what he was looking for, but Crashies, you can't overstep yourself here, son.
It's just an info war right now, and Crashies is looking to challenge.
Up close and personal. Where's going to be the swing? The off angles there. Flash into the corner. What coverage! And play. Ball dances back. Sprayed out on top of the box.
Sexy blind.
No sign whatsoever. FNS is more than ready to play.
तू भाग के
Here
आजा.
comes the flank, the lurk from RB, but he's got it all to do.
20 seconds in the round to do it.
A
Know his
lockdown,
positioning.
a lockdown wouldn't even be usable here. It just takes too much time.
10 seconds
Just doesn't know
बचा
where
है.
the rest of the players are. Too much time to even try and grab the spike as well. He's got too much to clear. Wide swing. FNS just absolutely sublime. Top to bottom.
The IGL
जीत जाता रे DRX ने.
I've got to commend. I think Stax found the perfect timing to try and
ये
contact
गेम
the Ray
में
lobby,
मार्ड एकदम
but
फॉर्म में आ
Crashies
गया.
was jiggling it, and as soon as he saw a couple
ये
of
blind
people
बहुत
moving into a
sexy
lobby,
था.
he knew to call the rotates. And these rotates flooded into the A site. Marth was there, FNS was there to back up Crashies and repel that site.
Okay guys, this is the last round. अपने पास 5 ultis है. 5.
They
Just
struggled
ulti
against
use हो
XZ.
गया क्या last round?
Clearly improvements being made.
जी
but
तो
a lot of
जाना ही
ultimates
नहीं.
online. Buzz just wants to take the lead with the rest of his team once more. Knives in his hands, Blade Storm and an Nano Swarm, and has forced the updraft.
What's going on?
Play? The TP! They're crumbling before our eyes. The DRX, everything to prove, but Optic with the prime game in flawless.
Contrast that round to the previous C exec, and it is night and day.
And Josh, no more timeouts. No more timeouts on hand for DRX.
Just a raw battle of the wills between the IGLs. Maybe just assuming that the Flash had forced Ye to use his rendezvous, but that one looks like a car crash in slow motion. DRX had such a comeback to try and attempt in the second half. 8-4 down.
So difficult. 8-4 being the
बहुत
half.
सारे ultis थे
Let's head it down to the desk to find out if it's really possible.
Kalana Binks ultis gained में
Well,
क्या language
Optic,
है
they're
भाई
starting to run away
मेरी क्या
with
गलती
this,
भाई?
but things could have been a lot worse, Seth, if it weren't for RB.
Yeah, it could have been 9-3 again for Optic in the lead, and they would have had to pull off yet another miracle run. 8-4 though, still a little bit rough around the edges here for DRX. Things really falling.
लेकिन 2 राउंड DRX को जीतना चाहिए था, ठीक है? जो कि वो जहाँ पे 2 वो लोग ने लॉन्ग पे मारे और फिर भी ओमेन ने इतना प्ले किया कि हार गए. और एक ये जहाँ पे उन पर इतना अल्टी था कि बी आराम से वो लोग जा सकते थे, मतलब एकदम इजीली फीजिली, ठीक है? लेकिन वो लोग को वो भी राउंड नहीं जीतने चाहिए था जहाँ पे उसने बंदे ने 4 मारे किल जॉय ने, समझ लो? तो पता नहीं क्या हो रहा है गेम में. पॉज क्यों हो गया?
I've seen definitely a little bit more of a snowball off of this, but you can tell DRX is still here no matter what. No matter if the half is 8-4, no matter if Optic's in the lead, it's still very much doable
एक
for
राउंड
both
में
sides.
4 यूज
It's not a great position to be in here if you're DRX. You don't want to have to make another crazy run back like you did just yesterday in this position. But we do know that their defensive protocols, the setups that they have on the defender side of this map are incredible.
गिली
And on the
चुमने
other
गिली
side of
चुमने
things,
मेरी
as we look
जान.
ahead towards the second half, there have been some questions around this attack side for Optic, and previously it was surprisingly good when they played with Victor on this Phoenix.
Chat only 500 likes for 5k. Jaldi karo chat. Jaldi karo. Jaldi karo.
I think the biggest thing for DRX to do
Jaldi
is
karo.
shut this Phoenix down early. Have Buzz playing on those long angles. Don't let him have that gap close, because without that dive agent, Optic can sometimes struggle to get into those close situations where this composition does thrive.
Yeah, I mean, you saw a lot of times where Victor's getting up
90%
close, being able
attack
to
में
flash
हाँ
and
ना.
get Ye on angles. That's very much more difficult to do on this attack side.
The resiliency
Yeah,
has been
come
great
to
from DRX thus
BBL.
far, but they have to find it within themselves for
Okay.
another comeback if they want to complete this reverse.
DRX.
Yeah, well, Optic also they are on the verge of heading to
Rossi और
yet
Saidi के मेरे को.
another grand final. Sideshow and Brand, let's see if they can close this one out.
The veteran presence of Optic definitely rearing its head here in the final map here of our lower finals, but all questions of the mental blocks, the obstacles that DRX have faced throughout their entire lifeline
feeling
in
DRX
BCT
जीतेगा.
will be dashed away if they're able to come back here.
बस में मार्जल और हेवन का है ऑप्टिक में, वो लोग वहाँ पे
This
है.
is the side where Optic's IGLing just looked sublime against XZ. Not necessarily to do with the composition, just FNS's understanding of Haven.
69%
That's
हो
what
गया.
Stax and the rest of DRX are going to be up against here. A hard read on the B hit, and it looks like it might be correct.
Inside the smokes.
So close.
A bit of a pre-fire, and smoke's going to be fading away. Just to remove that alarm bot.
Such a minute difference there between Victor getting the alarm bot kill and getting killed.
Moments away from it now. Time is being burnt down.
Sir
to a
Binks,
crisp
I
minute
said ulti in DRX ki
remaining.
bund mar ja. नहीं
Still no signs of Optic really making a concrete decision on which
कोई
side
मेरे
they want to land
मजाक
on.
मस्ती सब चलता है इधर.
Both of the fades were having
Until
a
unless
little
तुम लोग
jiggle
किसको
peak
hate
battle
नहीं
over
देते ना यहाँ
long.
पे सब allowed है.
And Zest,
जितना तेरे को मेरे को
Zest
पेलना है
lost out
किसको
on that.
पेलना है. बस जब
Not really
मेरा
fair.
मूड ऑफ रहेगा
It's
तब
just
मत
that
करना
Zest was
बस.
worried
समझ
that
रहे?
multiple
Thank you for the
people would get
body.
punished. So now it's a full A retake setup. The spike is nowhere near.
The spike is in a completely different direction. You do not expect this ever. On a pistol round,
That is
to
such,
make the fake play.
that is such an astounding amount of utility used.
30
A
seconds
Prowler,
left.
a Haunt, a Paranoia, all used to
Ab
try and
kya
go for a
karenge
fast
ye log?
retake that wasn't even real.
And it's completely opened up the site for them. Optic, the push and pull of the rotations. DRX have got such a massive ask ahead of them. No more utility. It has to come down to the fights being taken.
अब तो
And the crossfire
लग
setup with the pistols. Optic just too good for it. Marved. Pushing inside
बस
the
वही कुछ
smoke.
कर सकते हैं.
Maybe overstepping himself just a tad. A reflank at play here by FNS. Has to try and make some mark. The horn over the top, DRX. They seem to be just barreling their way through, and FNS is now found out. He's now known. But survived the classics, missing in the shots. DRX take the pistol.
All of the weight on DRX's
Kaise?
shoulders, and they pulled through
कैसे
in the pistol
कैसे
round to
कैसे
get up to 8-5.
कैसे
They will have a chance to make this series within
रीटेक
2
का
rounds.
एक ability नहीं है उनके पास.
Get
एक
themselves back in here with a fighting chance. It looked so rough.
एक
they fell for
ability
the
नहीं है
fake.
रीटेक का.
They used all of their utility.
Yeah, nothing.
They needed Mako to swing out in the widest swing I've ever seen, just so that the retake had
Crowd
any
तो है यार
legs to it
चैट कुछ भी बोला.
whatsoever.
Yeah.
Crowd तो है क्या बोलते हो?
But now DRX are going to have 2 Bulldogs, 3 Spectres heading into this round, ready to fend off Optic. They're going to have to be ready, though, for wild fakes like that. FNS is definitely digging deep into the playbook on Haven.
Throwing that out into the decider map here. Push to the limits in a best of 5.
जोक्स और दिखाने ना ज़्यादा अपने को.
Apparently, but Buzz going to be taking contact now, and not enough space granted to him. Dashes back away, Cloudburst cutting it up, but still the shots are found. It's given the right angle, the back of the side with a frenzy at play, and at hand Marved, ripping them apart.
Remaining.
But Mako's still alive, and it is just down to Marvs with the Bulldog.
Research भी जाए.
Anything's possible in the 1v1.
Oh,
Kills for him, and a Red Bull clutch is an instant response,
Bro,
an
mother's
instant
relative.
answer back.
नहीं
Earlier
relative
in
ने
this
क्या
series,
वो?
all we were talking
Mother's
about was
native
Marco.
place shot.
Marco.
Mother's
We forget
native
about Marco.
place.
I mean, this map, Marv has put on what you
भाई
expect from him.
AWS से AWS
A
आ गया.
masterclass
Congratulations.
performance.
AWS मतलब?
And I think I agree. That puts the economy back on the line for DRX. Only pistols here. And Bren, I've been thinking it all
Jeez,
tournament. When is Marv gonna show up? And Optic haven't needed it up until now. But this could be the final hour.
यार तो इससे
And
बड़ा
the best
क्यों गया ये
controller player in the
बंदा?
world is finally showing you why he has that title.
Lovely shot onto RB. And it has just winning that round out. DRX
AWS में
just been
Amazon
tossed
box
into
से अच्छा.
free fall off the back of it. The economy reset when it was looking so good for them to just get another round. Now a play being made. Haunt over to the side. It's going to be a fault line to slow them down. Mako close up in his own smoke. It's
Mako
going to
is
make
just
Optic
chilling.
think twice.
Bring them down.
Optic are in a 5v4 though, and they have their run of the map.
मेरे को लगा रेड करेंगे क्या?
Buzz only with a classic, and he's pretty much the only player that could be dangerous for them if they pivot back into A. Although the spike appears to be shepherded toward B.
Might be giving a bit of false information there, just spotting Ye out.
अच्छा किलजोई मरा पड़ा है.
Smoke is
लग
just
गए.
overstepping himself again, and the players of Optic already lurking their way through.
वो उसे टरेट मार
How
क्यों नहीं रहा था?
tragic is this for DRX? 3 times now in this series, they've won a pistol round and immediately lost the follow-up.
Player standing.
क्लासिक्स से.
That response by
माको का एम
Optic.
तो है.
wrangling back control of many of these maps.
यार 8-6 होता था यार, close होता था game. 8-6 देखना था मेरे को.
And DRX now are going to be in such a tough spot.
Yeah.
The emotions are so hard to control. You go through the elation of winning the pistol and believing that it's doable, to despair.
To getting it ripped away from you.
2 liter energy पिन ले, full of energy. सुबह 7 बजे से तो पढ़ रहा था continuous. वाह, इतना मत पढ़.
Need has been found.
ऐसा पढ़ने से अच्छा ना
That's the
schedule
scoreline, and
रख. कि मैं
Optic
2-3 घंटा
look
पढ़ूंगा
like they are
फिर
once
10
again
मिनट break
carving
लूंगा.
their
वैसा
spot in the history books.
continuous मत पढ़.
Fending off what could have been the first ever reverse sweep. What still could be the first ever reverse sweep in a BO5.
Guys, important round. ये round हारा तो लग गए.
DRX pretty much have one last
ये round हारा तो लग गए chat.
If they lose this round, there's no hope.
भाई माउड अचानक से भड़क गया भाई.
Full investment. Weapons
Stacks
across the
ने
board.
एक kill मारा तो Victor ब्रह्मांड.
Optic looking like they want to take this one a bit slower.
Phoenix
Despite
है ही
dropping
नहीं ना
down,
आजकल
pretty
chat
secure
बेटा
and
में.
safe location, just
ना कुछ
farming up
भी
the
करे ना
orbs
Phoenix.
onto Victor and getting him his ultimate there to run it back now available.
कुछ तो buff करना पड़ेगा उसको. क्या बोलते
He
हैं?
spots RB, but very minimal damage exchanged.
तुझे पढ़ाई नहीं है कुछ तू मत बोल. मैं इसलिए बोला ना, मैंने पढ़ाई नहीं किया फिर भी देखो अच्छा कमाता हूँ, अच्छा बीवी मिला है, सब कुछ अच्छा हो रहा है. समझ
They need some way of pushing Buzz off the angle.
It's not about hard work, it's about smart work.
All of this is merely a distraction as well.
बराबर है कि नहीं chat?
And it has done a job of pulling Zest and Buzz still over there. It's up to RB to jump. Peek! Shot through the wall.
जिंदगी में jump pick
Almost
नहीं
got his
करेगा,
head
इसका हो
taken
गया.
right off. And the spike is making its way back over towards C. No. A change in the decision making. Buzz.
बराबर.
And guess what? Zest still up close. Right here, right now. Could be the difference maker for them. And what discipline. What patience. The play is made in the spray down. A collection of 2 kills. And a reset of the aim for Zest.
Wait बोलते.
Absolutely magnificent.
There are not many players that would keep their cool in a moment like that, down 5 rounds on the final map of a BO5. But Zest...
सुनो, अपने लिए वो राउंड अगर F नहीं होता था ना, for us 8-6 होता था. ये फर्स्ट बाय राउंड 8-7 और अभी ऑप्टिक इको जाती थी तो 8-8 होता था. वो एक राउंड ने बुंड मार दी. स्कोर अभी 8-8 होता था. याद रखना चैट, याद रखना 8-8 स्कोर होता था. ठीक है 8-8.
You're down to a poor buy. Optic are on 11, but no.
Optic take their time out. The last one remaining.
Mola!
Get to OT.
Mola! Hey, Mola!
I think that this is a good moment for Jet.
Mola!
You might have counted DRX out had you won the
Samajh
round, but this is a different squad you're playing against right now. This feels like the true Korean super team.
ए टीपॉन जैसे दिखता है मैं वो देखा सेल्फी वाला बंदा टीपॉन बे ब्रो सेम ना.
Found the devil himself on the other side of things too.
देखा क्या तुम लोग बैक करके?
You're facing a team that has grit, and it's going to take everything from Optic to close this out.
And they've been pushed to the limit.
बैट करके
Now
4K.
heading to map 5 here. The timeout, obviously, signaling that Optic
टीपॉन इन
don't
इस्तांबुल.
want to let this lead slip away from them.
हाँ? कौन चिल्ला
Crashes and
है?
Victor have massive ultimates here. They've struggled to get Victor into the game.
हाँ अभी
finding
तक है नहीं
opportunities
तेरे
to
पास
use his
भी
run
अबे
back.
डरते हैं क्या?
But when they can set the pace, perhaps they can
8-8
come up
स्कोर
with a
ठीक
game
है
plan here.
8-8 अभी
RB
वापस
with
बाय
an
राउंड
extremely
है
similar
8-8
defensive
अपने लिए
setup to
स्कोर
what FNS
8-8 है.
himself was using. We've got some classic A lobby control. Optic's comp is really poor at taking A lobby control, but they're fighting for other areas of the map instead.
And a runner back as well. Destroying of the alarm bot here. Victor.
It's all a
Playing
fake.
close, it is a complete fake. And it's pulled them all the way back into the corners of the side here. Mako needs to be the playmaker.
Where's the trade?
And the anchor right now still being swarmed from either side. Oh, guess what? RB ready to hold his teammates back. There is no trade in action, but maybe Ye can be once more the difference maker. Nightfall now. Pushes across. RB getting no sound cues. It's a flash play over the top. Stacks wants to make the moves for them. Swinging down. It's just up to Victor. In that 1v2, but Stacks has already taken the positioning.
Score 9-8 for DRX और अभी वापस ऑप्टिक इको जाता है जो कि एक्चुअली गया है. ठीक है तब ये एक और राउंड से डिसाइड करेगा 9-8 फॉर DRX, ठीक है, याद रखना। DRX ये एक्चुअली जीत जाती तो एक राउंड ने बुंड मार दी चैट। व्हाट द फक।
Island and Marv, who's normally the biggest trader for Optic.
The middle thing in life decide to be happy and positive and give jai ho
And they just couldn't
आगे
clear
क्या?
backside at all. Made it far too easy for Mako.
So peace and love be friend. वो delete क्यों किया रे हरामजादे mod?
It's been knocked all the way down with Optic losing that round. It's DRX who have taken control of the map and potentially the series. Still a hard ass for them though when Ye's got the tour de force in his hands. This fight that might be about to take place over towards A could decide quite a bit, but still, again, it's Optic with the spike leaning over in a different direction. That's down into the bottom of mid. Part of the reason Optic's attack side when they were running this comp was so good was because FNS was so willing to make the right call. He had great information. Our attack side was always making sure that they filled in any sort of gaps in defensive protocols.
The spike is heading its way towards B right now.
Yeah, it's another fake.
It's another fake. I mean, FNS is just full of them, but it's the execution, not the macro, that's been the problem.
Victor needs to do some damage here with one kill. Doing a decent job of
गए।
things.
Look at the pinch from B.
Yep. Squeezing them
लग
right
गए।
where they lie. And still Buzz
नहीं।
with a shot. The shot he pulled down, but he can't win it.
30 seconds left.
Beautiful, beautiful IGLing by Optic. Adaptations being made, the layers on the strategy. And the A anchor players were just lost in the sauce.
Wouldn't
क्या
you be?
इको राउंड
I don't know how you expect that play to come through. And that's an audible as well, I'm pretty confident. Because when you look at the play, it felt like a fake. But then as soon as Victor and Crashy start to get
वो
value,
लोगों को मालूम कैसे नहीं
FNS
पड़ा
goes,
कि
okay,
B
let's
के अंदर
actually
घुस गए?
pinch from
कोई
B
है
to A
क्यों नहीं
and
देखने
make
को?
this finish A. Our A fake is working too well. And now the pressure back upon DRX. The squeeze that they felt in-game there on A, now playing out within their mental realm as well.
DRX are opting to force into this one. RB forced down to the Bucky buy. Let's try and hold down Garage. A deeper angle with the smoke, blocking off one of the avenues just outside A lobby. Here. It's Buzz versus Ye. This fight could define so much in this round. Who
ये
brings
मारेगा, ये
first?
मारेगा, ये मारेगा,
The
ये
angle
मारेगा.
shots! Did Ye spot him? Did Ye find it? Just contacting across, but it's not called in time.
किल जाए यार वो.
Buzz had 3 different targets he could play off there.
Victor moves his way across.
Oh! Sexy मारा बे Stacks ने.
Man battling back.
या ये मार देता मानो
Enormous
वहाँ
health
पे
by
खड़ा रहता
Stacks
तो.
there. And now Marv's in a mad position.
Guys, close game जा रहा है
Just
यार
has to
chat.
pivot into the C site.
हाँ?
Pinging it out, seeing if he can go for a pre
NM के मैं क्या करूँ मेरी जान? मैं उसको देखने की जगह पे मैं तेरे को हेड बराबर दे सकता
The
हूँ
two
पता
of
है?
them have been playing fantastically in these later few maps. But it's also been,
अच्छा खेला ना
I
chat?
suppose,
Oh, no way.
30 seconds
There's
left.
no way Marv is taking this fight, man. The rifle! Not favored in close quarters. Not in that instance. And the spike has been given over.
Nade call, nade call, nade call.
it's a bucket to be there.
मेरा call सुना. मेरा call
Now
सुना
Ye
chat.
left in a 1v4,
Stream snipers.
Time. No time.
no possibilities.
Maybe you can do
10
some damage to the
seconds
economy, but no. Mako holds it,
Operator?
anticipating the push.
अच्छा
And
already एक है.
this series, this map has been so back and forth. On a knife's edge in terms of who
ये
might
round हारे
take
तो
it.
इको है
It's
वो
gonna
लोग
come down
chat.
to the wire.
ये round हारे तो इको है वो लोग
Marv
शायद.
gets a swing out there, and FNS just walks into the angle. There's some serious comm problem happening there. They knew that the operator was posted. I mean, maybe just assuming that Buzz would have left, but you'd expect.
भाई 2 round इधर 2 round उधर करता है. 10-9 स्कोर है मालूम है. रसी को उठा फोन करे ऑन स्ट्रीम सो गया नहीं बोल जाओ.
Work with. And
ये
there
और
are
उठा
many
लेगा.
ultimates in play. I mean, this is the round to invest every ult at your disposal.
Here.
And another op battle to start things out.
Yeah, crouching. He's holding
यार
it.
DRX actually जीत जाती
I
थी
feel like
event
this whole
यार.
series has been Ye v Buzz.
Power cross. No one following it through. Wait a second. There's a flash pre-fire, Buzz. Not rewarded, but this reposition of Zest again.
Zest का game
This is
है.
going to give DRX a ton
बस
of
एक छोड़
information
दे.
for the defensive
Same
protocol.
मैं ही
Now they've
करता
got
हूँ
to
ये
know.
भी.
You've got to be kidding me.
Just an absurd situation up in A lobby.
Back to back.
Yeah, he got flashed onto this angle.
Chat.
And he's so tucked, Zest cannot see him.
ये clear नहीं होएगा ये बंदा.
Any idea that Zest could be here?
Half jiggling. They
They're
think it's
reclaiming.
clear. Into the corner this time.
Oh यार
Good
दो
trade.
मार सकता था यार.
Great trade. Cool not being kept. Nanoswarm going to be pushing them back here. The spike was on B.
The spike, Victor had it running into the B site. It's just out in the open.
Hello?
There's a lockdown that was placed down a little bit prior as well with that A lobby control. But it feels like DRX are not
30
biting him
seconds
because
left.
look at this positioning. Mako
Mako?
still here, still waiting, and the
That
half
guy.
play is not good enough. What a trade! A trade-off. And Marv is going to be making his moves now towards it. But where is the time? Where is the spike going to
B जा रहे
land?
क्या?
These are the moments where Optic was incredible
नहीं जा
against
सकते.
XZ, setting up these pivots, these lurks. FNS could be the playmaker here.
Going to destroy the lockdown for them.
भाई क्या हो रहा है ये बसड़?
क्या
क्या हो रहा है ये बसड़?
Spike is planted. FNS
उसको
has to
बचाओ,
go
उसको
huge.
बचाओ.
1v2.
बचाओ.
A dodge, a juke, a half on it. One more
1v1
kill found.
क्यों दे रहे हैं?
8 bullets in the clip, and it's not enough to do it.
Oh, बसड़ भाई.
And FNS, the battle in the
Bro, what
IGL is
the
manifesting
fuck?
itself.
What a round for DRX to win. What
Eco
a
है क्या
round for
अभी?
Stacks.
Eco है शायद.
A 1v3, very possible.
भाई DRX actually ये मैप जीत सकती थी वो 2 राउंड नहीं देते तो.
Optic are moving around the map so quickly, so
Hello?
fluidly, it can become difficult to keep track of where they are and which areas are safe. And DRX are doing a really good job of keeping them in check. This next
एक
round,
दूसरे को भर देंगे ये
you're
लोग
heading
लगता
into
है.
Optic on a half buy. Yeah, he goes
भाई
for a hero
11-9
buy.
DRX होता था
Miles away
अभी.
from the tour de force, but the rest of the team with stingers and a Spectre in hand.
भाई
This
मैंने
looks
देखा
like
है. ये
DRX
मैंने
should be
देखा
in a
है.
position.
ब्रीच
To
जल्दी
tie up
बैकअप
this
देने
map,
साइड
tie
पे जा.
up this
छोड़ दे
series.
ओमन को.
We said that before, but never count Optic out.
Nice,
Second
nice.
time the charm for Buzz, still locking down the angle, and he wants a little bit more. Shorty has to be pulled out in play. Another curveball.
निकल जा Jet, निकल जा.
No ammo in the clip, but the right click will do
चले
it.
stacks है, stacks
Again,
है.
the tip tap at the end.
Nice, nice,
Stacks
nice.
Feel the nose playing an element in it.
अभी नहीं निकल
13
सकता.
bullets left. Still gets the kill, an instantaneous trade.
क्या ये? Hello?
11-10 the score.
Oh my god.
That one way too close for DRX. Victor
Guys, most fucking crucial round. अगर ये round Optic हार गया ना chat, मैच पॉइंट पे जाने वाली DRX. हाँ? मैच पॉइंट पे chat.
Phoenix on these AXX is finding value. I would be very tempted if I was Optic to try and lean into that. The fast tempo is almost working on the half-buy rounds.
निकाल
A
लेता
couple of
हूँ.
weapons and maybe that could make the difference.
The map
Run
is
it.
being pulled away from you.
Run it back by Victor in his hand because he was able to get those 4 kills on the half-buy round.
Back to back.
And another thing for DRX to keep in the back of their minds, Marv has the ult and the spike. He can go anywhere,
फिर से
fake
close खेल
anything.
रहा है.
Possibly a play being made though. Into garage, I'll be playing the anti-flash. Aftershock.
अच्छा था यार ये.
Plays the corner, now Victor wants to make the play, make the moves, running forwards. Bit of a spray down, does not come up with the goods. Not like he was looking for, but still stacks.
Worthy DRX.
Looking to anchor. At the back of the sides and just the tail end of the ultimate. Yay
Close.
capitalizes. Order space being gained. Reset again.
Oh.
Yay is the difference maker.
The trading from Ye here has been fabulous in this round, but it is not over yet. Not by a long shot. The spike isn't even down, and Victor in a position where he basically used his ult from.
Victor
Now
feed
becomes
कर.
the backstabber.
He is the backstabber in this. Frontline
यार.
sinker. A classic play.
जीत सकते थे रे. वो किलजैक अल्टी ने अपना
Buzz down to Buzz.
फिनिक्स
Buzz
अल्टी
has
ने
been
मार दिया
a
यार.
miracle worker, but the dash popped just simply too early.
टैक्स अच्छा होल्ड कर रहा था
Maybe he
राइट
gets an
साइड.
opportunity of
सिर्फ
Victor.
लेफ्ट साइड
But he's
देखने
looking the
जाता है.
wrong way.
Three kills in the round for Victor. An
भाई
Optic.
ओवरटाइम चाहिए
But
यार.
on
डिजर्विंग है यार
match point, but on
DRX.
series
डिजर्विंग है
point.
हमारे में.
2 of them as well.
ये
What
थोड़ा
a
लफड़ा हो
beautiful
गया
running back from
टैक्स
Victor.
बहुत अच्छा खेला.
Popping through that smoke to get a kill at logs and set up Ye for the trade. Normally
बहुत अच्छा
Marv is
खेला
the
है
player
Stacks.
that goes in aggressively trading off the entry, trading off Victor. But with this comp, it's Ye trading off Victor. And the duo working so well,
गाइस DRX के
getting
लिए बुरा
more
लग रहा
value
है.
from the Phoenix
भले
than I've
ऑप्टिक
seen
अच्छा
out of
खेल रहा है
anybody
लेकिन
at
DRX
Champs.
के लिए बुरा लग रहा है मुझे.
And they have 2 opportunities to
वो लोग
cement their
round throw नहीं
place
करते अभी मैच
in the
पॉइंट पे रहते
3rd
हैं वो लोग.
grand finals for Optic. a record in VCT at their fingertips.
One round is the difference maker here. That's all it stands between them. DRX, Zest forced down to a very shoddy buy. It feels like towards the end of this map, towards the end of this series, FNS, whatever the calls might be, it's pushing and pulling, and DRX struggling to come up with the answers.
Guys, Breeze के पास ulti है, ठीक है? सुनो, Breeze के पास ulti है. A set खाली करके Killjoy का orb लेके ulti करवा, next round Killjoy ulti use कर सके.
And already, he's going to try and get the punish off.
Cancelling the ultimate just in time.
What absurd awareness from Buzz that is a play that could have come through.
And a hot Hansen to the back and an Anaswarm is a set play. Curveball as well. Buzz has been dealt with. 2 kills for Victor. The spray down in action once more. A rolling thunder. This is the last chance for DRX. Disrupt the play. Victor holds down. He locks the angles through.
बुरा लग रहा है रे.
And it's all on the shoulders of RB. But Optic, moments away from carving their rightful spot in the grand finals. And there it is.
अच्छा खेला यार, Optic अच्छा खेला. लेकिन DRX जीतना चाहिए.
What
इतना करने के बाद
resilience
DRX
from
जीतना
this
चाहिए.
Optic squad. Pushed to the limits. I don't think I've seen them pushed in that kind of manner and form
Guys,
before.
वो round कौन सा था यार? वो round याद रखेंगे यार ये लोग. शी इतना अच्छा खेला DRX.
Fend off a reverse sweep, and it all ends with the prime gaming flawless here as Victor's
Victor
entry
तो बड़ा क्या
into A, is the difference maker. What a fabulous end to an insane series.
ये लेकिन MVP ना chat. हाँ? ये MVP.
Claiming that rightful place.
मेरे को तो Crashes, मेरे हिसाब से Crashes सबसे मेरा favorite player है पूरा
For
event.
2023 to try and get that second title.
पूरे event का
under their belt.
Crashes
And
मेरा
it's the team.
favorite player है chat.
They've been pushed to the limits. They've been hardened in situations, but looking like they want to take the fight straight to Loud. Make another attempt for that crown.
वो लोग खुद इतना खुश नहीं है, देख रहे हो?
Out of the 5
3-0
events
होने वाला
that
था.
they have played with Ye, they've made 3 grand finals, the most so far in VCT. They are definitely the most consistent roster in Valorant, and it's been the best period of excellence yet in the game.
मुक्का मारो
It's not that
audience,
Optic
मुक्का
are
मारो.
always dominant, but they are always dangerous when it matters, when they have
Killjoy
that
cost रे
spot,
find भी, hello?
a threat for the trophy.
जी वाले दिखे थे, जी वाले
Nobody
दिखे
knows
थे.
really what the Dawn will bring, but today these 5 players, they stand together as really the greatest team in VCT
Music तो
history.
अच्छा है भाई. One side copyright आने वाला
And
है.
another trophy, and
Music तो
another
अच्छा है.
record to see whether they can be our first repeat winners in.
भाई क्या फील होता रहेगा ना, लेकिन इतना बड़ा स्टेज पे माँ कसम क्या फील होता रहेगा ना यार चैट. हाँ क्या फील होता रहेगा ना, कितने सारे लोग देख रहे, इतने सारे, वो भी खतरनाक गेम प्ले. फूक्स.
Not enough to bring it over the finish line in the final moments.
But they've taken an important step, friend. They've taken a step
छोटा
onto the
keyboard,
podium.
hello?
Yeah. And that itself was always the glass ceiling that they were trying to break through. But Optic are at another level. I mean, what Optic have been able to do in terms of their consistency is the...
ये राउंड 3v1 निकाला यार FNS ने. मैं भी ऐसे ही रो रहा था. ये भी राउंड थोड़ा सा F हो गया. इतना राउंड हगा.
More than half
ये
the time they're making
खतरनाक
it to the
मारा
grand
था.
final.
ये राउंड तो जीतना ही नहीं चाहिए था ये लोग को.
And they have a chance at being
ये राउंड तो
definitively the
जीतना ही नहीं
best
चाहिए
team
था ये लोग
heading
को.
into 2023.
लेकिन अच्छा हुआ जीता यार. बेस्ट राउंड. ये बेस्ट राउंड था वो. ये
Another rematch. Another tale that we've seen time and time again, but something feels different this time around.
ये भी राउंड नहीं, वो यही राउंड था जो नहीं जीतना चाहिए था, जिसके वजह से 2 राउंड गया. बुलडॉग वाला राउंड था
Grand final.
ना, बुलडॉग वाला राउंड. चलो गाइस, अभी जितने भी लोग देख रहे हैं, अब हम बकचोदी कंटिन्यू करेंगे लोको पे. ठीक है, बकचोदी करेंगे, पिंगर करेंगे, अपने पब्लिक रेडियो में जाएंगे, फन करेंगे. ठीक है, अभी होने वाला है लोको. क्योंकि कल मुझे बहुत काम है यार, तो मैं सब एक साथ नहीं कर पाऊंगा. Now I have to do Loco and then tomorrow I'll be doing YouTube stream. Mostly morning का हम लोग YouTube Valo करेंगे. कल Valo रैंक पुश होएगा सुबह सुबह, ठीक है. और फिर हम इवेंट के लिए जाएंगे, ऐसा कुछ करेंगे, ठीक है. लोको पे Valo नहीं नहीं नहीं, ऐसा ऑल्टरनेट समझ रहे हो. चलो चैट आ जाओ एक्सक्लेमेटरी मार्क लोको आ जाओ जिसने फॉलो नहीं किया, ठीक है. बकचोदी होगी बहुत भयंकर, जिसको नींद नहीं आ रहा है, जो लोग पढ़ाई करके थक चुके हैं, एक्सक्लेमेटरी मार्क लोको जल्दी आओ, ठीक है. 5 मिनट्स में हम जीटे करने वाले लोको पे. 5 मिनट्स, ये स्ट्रीम एंड करके उधर जा रहे हैं, जल्दी आ जाओ. माफ करो जल्दबाजी के चक्कर में मैंने बोला नहीं. आदियोस चैटी में पादियोस जोर से.
Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Turn this room, turn it to an ocean. Let me float around. Eyes closed, like we're dreaming even when we're not. You and me got a whole other meaning, I don't know how. You and me just know how it feels when we're falling in love. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna